$100,000 paycheck.
CRL World Finals, Day 1!
The prize money is serious here, and as you see, the step up when you get into that third place match, that second place match, that first place match, a single best of 3 or 2 of those, if we have a repeat for $100,000.
Dude, I want to see the stage. I want to see the stage, though.
And of course, the Pharaoh himself, 2-time world champion, knocking on the door of $1 million in total prize pool earned in his career. He could do that here this weekend.
It's just crazy to think that your third place match is worth $50,000 and that second place match is $100,000 in just 1 or maybe 2 best of 5s. Absolutely insane when you talk about the pressure.
Let's go.
Yeah, the pressure is mounting. Of course, we have lots of players who have kind of
like,
big milestones in front of them. As you mentioned,
let's go.
World champions.
Let's go. Call Riley. Chat, Riley's there.
Here, and that's Mugi.
That's right. Mugi
Chat.
has been so impressive. He's been
Riley's at the event.
He ever has in prep.
Chat, Riley's at the event. He's at the event.
Back. He's better than ever, but of course he's got to go through the Pharaoh and our absolute elite stack of competition. I mean, the competitors here, like you said, we say it every single year.
I'm so fired up for this, dude.
It's been.
It is definitely steep. Even when you talk about the players who haven't been here before, Frontier Guard qualifying through the China tournament, every single pro here says he's at the level to compete. And then you have playing on home turf here.
That's right. That's
finally a world finalist, Ian77.
Come on, Ian!
And I know there's a lot of fans here
USA
who want to see him go off.
Yeah, the man on his home court. He came up to us last year in the lobby in Finland. He goes,
okay, so Ian has a first round bye, Mo has a first round bye. Clutch.
To make World Finals next year. Here he is.
Those are the 2 players I'm rooting for.
Golden ticket, as you guys can see, those are our 4 players with the first round bye. Mo Light, Sub, Ian, and Pedro. They'll all be waiting to see who they have to face off against, but being thrown right into the fire. We got Casualty or Eigor, our former world champion, going up against Sandbox, making a return to World Finals. Frontier Guard, who you were just talking about, who has been very impressive all week long. Vtor, who has made 5 of the last 6 years of World Finals, which is so impressive.
That is
he squeezes in the LCQ. And then, Rich, we got 4 more guys here in this lineup.
I am so pumped for match number 3, Adriel and Mugi. That one could go
Mugi,
either direction. Of course,
only other 2-time world champ besides Mo.
A second appearance here at World Finals. Adriel has been so good for so long. And then maybe the most exciting matchup of the day, the most unpredictable one. Lucas and Sam. We go old school to the hair that don't
today
care.
There's going to be a lot of
the
games.
mad scientist himself.
Show the stage.
That one is going to be
back
an absolute banger.
I mean, when we're talking about the meta right now, everyone's talking about how heavy it is, how beatdown is the best thing out there, but that's not exactly true. There is great cycle out there. There's great control out there. Beatdown might be favored in the moment.
Now, I'm actually excited because the last meta was horrible, and this meta has actually been a lot better, so I'm excited to see what it's actually used.
But there's so...
Chad, if there's one weekend to copy decks, it's this weekend, bro.
I absolutely love it.
Well, of course, Lucas, the only player to go back-to-back.
If you watch this, you're going to learn so much shit,
we'll see how he does with that one here. But, you know, you talk about that meta stuff. Remember, this isn't ladder. This isn't ranked. You have to play dual mode. So as you go through, you start burning cards. Mini metas form, and Cycle's going to be a significant part of that.
Yeah, when you talk about the competitive scene, the meta out in the world is not the same as one in the
first match is in 5 minutes.
It always changes, and I'm very excited to see how it evolves as we get into our very first match at our 2025 World Finals.
Let's get things kicked off.
Monster predictions.
Wait.
Run the predictions.
Start things off. Eigor and Sandbox.
Monster prediction.
Introducing the best Korean player in the world.
Is that juicy?
Everyone, give it up for Sandbox!
That's Kazardi. That's the wrong guy. That's the wrong guy! That's the wrong guy! Chat, they brought it up. That's the... You can't make this shit up.
And Eigor's opponent, the best Korean player in the world. Everyone give it up for his adversary, Sandbox!
We're cooked. There's Sandbox. From South Korea. Chat, this guy's really good. Oh, this is gonna be peak. Mods, close predictions when the first battle starts.
This World Finals, you could not have two players who are more different in personality, in mentality, in gameplay style. Yeah. Andrew, you sat down with both of them, and you know firsthand how different these two guys are.
I mean, you could just tell by their walkouts, right? Igor stone cold, staring down the barrel, ready to go, ready to get in front of that phone. Sandbox on the other side doing what he needed to do back in 2022, or back in 2023, when it was like, I need to get more confidence when I'm on stage. I need to figure out a way to build that confidence so that I'm just doing the thing that I do best, which is play the game. And you can see already he's...
How do you mentally prepare for high-stake matches? I don't.
Hyping up the crowd. He's feeling himself.
What do you believe sets you apart from other competitors? Nothing.
These answers
What's
from
one
Igor.
thing
I mean,
most
it just
people
kind of
don't know about
what we're
you?
talking
I'm
about.
Igor.
How do you prepare for high-stakes matches? I don't. What do you believe sets you apart? Nothing. Right? This dude, seriously, we have been talking about it all week. He is so ice cold, does not care about anything, and yet that translates to his gameplay.
What advice would you give to the new players trying to break into competitive back so you'll get good results?
Kind of registering
what is your favorite card,
anybody
Royal
else,
Giant?
anything around him. It's just, I'm going to do what I do.
What is your
AKA
biggest professional
Absolutely.
achievement as a
here
player?
And you talk about Sandbox,
DreamHack
talk
Valencia
about
top
his practice, talking about Royal Giant. A lot of people think that Sandbox is a beatdown only player. RG's very strong in the meta right now. It showed up a lot in the 20-win challenge, but he told me he's been working Cycle. Both of his 20 wins that he got, he did with Cycle decks. He did it with Minor Control. And yeah, Igor on the other side of it. We got to see if we can kind of get through the bullheadedness of his deck picking. He's a guy that has always been, I'm going to play what I want, when I want. I don't care if you know what I'm going to play. I'm going to play it, and I might beat you with it. But this is not the place to do it at World Finals.
And those of you at home who don't have the same experience with the CRL history that we have, yes, the name on the screen might be Hazard with a K and a Y, but that's Igor. That's Igor from 2019 World Finals, who came out on the live stage for the very first time and swept King of the Hill, shut it down the whole way. That's the guy who came out and did that at Worlds.
And you want to talk about being involved yourself in World Finals. Well, you can't qualify anymore, but you can go to event.supercell.com/Clash Royale to get in your predictions, just like we got in our predictions. And of course, we know you guys love it. There will be rewards out there in the world for you. And as you can see right here, Eigor or Casualty at 36%, Sandbox at 64%, so the recency bias of how much more Sandbox has shown up over the last couple years, whereas Igor
Chat, get in your predictions. There's a bunch of rewards on the line.
Well, he got third place, which I
you
feel like
know we're nuking Muhammad Light's line. Mo should have like an 80%,
so
maybe 90%.
Top 3 in solo at that time.
90%. Mo's the GOAT, bro.
Here, who we're picking for our first one. I think we got your prediction up first, Andrew.
Boom.
Yep.
I am going back to, I mean, first of all, I will never, ever root against the Mortar God. I was there in 2019. I saw the 1 HP match, and I saw him come out and absolutely blow the world away. I'm going Igor.
Let's go ahead and see mine real quick. And yep, we're both going Igor. No slight here on Sandbox. Sandbox is an absolute killer, but in this case, you got to take that mentality. You saw the walkout. You saw what we saw. The big question for me is, has Sandbox calmed those nerves? And
I'm going with Sandbox, dude.
Prepare for this match, since Igor says,
I think Sandbox is going to win.
I don't. And as you can see right here, we all went with Igor or Casualty.
Chat, lock Sandbox.
I was actually pretty surprised that we were that he was the only one to pick Sandbox. Now, in recent history, Sandbox has actually had the edge over Igor. You talk about them meeting all time. Igor's only won 37% of their matches. Sandbox has taken
There's
those
cosplayers
points. He's
here?
taken it even this year in CRL.
Holy
so,
P.
you know, recency
Chat, I saw somebody with a barbarian hat.
Absolutely, and we'll see, of course, in just a couple of moments how that bias comes out to
Chat, I saw somebody with a barbarian hat.
Our first match, I believe we're ready. So let's go ahead and kick things
Let's go.
off with the opening match of the 2025 World Finals.
Chat, let's actually go.
And Sandbox.
Let's go!
Why is this thing not working, dude?
And here we go. Game
my God, we're in?
number 1 now.
We're in.
Looking at what Igor's been doing in gameplay for a while, my suspicion is that Sandbox and his coach are going to plan to do 2 things. To cover Cycle, of course, but also cover Royal Hogs. Royal Hogs Fireball Bait has been one of Igor's go-to opening decks.
Holy shit, they're locked in.
Even though it's not his usual style.
He's got to be chewing Neuro Gum.
A Mega Knight in here,
Royal Giant.
those 2 cards might be going RG.
I mean, they're both going comfort, it looks like. Yeah, Mortar coming out right away. You see
Sandbox
that
is
cannon
using
here,
Royal
minions,
Giant.
of course, trying to get
Kazardi's
that
using
cycle,
Mortar.
so you get the Evo Mortar in cycle as soon as possible, and there's the RG. You see that with the Hunter. Hunter not really paired with much else out there in the world, so very excited to see the two guys play their two comfort decks in game
Who's
number
putting
one.
the
It's a great
6-7
way to kind of
emote?
pacify those nerves.
Jesus, Murphy, stop!
And we'll see, yep, Evo Ghost. First
God,
look
he's
at it
so
in
close
today's
to his
World
phone.
Finals, and the Evo Royal Ghost is an absolute monster.
Yeah. And
Stein's
I really
the bridge.
enjoy this deck. I also really like the
Good
fact
lightning,
that recently
wow.
Things have changed in
Really
Clash
good
Royale.
lightning.
You can have more than just one champion on the board. Obviously, the most recent place
Kazardi's
champion
up
is
3.
the one that has the ability. But this has made the Goblins
He definitely
come
knows
back into
that.
the meta a lot more. This has made Archer Queen pop back
He's
in.
gonna play a
It's been
card,
really,
yeah.
great to see multiple champions on the board and then watching the best in the world.
Cannoneer was a
use
good
that to
pick
their
from
advantage.
Kazardi.
And a slight swerve here from Eigor, as the ladder deck he's been playing was also a Mortar Miner deck, or we haven't seen a Miner yet, obviously. He was playing Mortar Miner Skelly King with Poison, also a Musketeer in that deck. So a little surprising to see maybe this adjustment, but also it's World Finals. You want to be less predictable.
And with the Lightning in here, this is not my favorite matchup if I'm a Mortar player. You know, that Lightning is going to get a lot of value on the Mortar. Then you have to think about, well, how do I stop that RG? Well, if I'm able to get my Cannoneer down. Or
He
my
has to
cannon down
only
off of his
mortar
wheels.
when, like...
So there's just a lot here for Eigor to think about.
Bro,
when he talks
if
about
he
this
mortars
first
into
round
a
matchup.
RG,
Although,
he's gonna be
knowing
cooked.
he's going up against someone like Sandbox, he was probably thinking about RG being a possibility.
And there goes the Miner going to work on the Hunter, and the Fisherman is not going to get the Goblinstein that far away. The monster dies, but
I'm
no
telling
ability
you,
usage.
pros
And
use
you
Royal
have to use the
Giant more
arrows
than
on that
anything.
Evil Royal
I'm telling you,
Ghost.
it's
Just does
insane.
So much damage when it is not touched. And the good thing, though, when
Pros
you talk about
love
Igor's
Royal
matchup
Giant.
are the minions. The minions are going to be really, really difficult to get to when you're talking about how Sandbox is going to be able to break
See,
through.
that's kind of what
Minions
I
are
was-
almost a free defense against RG a lot of the time, but if you have a Hunter plus an E-Spirit, the Hunter doesn't have to be too close as long as that E-Spirit jumps
Bro,
well.
I don't really
so
know
there
what-
you see right now. Minions on top of that RG, doesn't have to spend any more. E-Spirit comes down, but Hunter's out of cycle, so you see a very, very clean defense from Eigor.
And that Fish Boy going down. Back to another one here in the middle. Miner to the outside. Monster
It's a
pulls to the
stalemate,
center.
dude. Wait,
But
the
that cannon
Stein!
on the left-hand side has to force out that Royal Giant. Little shake of the head from Igor in that interaction.
Perfect
Yeah, I mean,
defense
I
from
think Igor
Kazardi.
probably was getting a little more focused on this defense than he wanted. He
He's
would have loved
taken
to hit that
0
ability on the
hits.
right-hand side because that monster got to the tower, but he knew he was maybe down a little bit in Elixir, and if he had done that, he'd be hurting. Just kind of as he is right now. He's having to spend a lot.
Perfect
defensively.
cannon card timing to avoid the fish.
2481, the mark on the top right-hand tower of Sandbox.
Wait,
Now
the fish
left-hand
kinda bugged
side,
out.
Starting to get some work from the Ghost. There's
got a
a
king
tower
activation.
which could limit some of the damage from those miners as we go on.
Good mortar.
This deck that Eigor is running a lot of times has lightning in it instead of arrows. Obviously, this is going to speed his cycle up a bit. We saw the arrows come out earlier to save that Royal Ghost Evo, but when you talk about the lightning, nice to clean up the hunters. So Igor's just
Good
gonna
Goblin
have to
Gang
choose
placement,
where
knowing he was
wants
going to
that
bar
spell
barrel the
value to come
Ghost.
through. His
The RG's on
first
tower.
and second.
Kazardi's going in on the
83rd,
right.
There it is. Third RG
Bro.
shot comes in. Now arrows come down. RG opposite lane. And Sandbox has taken control of game number 1 with only 1 minute remaining.
The risk-reward play does not pay off for Igor. Now, he might not have been able to get
Bro,
to that
Sandbox
border
just
in time
cooked him.
for the RG. Decided to go to the right-hand side instead. But as we go into the triple elixir final minute here in a Mortar Miner deck, Igor is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you know, basically you're counting only on minor damage. You need that mortar to defend. And then, like I said earlier, this deck runs lightning a lot. That lightning helps you take care of the fish boy. When you got that goblin monster coming across the bridge, if you can lightning the fisherman as soon
Oh
as
my
he's
God.
up,
Oh
then
my
you can
God.
actually get damage on top of tower.
Kazardi,
The
oh,
arrows
the
don't
fisherman
have
is
that
literally
ability.
the MVP.
Final 30 seconds, lots on the
Bro,
left-hand
the fisherman
side.
just rolled the
Igor
cannon
is
cart.
forced to play defense here. Cannot do
Nah,
much on
Sandbox
offense.
is
I don't
pressuring
think
'cause
there's
he
a
knows
significant way for him
Kazardi's
to
gonna have
get
no
this
time to
damage
go
done.
in.
No, I mean, there really is.
can't even get a mortar lock with
He's
20
just gotta
seconds
keep up the
against a
pressure
pro.
enough to where Igor cannot get a
The
big
fisherman is
push
actually
going,
such
and
a
that fisherman
disgusting
just
card.
completely controls the board. It is such a nuisance.
That's game.
Again, you talk about the lightning, which is usually paired with the Goblinstein.
Wow!
In this
Chad, I
deck,
told y'all,
not having
Sandbox.
that has been brutal in game number 1, and now our former 2019 world champion, our former 2021 third place finisher is gonna have to find a way
Chad,
to
I
turn
told
this
y'all.
around.
Sandbox, yo.
Big opening
Keep track of my predictions, bro. I have ball knowledge.
win for Sandbox to kick things off here. And you see him going
He's got-
to his preparation sheet. Sandbox.
Does he have a
with Game
piece of
Saver,
paper?
as
What
his
the
coach,
fuck?
Saber not known for trying to snipe one tricks. that much in the first round. Went with comfort, but also covered mortar at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a really, really great pick because you talk about not sniping one tricks. That is not a fun matchup for a mortar player. And as I know I'm just like beating a dead horse here, but also the idea of having the lightning out and the arrows in just made it so much harder for Eigor to break through.
But
there's not.
That's what I mean. It's just generational aura debt, bro. You know Sandbox is gonna play Royal Giant. His favorite card is Royal Giant. Why would you play mortar? Because all that happens is you mortar the bridge, they RG the bridge, and they just have a 2 elixir Royal Giant with that 70 HP, 70% HP. It's like you're putting yourself in a headlock, bro. If your comfort is mortar and his comfort is Royal Giant, why would you play mortar first game?
Yeah, I mean, I think if he's been running it, maybe just go heavy on beatdown, right? Slow the pace of the game down.
Why the hell would you do that?
Lightning in hand, maybe you start to use that on the defensive buildings.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Thinking about facing beatdown, you know there's going to be maybe even pull out an
like you're just never going to see Mo doing that, bro. He's just going to play minor control. Come take my tower.
Playing his comfort. Thinking about what's out now, Fisherman being out,
Chat,
being
like,
out, that's a lot of DPS.
I legitimately think the only way to perfect this game is just to play minor control decks, bro. Because you just can't get countered by anything.
Put together those great pushes that you want with a beatdown deck.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. This is the hard part.
Jack, can I get a retweet?
Never watched live.
Can I get a
CRL
retweet?
Before. This is the part where both the coaches and the players.
Yo, chat, I'm gonna refresh, guys. I'm gonna refresh.
And it's so stressful up there. Most of the year, these players do it with their coaches, often in a call.
Yeah.
This time you saw the sheet that we saw Sandbox going to. He has progressions.
There's not a single bad matchup you get from minor control. There's not a single one.
Yeah, and you talked to we talked to coach.
You know what, bro? I'm switching to minor control. I'm done. I'm already pissed. Where's Mo?
Very good at picking.
Where's Mo? I know he's gonna do it. I know he's gonna do it. Because he's the best player in the world, and no one's gonna beat him with minor control.
Where sometimes he just runs what he wants to run, regardless of whether that's the greatest thing, despite what's out, right? A lot of people look at the 8 cards that are out from their opponent, they build from there. Igor might just be like, I really want to run X in game 2.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way he'll go sometimes. Back in the No-Tilt World Championship in 20.
Where's Mo? Where's Mo? Show Mo.
Yes.
Interview Mo. Like, I just want to see him.
That's the exact kind of thing we're talking about with Eigor.
Chat, what do you think Mo's doing right now? What do y'all think Mo is doing right now?
And ran mortar game number
What do you think he's doing right now?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, and I really like the
gooning. He's not gooning.
Game number 1, they both went their strong.
Chat, why would he be gooning backstage at an event?
We got a huge crowd here in Atlanta, so going comfort makes sense. Now it's
where is Mo, bro?
You can make your money, and that's bouncing back in a best of 3.
So players getting themselves ready for our game, and here we go, number 2.
And back to 2 Princess Towers, which feels
all right.
like
Sandbox
number 1,
versus
maybe number 2.
Kazardi.
Chef does cause problems.
Sandbox Hog
for Sandbox. So Sandbox flexing
Fish.
some of those.
Bro, it's another RG. I'm telling you, all these guys do is use RG. They love it. They literally love it. Every pro uses Royal Giant.
Fishboy getting a nice King Tower activation to start things off. Obviously going a little bit heavier here right out the gates.
Yep, it's literally RG again. Wow.
And the Monk.
I'm telling you, every time I watch Pro League, it's just Royal Giant. They love it.
Obviously with the minions, that is a projectile. And when you talk about that Evo Furnace, it does okay.
This Monk variation of RG, not as popular these days. It definitely has kind of gone to the wayside, but as we just saw, Eigor playing the Royal Ghost in game number 1, which has become kind of the dominant version of RG. Not available for him here in game 2.
Yeah, but I like his options. He's got the Hunter, he's got the
Chat, look at
Hunter,
Sandbox's deck. Mega Knight Hog, Prince.
Fishboy, all kind of.
This is like a mid-ladder menace deck.
Prince is an interesting pick, and I do like it. He's got strong single target DPS, but Igor does get a handful of shots in here. 1937, lowest tower on the board. For
That's
Sandbox.
a huge push.
Only got 7 elixir to deal
That is a
with.
huge push.
Hog in, gonna get a few. King Tower will limit that. And the DPS
perfectly defended by Kazardi.
23-69
He does not have enough elixir to.
Who
is the guy doing the 6-7 emote? This is a professional event. Please stop with the 6-7 emote.
Deal with the Prince, surround the Mega Knight, get DPS on top of the Hog with the E-Spirit. These are all great ways to control what Sandbox is throwing at him.
Furnace sets up in front of King Tower. Will finish off that Barbarian as he pops out of the barrel.
This kid's gonna piss me off.
And I am excited for the moment when Eigor does pull the trigger on his spell. It's something the Sandbox has to be very aware of. Guards to protect.
Chad, what do y'all think Igor's spell is? Probably lightning, right?
And is going to pull this all apart right now.
Dude, if he has lightning, he can't really get lightning value besides the furnace. Okay, he might lightning now. This would be a good lightning.
With the Mega Knight.
Final 30 seconds regulation. Evo Mega Knight comes and is going to knock that RG out of.
Never mind. If he would have lightninged, he would have lost. That's why I'm not a pro.
And over again. Here we go. Push on the right-hand lane.
Oh my God.
Nothing there for it.
Key-Spirit up high. Guards down low. And
Evo Hunter is cooking the Mega Knight.
With the increased range on minions, they're going to stay off to the right there. Sandbox takes the lead.
Chad, this is going to be an insane battle.
Nice
lightning, really good.
Pretty healthy fish boy. Can it survive? And it will to back up. Here we go. Royal Giant down. Big moment for Eigor.
And MK's there, but obviously not the Evo to MK. We should be able to get a couple shots.
Kazardi's going to be up a lot.
Shot, and this should be pretty
Sandbox
easy
might hog, yeah.
Hog Rider behind.
Yeah, just pulling the Hog
Spirit
Rider out is really
guards.
difficult. Monk maybe gets a couple of punches here, does disrupt once, and Bar Barrel has to come out. Hog gets the shot. Very close. 14-17, 10-37, about 400 HP, separating these two in the final 90 seconds.
And does get that ability just in time. Going to help with that Furnace. Going to help get some damage on tower. Furnace is off the board.
This is so close. Oh my God.
Fire Spirits when you got the Princess Tower. Really nice stuff there for Eigor when you talk about interactions.
This is so close.
In the back. Sandbox has been getting good value out of dual lane pressure. Fisherman's out
nice
here.
Perfect.
And beautiful.
Good Monk to block for the Hunter. Wait, maybe RG the left bridge, then lightning.
Just get that lightning in. Yep. Don't need to get the damage in. You don't need to force the RG, but he still can get the RG down to create some more pressure. The big thing is you don't want to do that and then lose to a Hog plus minions plus whatever push on the opposite side of the board as we're seeing right now.
EQ in, there goes the Hog. E-Spirit to hold. Guards get wrecked on.
And the Hog!
The arrows.
The Hog!
Huge for Eigor.
Yeah, Sandbox.
RG Lightning GG, he wins.
Arrows in, then the E-Spirit late to clean up those guards, knowing that would
be
a way for the Hog to break through. And that's exactly what you want in our first set of the day. We're going to game 3. Eigor evens things up.
So, both of the RG players won. When Sandbox played RG, he won. When Kazardi played RG, he won.
The Fireball bait of that Pigs deck. They brought the Mega Knight out in that one.
He just go underneath the desk?
Obviously didn't get the matchup they wanted. The big thing is we saw that Evo Mega Knight shutting down the RG, but you didn't see any other real way to stop a Royal Giant.
Yeah, or really create a scary offensive push, right? The biggest ones when it was MK with minions.
Bro, Sandbox was using like a...
Sandbox try to break.
He was using like a...
so good in certain matchups.
Mid-ladder menace deck.
Time and time again, whether you're talking about the DPS, the direct DPS on top of the Hog Rider, dealing with the charge from the Prince, you can protect the Monk, and then honestly the Monk pool. I really love seeing
so chat, what is the point of having the Spectator next to them? To make sure they're not like cheating or something? Chat, what does the Spectator do? It's not a goon break, guys. Jesus Murphy. What does the Spectator do? Why does the crew just stand next to them? No, that's not a coach. That's crew. That's not a coach.
Where he couldn't really...
Chat, that's not a coach. That's crew. It's not a fucking goon break!
Once that elixir started flowing, that advantage just evaporated.
Yeah, the big problem is when you have those heavier decks that are off meta.
Dude, look at the... Chat, I'm going to refresh. Relax. Look at the deck. Sandbox just used Mega Knight, Hog, Prince, Berserker, Furnace, Earthquake minions in Worlds. That's like a mid-ladder menace deck.
The ability to cover all things that you need.
What the hell?
On top of the minions, the Monk can do that. Oh, you don't have a building? The Fisherman can do that. You know, there's just so many great ways to control because that deck is closer to meta than what Sandbox was running.
So now as we think towards game 3, lightning and arrows out on both sides. So you think about big spells, you're thinking primarily about Fireball, thinking primarily about Poison. Obviously, Miner no longer available for Eigor in that Poison variation. And we saw Barb Barrel. Eigor has run a little bit of Graveyard. Typically, you won't see Barb Barrel, a Graveyard deck, once that's gone, although some people are running it with Evo Snowball.
Yes, you can still run it. It's just not quite as good. It's really nice to have that Barb Barrel as a tank that can get across the river 100% of the time to tank for that Graveyard. I'm curious curious to see if Sandbox is going to go cycle. He talked to me about it in the interviews. He says that people don't think that he can. We've seen 2 pretty heavy decks from him. He's been
Chat, nobody's win Graveyard yet.
He does still have Miner available, so I'd be curious if that's where he wants to bust it out now. But remember, a lot of times in the highest level of competition, unless you're Pedro a couple years ago, when you run Miner control, Miner mortar control, Miner poison control at the highest level, it's really, really unforgiving.
Well, he has all the pieces for his primary Miner poison cycle deck. So let's go ahead and see if that's the direction that Sandbox goes as we enter game number 3.
Hi, guys. If it's 2 seconds delayed, it doesn't really matter.
Winner goes on to face Mohammed Light.
Wait, what?
Person that loses here goes down to the elimination bracket.
Whoever wins has to play Mo?
2 players today.
GG, bro. How do I get rid of that
Bomber and Valk against Drill. Great stuff for Sandbox picking here.
And I was just going to say, it looks like a Drill, you know, not necessarily mirror, but a Drill matchup. Eigor also has a Valkyrie and Evo Witch to deal with.
And Archer Queen will do her job here in the middle. Ability activated.
Chat, do y'all hear the Clash music?
I don't know what it is, but when I see a couple Archer Queens on the board, it just makes me nervous.
Goblin
the
Drill?
DPS there, the ability being able, you drop that second one down, you get another instant ability, basically, which is really, really interesting when you talk about how it works having multiple champions on the board.
Goblin Drill versus Goblin
Both guys
Drill.
slowing down a bit as we get to 10. Drill out, and Sandbox cycling that snowball, wants to get the Evo variation in.
Yep, and that's something that Igor is going to have to note and just recognize, okay, I have to keep track. Keeping track of snowball cycle when you are playing against Drill is the most important thing to do, period. You have to know what to drop when that Evo snowball is in cycle so that you can double drop immediately. He's going to want to cover with something like Ice Spirit plus Skellies, have his log available, or the Valkyrie available after that. Go cheap in the beginning so that you can get the elixir and have it stay on the board, right? If you use Evo snowball against Skellies and Ice Spirit as opposed to Valkyrie, it's just a little bit different. So I'd like to see the Valkyrie drop second.
Archer Queen, okay.
Evo Witch, Snowball going to go try to put that more in the range of the Queen. Great Ice Spirit from Eigor.
Good ability. It's a dead witch.
And now Queen ability, not a danger as she crosses the bridge.
Interesting with the Goblin Hut here. And that log was almost early.
Into double elixir, final minute of regulation. So far, nobody's really broken through. Just some of that Drill surfacing from the ground damage.
I really like this aggressive Queen at the bridge because Igor's going to have to overspend. He's only got a really the Valkyrie is what you want to use to deal with the Queen in these moments, or if you have a Witch cycled early, but that poison is going to make him a little bit more wary about playing the Witch in the back. So nice aggressive play there from Sandbox, and here's what we're talking about. Ice
nice from Kazardi. He only Ice Spirited.
And now Igor just going to eat some damage there as he's trying to make something happen on the opposite side of the board. But Evo Valkyrie plus Bomber, and there is very little damage done by Igor.
Sandbox having to go to 1 for this, though. So now he's starting to build elixir back up. We'll see if Igor can press the slight advantage.
Oh, and the Witch gets pushed back. So now she's got a tank, and now the Skellies
are
back out.
The Witch!
Skellies are taking for the Witch.
The Witch!
She's gonna heal up, and she gets some great shots in. 2165, 2388. Evo Valkyrie activates King Tower.
Wow.
That is a great eating of damage from Igor.
You know, we talked about the risk reward not paying off earlier. Here it pays off in spades. As we go into sudden death, Igor with the lead and that very important King Tower activation.
2362, 2165, 100 seconds remain in the first best of 3 at our 2025 World Finals.
Guards to cover Drill, Archer Queen to the right-hand lane, Poison starting to chip. Sandbox really not making a decision here. He's just going to go ahead and get
this is literally
pressure.
Insane.
And Evo Valkyrie coming in at the perfect time. Log coming in to clean.
Chat, they're only 100 damage apart. Oh my god.
Evo Queen, or excuse me, Evo Witch does a great job.
What is Kazardi's last spell? Maybe Rocket?
Yeah,
no, it's got to be
Poison.
Poison.
Elixir that Sandbox would want back.
But why would he not Poison
going
yet?
to work there against? Oh my!
The Valk pulling it away.
Rocket, I
gonna
knew
come
it.
in on top of the Bomber, and Igor is in the lead with a minute left.
What else would you expect?
He waited till triple Elixir to Rocket.
Igor,
that's what every
Rocket,
pro
a
does.
Match made in heaven.
And Valkyrie in a great spot there.
Good Ice Spirit.
Clean up the Drill, deal with the Queen, deal with the opposite Valk.
Oh my god, that's a big push from Sandbox!
Maybe feeling a bit of the pressure.
He's going to Drill.
Dropping at the bridge.
Drill, Evo Snow
Poison. Give
Poison.
any rocket value.
Yeah, this is interesting. The Archer Queen trying to clear everything off. Gonna get some stabs from the goblins. Oh, those were huge.
Yeah, that's another mistimed log there.
30 seconds!
Top of that first goblin.
Sandbox is winning by only
later,
50 damage.
Okay, he knows he has the rocket cycle.
He needs to get back to another rocket. Defend and then rocket again.
Poison down.
Defend and then
Evo
Snow! He logged too early. He logged too early. He logged too early.
He has missed so many logs throughout game 1, or excuse me, game 3.
He logged too early. He deserves to lose.
Poison in, log down, Ice Spirit to clear, Snowball in. That's gonna be it! Sandbox takes game 1, game 3, and the win!
Sandbox staying.
The lights were too fucking bright! Chad, he logged too early. Holy choke.
On the left, poisoning everything.
Oh
he could do
my
to get
God,
on that
Chad, he
tower,
logged
and
too
then Eigor,
early.
The slight misstep, the pressure from the stage.
Nah, he actually choked.
Times, but
Bro,
he misses the...
Chad, I remember Morton told me this. He said at World Finals is not the best Clash Royale that's played. Because everybody's so nervous and scared that they just fuck up a lot.
Saw those mistakes early on, but here he makes
Sandbox, you have to play Mo now, bro.
And Sandbox
Wait, Juicy's about to interview him?
Takes control, stays calm, gets it done. Let's go down to the stage. Juicy is standing by with Sandbox.
Juicy, interview him.
What a fantastic match. The first question I just want to ask is, like, how are you feeling? The first World Finals match is over. How are you feeling?
이제 그 월드 매치의 이제 첫 번째 경기가 끝났는데 소감 한번 들어볼 수 있을까요?
제가 지금 이번 연도에 연습을 많이 해왔는데 그것을 보상받는 것 같아서 굉장히 기분이 좋습니다.
I have practiced really a lot for this tournament and it seems like it's worth it, so I'm really glad about it.
Awesome. Let's go. Yeah, give it up for him. Let's go. My next question is, in the first match, you were playing against Eigor with one of his best decks. How did you break through? How did you win?
이제 첫 번째 매치 때 일고님이 제일 최고의 데크를 꺼냈는데 그거를 이기셨는데 어떻게 이기셨는지 한번 들어볼 수 있을까요?
저의 코치인 게임제트 세이버가 저 스스로 믿으라고 해줘서 이겼던 것 같습니다.
So during game, I like to keep in mind that my enemy is myself, so I just tried to do my best, and I think that's how I won.
One more time, give it up for Sandbox. Let's go. Good work.
W Sandbox.
Sandbox.
Chad, I'm 1 for 1 on my predictions.
Our opener here, you know, there's already so much pressure.
Chad, I'm 1 for 1.
Finals, but to be the first one.
Well, unfortunately, Sandbox, you seem like a nice kid, but you have to play Mo now. So GG's.
Lost in the first
GG's,
match
bro.
of
He's not beating Mo.
And
I'm sorry.
It happens to everybody.
It's
Here we
just
saw Eigor fall, Sandbox.
It's just
strong.
not happening, bro.
2021, Igor did a good job.
No one is beating Mo, bro.
So that's not.
There's not a single soul who's beating Mo.
Those jitters out, first match out. Those were some uncharacteristic misses from Igor, and you got to imagine that's our standing room only crowd here, adding that pressure when you talk about Game 3, Match 1, Day 1, first one out, first one down to the lower bracket. And you can see right here, it's not a mirror matchup. They're both playing Drill. They both have that Evo Valkyrie. We talked about the Evo Snowball throughout. It's something you just have to be so on top of. It's so much harder to track cycle when you have this live crowd in front of you, when you're standing on stage in front of the man that you're going up against. And it just feels
look,
like
chat,
look, a little bit off
GG,
every
bro.
time that Evo Snowball
Dude, but why would Kazardi run Drill without Evo Snow? That's insane. No, I've never even seen that.
Sandbox will be going up against each other here in just a little bit to see the goated one.
Well, actually, I've seen Rowdy do it,
And it's going to be a great way to start our second upper round bracket.
And I'm fairly sure Igor is going to face, from that trifecta, the loser of Pedro versus either
Dang,
Lucas
so now
or
Igor's in the
Sam.
loser's
so
bracket.
Very interesting situation for him there, and that's going to be one of our elimination matches today.
Yes.
We're sending 2 players home on day 1 of World Finals. They can hang out, but they can't play anymore.
2
Of course,
people
that's a
get
bit of a
knocked out
road
on
down the
day
road
1?
Here today. Right now, we've got this great win for Sandbox, and one that I know has to feel good given his situation with nerves in the past.
Absolutely. I mean, he talked a lot about, you know, taking some time off and coming back to the World Finals stage, but a lot has happened in a couple of years. We've seen all these players kind of grow up in the evolution of CRL. A couple years can do a lot for you in terms of maturity and confidence, and as you can see, it really paid off for Sandbox up here. You know, you take game 1, you lose game 2 to your comfort, and then you come out game 3 in a mirror matchup against a former world champion, boom, game in the bag.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of that action, as it was pretty fun here to kick things off.
Bro, he just missed the log though, man. He just choked. He literally would have won. Dude, that's the thing, dude. Like, being on the stage must be so, like, nerve-wracking. You grind, like, for an entire year just to get to this moment. Dude, I cannot believe he missed that log. I can't believe he missed that log, chat. That was insane. Is this like coworker music? What is this? Oh, let me put up the YouTube chat. YouTube, what's good, boys? Let me put up the YouTube chat. Chat, what's it called? Who do you guys got in the next game? Vtor or,
What's up, everyone? It's me, Juicy, here, and I have Frontier Guard with me. First question I want to ask you is, just tell me about the pride that you feel being the one person, the only person to represent your entire server.
我感觉我是千里挑一的那个人吧，整个服务器只有我一个选手，感觉挺自豪的，因为以前我都没有打过世界赛。
How does it feel to be one of the best in the world, competing on a live stage for the first time in Clash Royale League?
感觉有一点点小紧张 ，a little nervous. Yeah.
So who inspired you most on your journey to be where you are today, and why?
LCR. 因为我觉得他是
Yes, LCR, that's the OG
A
GOAT.
lot of people are going to be watching this. Is there anything that you want to say to your supporters?
I will try my best. Yeah.
Oh, this guy's so wholesome, dude.
One of our 2 newcomers to the World Finals. He qualified through the CRCC competition. Welcome to Worlds, Frontier Guard!
So chat, LCR didn't qual. Chat, he seems so sweet. He's gotta be nervous, dude. He's gotta be nervous. He's never made it to Worlds before, right? Bro, I'm excited to see Ian today and Mo.
He's the winner of the LCQ. We know he can handle the pressure. He's the man with the kindest smile in the world. It's a Vtor 75!
From Portugal, chat, Portugal. All right, chat.
And welcome
on
AC
this
to the
game.
broadcast. Good to see you, brother, and welcome.
I voted for
Juicy J to the
Vtor.
caster's desk, man.
I voted for
What
Vtor,
a
chat.
crazy way to start our day with that first match.
I know. It was.
I would go with
amazing. I
Vtor.
thought for sure Cassidy was winning.
Now let me say this. Don't get mad at me if I steer you in the wrong direction. I'm just saying what I voted for. In game 1, I voted for Sandbox. Game 2, I voted for Vtor.
World Finals, he's had great success. When you talk
Bro,
about
I'm gonna like
Finals
farm
stage,
chest from
technically,
this.
he was one of the last men in, just like Frontier Guard. So at least in 2025, their stories are very similar. When we weren't sure who those last spots were going to be, and here they are facing off against each other in round number 1. And Juicy, 2 very different, I guess, histories with these guys.
Wait, chat, look at that. Lone Wolf, it's his first time playing all 11 other competitors. Chat, so because he plays on China server, he only plays against Chinese players, so like LCOP and stuff. He's never played against any of them, but on the contrary, none of them have ever played against him.
Either going even or actually winning.
So like,
some of them.
I guess that's a nerf and a buff.
Or is he prepared? He said he is very prepared. He's working with.
They've never played him before, chat. That's kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, you know, Vtor goes through that lower
because the
bracket
China
run
mainland
at
server is its
LCQ.
own
You can see
server.
right here, he's talking about mentally preparing for matches, controlling his breathing is so important. It is very, very important when you talk about on that live stage. You don't want to overheat. You don't want to feel like you're hyperventilating. But he showed he has nerves of steel in that LCQ going through that lower bracket run. He was able to go through Coco, Wallace. He went up against Clown, who was an exceptional player. I mean, so was Wallace, so was Coco. And then, of course, going in back-to-back, he did an upper bracket grand final reset against Vipers. So when you talk about
number one mainland
together,
China,
Vtor is a guy that can do it. And you can see right there, okay, first of all, shout out to the graphics team. I absolutely love this. So you can see right there, 5 World Finals appearances here
that's
for
crazy.
Vtor, the veteran, going up
Chat,
against
that's
the
insane.
newcomer Frontier Guard. But he's no slouch, as you said. He's been getting a lot of respect from the players out there. He went 3-0 in his finals in that championship. So he's definitely a guy that can put it all together, but can he do it here on the live stage?
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the biggest questions. I was speaking with a Chinese translator before today, and he was saying that Frontier Guard was definitely feeling a little bit nervous, and that's something that Vtor, I feel like, just doesn't even feel anymore. I mean, 5-time World Finals.
Yeah.
He has so much experience.
Chat,
the only question
I
is...
voted for Vtor, but I kind of want Frontier to win, bro. He's, like, pretty wholesome.
You know, people are talking a lot about how he loves to
It's his first time, and he's nervous. He's never played against any of them.
Let's take a look at the predictions from chat. I'm very curious to see where you guys landed. And
63% on Vtor.
37% to Frontier Guard. Feels pretty appropriate, I guess. I actually thought it was going to maybe be a little bit farther in Vtor's favor.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I think this matchup could be a little bit more even, but, I mean, once again, this is Clash Royale. Anything can happen.
That's right. It's interesting when you don't know a lot about your opponent. So talking about their predictions, like we said, you guys can get those in event.supercell.com/Clash Royale. Now our predictions, and I'm curious to see where we all lined up. I mean, I wonder if we all picked the exact same guy, or did someone go for the dark horse in Frontier Guard? Let's see it. What do we got? What do we get? Okay, yep, no surprise there. I did pick that for myself. Juicy?
Vtor, all the way.
Okay, and where did Rich and Josh end up? Did anyone go for the odd man out? They didn't. We're all going with Vtor, which makes a lot of sense. We've known him a lot. He's had a lot of success. I'm curious about
everybody bet on
Vtor.
Vtor. Holy aura, Frontier Guard wins.
Guys that we say are more comfortable with one archetype, or how this meta only favors their playstyle, when you've made this many World Finals, I feel like that doesn't really add up.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, like online's one thing, playing your comfort, playing cycle, you know, Frontier Guard, like you said, known for bait. I've talked to a lot of coaches. The idea is that it will probably stick with comfort, try to push off those nerves a little bit, try and get some momentum off of that.
Dude,
but,
this guy's
Vtor,
wholesome, chat.
You also know that, and you're ready. There's a lot of mind games here.
Vtor back in 2021 got 4th place when they lost to Ponos, who had Mugi on their roster. In 2021, he ended up in the 13th, 16th spot.
Dude, he just, I don't know how to explain it. I'm rooting for him. I don't know.
9th to 12th, where he lost to Adriel. So you talk about who
he just looks really nervous
on his journey in CRL. That's a pretty steep competition.
Bro, Vtor is wearing a shirt with
all
all 4
Game
spirits.
1, set number 2.
That's why we clash.
And Vtor.
All right, chat. I voted for Vtor, but
So
I hope
excited.
Frontier
I love being
wins.
on the desk, seeing what these players are
Come
gonna
on,
do.
Frontier!
This is what we all came here to see. And both players leaking some elixir.
Yeah.
Waiting to see what the other will do.
Makes you think that they're gonna go.
Chat, look at how nervous he is. Look at how nervous he is.
For Frontier Guard game 1, which I like.
Dude, I really want to root for this guy. I really do. I love underdog stories, bro.
Game 1, and it was
Wall breakers.
very great.
Yo, you
See
never
wall
leak
breakers
with
come
wall
out early.
breakers. You just
So
know
maybe
he's
just
locked.
kind of holding for a minute. Evo Ghost.
Royal
no
Ghost.
surprise there. Zappy's
Oh, maybe Minor
so
Poison.
strong in the meta right now, Juicy. They were everywhere in the 20.
This looks like Minor Poison from Frontier.
Super versatile. So it looks like maybe 1.9.
Yeah, Minor Poison. That's so much ball knowledge.
Wow.
Evo goes. Vtor looking like Golem, actually.
I was just going to say, what an interesting combination. He's got the Mini P.E.K.K.A, he's got the Skelly Drags with the Zap, he's going kind of Golem control.
Perfect wall breakers placement,
And
Frontier.
It's going to be tough for Frontier
Perfect.
to break through. He's going to have to get a lot of damage.
He's not nervous,
in
Chad, he's
single,
locked.
And then rely on minor damage, most likely throughout the rest of the game.
Both Barbarian Barrels coming out to defend the Royal Ghost. Very common idea. Positive elixir trade.
Yep.
Looking at the matchup in total, I do like it for Frontier Guard with the poison for the
Vtor
Zappy,
leaks
but
while
he
being
needs to
up
have
2. He's definitely
perfect
playing
defenses,
beatdown.
and he needs to make sure he uses his Evo wall breakers actually effectively.
Good pressure
on
from
defense to
Frontier.
deal with those big
Frontier!
players.
And there's our first
Frontier!
Baby Dragon on the day.
Got
It's
him.
gonna be a double
Bang, bang! Oh my god!
Vtor just opting to eat that damage, maybe golem up in the back, and there it is.
Yeah, but he's only up 1.
Sometimes.
Wait, the Royal Ghost!
Evo goes to the bridge.
Frontier!
With the minions.
That's tower!
That's a big
That's tower!
amount of pressure there. Skelly Dragon
That's
comes to
tower!
clean things up. Minion plus Ghost. That's gonna be
Frontier! Oh my god!
Vtor. But we've seen this
How's he
before.
gonna
We talked
defend,
about
though?
beatdown decks. You just don't want that Royal Ghost to get too much damage on that.
How is he gonna defend? Come on, Frontier.
Skelly Drags do take it out. Cannon on defense. Skeletons in there.
Perfect poison. Perfect barb barrel.
So strong.
Woo! Frontier is locked. Holy shit!
Skeleton Dragons.
5 elixir to deal with this mini pack.
No,
Plus
bad
Baby
wall
Dragon
breakers.
push.
No.
The retargeting though, not gonna chase that wall breaker down. And here we go.
Oh.
Just play it at the bridge. Pressure at the bridge. Mini Pekka gets 1.
Oh!
Now we got an easy
Frontier,
push.
defend! 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 Yes! The wall break.
Mini Pack to the bridge. Poison is missed. 28 seconds on the clock. The pressure's here, and here's the Evo Baby Dragon. Everything's gonna start.
Frontier,
moving
just
really
keep
quick
defending.
toward that tower.
Keep defending.
But the barb
Frontier,
barrel
just
is
keep
through.
defending.
Everything
Just
cleans
keep
up.
defending.
You can see on
Frontier, just keep that. Yes!
This is all
No.
sewn up.
No.
Dragon is on
Frontier,
tower.
no.
Not gonna be enough.
Frontier!
Big space.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
The newcomer.
He did it!
Game.
He
number
did it!
1.
Chat. That is how you pressure a golden player perfectly. Oh my god.
Wow, impressive.
Frontier!
Guard.
He's locked!
With a little thumbs up at the end of the match there as well.
Chat, that is how you pressure a golden player. He takes the tower, puts the golem on 60% health, poisons the Skelly Drags, barbs the mini P.E.K.K.A. Everything was perfect.
Really good here.
So Juicy, talk to me about what went wrong there for Vtor when you're talking about golden
Perfect
up in
pressure.
the back. Knowing, I mean, it was very clear. I said it on broadcast. He ate all that damage, and he's just trying to gain elixir there. And then his opponent sees, all right, you want to go him up in the back this early on. I'm gonna
See, bro, the thing is, I don't know what Juice is going to say. Juice is obviously better than me. But, like, the thing is, he ate wall breakers to Golem, which is only 2 elixir. Like, Frontier was not really down that much elixir. So as soon as he Golem, Frontier just went Royal Ghost, minor minions. It did 40% damage to the Golem, and Vtor didn't even have that big of a push, and he lost his entire tower.
Like those wall breakers at the very end in order to kite back and stall for time. That was one of the biggest moments in that match.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the idea that
Frontier,
you're going to
the
use that tower no
underdog.
matter what, then you go into a 2-tower
He's
game
so
with
locked.
Golem. Still
That's
not
their
sewn
first
up
time
and done.
ever
Still not
playing.
gonna
That
be
is
100%
crazy,
take it, but
chat.
Exactly what you're
Literally
talking about. Being able
crazy.
to get those units behind, being able to kite things
Frontier
away,
has
just
only
not
ever
really having
played
the
on
Princess
China
power to help.
servers.
All those
If
things
he
being put
wins,
together,
this would be
really,
insane.
really
Like, if
nice
he wins
stuff
the
there by
tourney.
Frontier Guard, and then you wonder with Vtor, maybe the nerves, maybe just not knowing the matchup as well. I really
Cinema.
like that call.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic match. Once again, anything can happen. Vtor's still in it. This is Duel's best of 3s. But, I mean, once again, the momentum. Clash Royale's
Yes.
a game of momentum. Frontier Guard really has a lot of different options now. And, you know, Vtor, he's kind of in a corner. He's going to have to make some really precise plays.
Yeah, and you talk about those.
Bro,
nerves, right?
Frontier
Vtor
is
coming
so
out, you
good.
see that
Oh my
graphic
God,
with
that was
5
clean.
finals appearances.
That was really
You know,
good pressure.
It's got to be a weight off of Frontier's chest. He's also here saying, look, I'm here. I got here. I'm 3-0 in my finals. I'm going to take game number 1 here at CRL World Finals. The crowd loves it, and now it's all about Vtor bouncing back.
Yeah, now the question is, what do you do to bounce
Who do y'all
back?
got
You know,
game 2,
Vtor,
chat?
He's very comfortable with a lot of different things.
Yes.
I was just kind of looking at the deck pools for both of these players. They're just so versatile. But the question is, like, what do you do when you are just a step away from going to lower bracket?
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things where I was talking
Wait,
to
so
some of the
if
coaches, some of the
Frontier
players,
wins
they
this,
were
he
saying
would
we
play
push it
Ian,
to
right?
if
Yeah.
He just goes comfort. Now, I don't
Right.
know if this
Ian,
golem deck
yeah.
is necessarily comfort for
True.
him. So maybe here in game number 2, which is coming your way right now, we'll see Vtor go a little bit comfort to even things up.
All right, Frontier, let's see this, bro.
Both players focus.
He doesn't even have Pass Royale.
Less nervous. He's starting.
He
out.
didn't even buy the pass.
Fedor
What?
The minor. Frontier.
He's
the Hunter Evo.
Yeah, most likely.
Bro,
World Giant,
I've never even
Frontier,
seen that.
other
A
places.
pro without Pass Royale?
Beat down decks, and then Vtor just going straight up control.
RG.
Frontier maybe running what we saw Eigor run earlier in game 2.
Mighty Miner in the back.
RG versus... this is a horrible
it's
matchup.
fairly even, but the Tesla is definitely going to be helpful versus these monks.
I think Vtor has matchup, dude. He has Mighty Miner and Tesla. And guards!
Talking about that 3-card cycle not really existing anymore in Clash Royale. The ability to get another Tesla.
Bro, the Mighty Miner is going to cook
Frontier. So you have to think of other ways to defend, other ways to think about.
He does have an E-Spirit, which is good.
Or, like I've seen you do many times on stream, just get that Tesla out early, cycle back to it.
Big pressure at the bridge.
Nice E-Spirit. No!
Double connection.
No!
Don't log in.
Frontier.
Crazy. Big connection. Vtor's feeling good, and this is what you were talking about. I think this is Vtor's comfort, right? You know, you play some cycle, got some extra control with the guards and the Ice Wiz. Now, after seeing the Ice Wiz, I definitely feel like this is a very solid matchup for Vtor. It's really hard for Frontier guard to break through. He almost needs a pre-log plus pre-E-Spirit to deal with the guards.
Yeah, we talk
this
about
is a terrible matchup, by the way.
A lot of times, the heavier deck gets, the harder it is to out.
Guards, Mighty Miner, Log, Tesla, all for RG. The Log is so good against the RG, too.
As we saw Sandbox try to do earlier with the
it always denies that extra hit.
The E-Spirit to jump. But when you're talking about like what we saw in game number 1, it's really just put the golem down, put stuff behind it. Vtor has the ability
Vtor's counting his cycle
to diversify his attacks.
See how he's like mouthing out? He's like counting what his hand
damage,
is.
Get poison damage. I like what he does here in game 2. Play at my pace.
Frontier guard with the Royal Giant Monk at the bridge. Monk ability is to flank the Ice Wiz a bit, but the Ice Wiz is still slowing everything down. And that is the power of the Ice Wiz versus the RG's pushes.
Great wall breakers there to stop the Fish Boy from pulling in. 20-45, 28-35, 45 seconds remaining here in regulation.
Okay, another Monk. So I'm just kind of thinking like,
maybe RG the bridge?
What do I do in order to win this game? I think that, you know, you need a double RG push.
I was just going to say, do you go RG in the back?
Right. Yeah, maybe. The other thing, you know, you talked about the Mighty Miner change, the 3-card cycle change. The other thing that really makes a difference there is the fact that you can get multiple Mighty Miners on
this is a fucking horrible matchup.
Just continue to connect.
Yeah, another big connection.
This is a
there.
terrible
Mighty
matchup.
Miner, great way to deal with these RG pushes. Monk, obviously a bit of a frustrating card to run into when you're playing the Mighty Miner. Now we see Frontier go Evo Hunter in the back opposite lane. Vtor goes, I don't want to deal with that. Poison it off the board.
And here we go. Roll Giant in the back. He's going to use his Fisherman in the middle here to pull the Ice Wiz and also try to pull the Mighty Miners as well. And he's going to try and get multiple Royal Giants to the board to break through.
That Fish is going to yank. Nice guards.
Handle this pressure.
And maybe a poison.
He has to get the RG.
It's all those support troops. That Evo RG.
Wow. Vtor's defending perfectly.
Frontier opts to not get another RG down.
Yeah, no extra RG and just letting it get melted by the Mighty Miner is wild. You definitely, another big thing about this matchup is just
how is he gonna
complete in a way that you can get your Fisherman to lock on the Mighty.
RG in front of some guards, Juicy. What's
Wait,
the
that's
thought
not
there?
that's
you
not that bad.
Try to surround the Mighty Miner or something?
I think he was just trying to take out his opposing guards, but it doesn't work. And now another big counter push from Vtor.
High Miner. High Miner catch.
How did that miss?
Connection.
How did that miss?
27-53. Vtor firmly in the driver's seat.
And we're heading into triple elixir overtime. We have not seen the last spell from Frontier Guard. I'm assuming it's going to be a lightning. I feel like if it was a fireball, he would have played in the Ice Wiz by now.
Oh, he pre-logged!
The guards come down. Will the wall breakers connect?
Wow.
No.
Guard so strong.
Wait,
so
that Mighty.
Strong. One of my favorite cards.
He got
the with the Mighty Miner. So now the RG.
Wait, RG the left.
The Tesla to
oh my God!
Middle. No.
Hold up.
He saves it to get the Tesla opposite.
Yank that! Yank that!
Patience by Vtor.
Bro, Vtor's defense is so perfect.
A fireball comes through in the Ice Wiz, so it was fireball after all. This might be the first damage for guard this
Frontier!
With 25
Frontier!
left.
Oh my God!
It is the lock.
Frontier!
No.
Oh my God!
How
did the wall breaker hit?
18 seconds. We're going to game number 3.
How did the wall breaker hit? Log.
One last
fireball
push.
the Tesla.
It's
fireball the Tesla.
Game 3 for sure. The Tesla's just cleaning up everything. The Mighty Miner's there once again. Wall breakers.
That matchup was absolute dog shit for Frontier.
And ladies and gentlemen, game number 3. Let's get it, Andrew.
Absolutely. You can see
Dude, the Mighty Miner rolls the RG. The Tesla rolls the RG. He has guards to block all of the Fishermans at the bridge. He can just guards the bridge over and over and over again. And then if things ever get dicey, he just logs it all back.
I mean, that is what we love to see from Vtor.
Terrible matchup. Like, horrible.
On my event.
Back-to-back game 3s.
It's not just about the mind games. It's not just about getting matchups. you know, come on stage and use the deck that
All right, chat, before game 3, I'm going to go piss. I'll be back in 39 seconds.
played well with, and both players did that in game
Come on,
one,
Frontier!
game number 2 with Eigor and Vtor respectively. And now the question is, like, I'm just thinking, what are they going to be playing game 3? It's so tough.
It's so hard. Being an analyst or a coach
Yeah,
now in
exactly.
2025 with Evolutions is absolutely insane. The amount of cards that we have in the game. I love that Vtor never overextended himself. He just got damage where and when he could, and it actually ended up being a great amount of damage so that he had some breathing room late game. We saw that RG break through. That RG did way more damage than I think Vtor was anticipating, but because of the work that he had done earlier, it was still really not that close.
Yeah, the defense was insane, and like you said, the wall breaker connections. I thought there was a chance for guard. Looking at the deck here, you know, technically there's a chance, right? You have the E-Spirit log to deal with guards. You have the Fireball for the Ice Waves. I kind of like how he saved the Fireball to the very end to make his opponent think it's maybe Lightning and get that breakthrough. But Vtor was able just to hold on to the very last second with all of his Tesla, the ice was slow, etc.
Yeah, Vtor did a great job of covering all of his bases so that Frontier could not do that overwhelming push. You know, like I said, he had some great patience to recognize where Frontier was going to pour things on. Frontier kind of like felt things out a little bit. We saw that Evo Hunter cycled in the back on the right side, maybe seeing if Vtor would bite on it or not. We got the poison down early, so then Frontier focuses back on the left-hand lane. As you said, still holding that Fireball for a long time. I don't know if it could have came out earlier just because of how well Vtor was playing passively. So it's just one of those things. Both these guys, it was kind of like, will they, won't they, when will it happen? And Vtor was able to stay out on top.
Yeah, I think the other thing that I really liked in that match was just the fact that Vtor was able to bounce back.
Yeah.
Like after losing first game, you know, like mentally that is just so draining. But once again, that is where 5-time World Finalist experience really just
Chat, I'm back.
to shine.
Chat, I'm back.
You down a game, it's like, I've been in this situation before.
Who do y'all got game 3?
And
Frontier or Vtor? Who do y'all got?
I really want to see Vtor go to what we're just talking about.
Who do you
I wanna see
got?
him play comfort. I want to see him play control because from what we heard from the coaches, what we just saw there in game number 2, if he just slows things down and makes him play
Vtor?
at his pace, if he makes Frontier play at his pace,
Frontier?
he should be the one to come out on top.
Right. Yeah. The other
Ladies
thing is,
and gentlemen,
Royal
let's go.
Giant, I've seen Frontier Guard play
Dude,
a bit of
why
Royal
did
Giant,
chat?
but overall, Royal Giant.
Why is Royal Giant just like inescapable, bro? It just gets played every game.
It's really tough to play on stage unless you're a Mugi, a Pedro, for example. But you know, another thing about Frontier Guard's, you know, comfort, it's log bait, right? The problem with log bait is that it's very counterable.
Yes.
But I don't know, maybe he's just that good.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we saw Riley do it last year, right?
Right,
New
yeah.
Logbait was coming. Logbait was a bit stronger last year probably than it is right now, although there are new versions of Logbait that are getting more.
I need to order
popular
food, but I don't know
every
what to
single day.
order,
We're seeing more
dude.
Rascals, we're seeing Bush come out, we're seeing the double small guys, whether it's Princess and Dark Goblin, what have you.
Chili's!
Ghost is in a lot of them, so it would be interesting to
Oh
see
my God, I know what I'm gonna get.
I would love to see Vtor even play something like RG, where he's talking. He does know how to sequence that way. He does know how to play
Give
that.
me
patient,
8
pick apart
boneless
defense
wings.
and break through. Here we go. Game
And
number
then
3 coming your way. Vtor takes game 2 after Frontier does a dominant game.
Personal
number 1
pan pizza
CRL debut.
from the kids menu.
Love the graphics
Yes!
here. Once again,
Pepperoni
guys,
dough.
this is duels formatting best of 3s. Any card that's played previously cannot be played in this match. Can a card in the back
Nice,
from Guard
okay.
and a Furnace Evo from Vtor. Let's watch as these decks unfold to see what these.
All right, is it gonna be another Royal Giant? Oh, mortar!
We see
Mortar
a
bait.
lot of mortar. So Frontier Guard might have stolen my heart here, and our first
Gang on
boss
the
ban
side.
of the competition.
Yeah, this is an interesting boss bane bridge spam variation, I assume, but he has arrows as well.
Wait,
maybe expect
bad ability. Hold on.
to come out from Guard, and why? Well, it is.
Wait,
not
Vtor
completely-
already lost.
No, these. Wow,
Vtor
skeleton
lost.
Ability.
Oh wow.
Wait,
this is a lot of pressure.
Vtor
Yeah,
lost
it's a lot of
already.
pressure, a lot on the board.
That was a horrible
And Vtor
ability.
doesn't really have a way to take care of it.
Oh my
He's got
God.
the Spirit Empress up high.
Frontier!
Dark Goblin should make
Frontier
a lot of
already
There's
won!
going to be a lot of
Oh my God! Why were the
Vtor's
casters
very
so
fortunate He
delayed?
got that second shot in from the Empress.
That vine spell was amazing. It's really going to stop most of everything, and then a snowball comes out as
Frontier's up 900. Why was the caster so delayed? That was a bad ability.
activated by the Skeleton King ability. This Bridge Spam deck, is fairly solid, but the fact that he has 3 spells,
Frontier's up 900. Chat, we might have an upset.
Gives him a decent chance.
First upset of the event.
Yeah, the fact that he can get on top of that Dart Goblin with 2 different spells is real, and they're both even trades. That's going to be something that's frustrating for Frontier Guard. You got that Evo Snowball.
His favorite card is the Berserker.
The best when you're going up against Mortar, when you're going up against Cannon Cart, and obviously you can get
Are
that
we
Goblin
dead
Gang down
serious?
first, and then the Skeleton King down second. That's always going to be a great way to clean up those big pushes.
Boss spin in the back. Does very well versus...
Nice Skeleton King to
Card, but
block.
Not very well versus Skeleton
Gang?
King.
Nice. I knew he
And
would
the
gang because of the boss bandit.
Wow. And the Skeleton
Good ability. Oh my God.
Maybe
Frontier's
3 spells
working
isn't
him.
enough for all of this spam.
Yeah, we'll see how much the Furnace can do against the Skeleton King as time goes on. Spirit Empress.
That's another Mortar
Could
Connect.
be a bit of an X factor
Wait,
here.
that's
Lightning
another
comes down,
Mortar
though.
Connect.
That's a bit tough.
Oh no,
We see
oh no,
this.
it wasn't, it wasn't.
Yeah, right in.
Oh no, Frontier,
Finds
Frontier, you
well.
have to defend.
And big
Frontier!
connection with the Ram Rider. Snowball a little bit late. What does
Yes,
speed
Evo
up the counter
Snow.
push.
Vtor has
Skeleton
Evo
Belt in.
Snow.
What does Vtor have? There's the
And
Furnace.
this is a great cleanup here. Evo Furnace, those Fire Spirits going to hop.
Dude, Evo
Arrows have
Furnace
to come
versus
down.
Evo Scouty Barrel
But
is
now
so
Frontier Guard
satisfying.
needs to think about the way Vtor put that push together. And how
Lightning,
he
lightning,
sequenced
lightning,
those
lightning,
spells.
Frontier, lightning, lightning.
Does he drop a mortar? He
What?
does drop the
You have
Evo
to.
mortar. It doesn't connect. It's a good way to bait out an Evo mortar for sure. Will the Cannon Card go down? No, it's alive for the counter push, and another lightning is probably going to drop down the Spirit.
He doesn't have a
Emperor.
single card
See
for
that
the air.
with the Goblin Gang. Going to go Evo Snowball, pull everything back across the bridge, just as you called it, Juice. Lightning comes down on that Spirit Empress, 1078.
Bad
Boss
ability.
Bandit
Why
can
does he keep
clean things
ability?
up. Goblins as well. Cannon Cart's still pretty healthy.
Well, I guess to
But a
keep
Ram
it.
Rider.
Pretty good push here now.
Oh no.
Arrows clean up.
Good
But
arrows,
what
Frontier.
it's It
That's
connects
huge.
the mortar. Will we see a Vine Spell drop?
We need
There
to
it
see
is.
it. There's the Vines right on top of Dark
No.
Goblin. Does it charge?
It didn't.
God.
Oh my god. Oh my
It
god.
doesn't connect.
90 seconds
Frontier
remain.
is so
10
locked in. Oh my god.
Setting up opposite lane.
Come
push.
on, Frontier,
Trying
you're
to
the
make something
goat.
happen here in the final 90 seconds.
Big
Holy
boost.
pressure.
Arrows drops, but now the Skelly King ability
Perfect
is
time
full and ready to
arrows.
go.
Bandit doesn't dash.
Arrows onto the gang in the tower. Bossman is getting annihilated by the skeleton.
Did he just eat the furnace? Nah, he's
70
gonna
seconds remain here. Vtor down by an arm and a leg. 985, 2095. Firmly in control as Frontier Guard. Staying on offense. I really, really like
Holy
that.
crap, he got a mortar
To
connect.
stop that
He just
Ram
needs
Rider
2 more
without using
lightnings
that
and an
mortar.
arrows.
Arrows drop down as well.
He
Evo
needs 2
Snowball
lightnings
is
and
in
an arrows.
cycle. Maybe that's the one thing that could
He has to
give
wait
him a
for
chance
value
to break
lightnings.
through, but Frontier Guard is firmly in the lead right now.
And Frontier Guard cycling, you know that mortar's going to be available. There it is.
Holy
Early cycled
upset.
Evo mortar. That's great against the boss.
Lighting the
bandit,
boss
too.
bandit and the Spirit Empress. Take no
There you go.
chances.
See, Goblin comes down.
He dodged.
dash to that Goblin.
He
instead of
dodged the
Skeleton.
lightning with the boss bandit. That was so disgusting.
Vine spell is strong, but the cannon card is distracting.
Dude.
The gang is there. The arrows are late, and now the Evo skeleton barrel. Snowball drops and everything. Only 25 seconds left. Frontier Guard is firmly in the lead.
And maybe the biggest
The mortar!
upset
The
day
mortar!
one is about to happen here. Our 5-time world finalist being sent
Holy
down the world
upset.
bracket. 1888, 1850 to 719. You can see Frontier just sending that barrel opposite lane. It should be all sewn up.
Frontier!
There it is. The newcomer takes set.
He just beat a 5-time world champion. Or no, 5-time world finalist.
Perfect gameplay. The
Yeah.
lightning, especially at the
A
end.
5-time world finalist in his first event, and he's never even played anyone from this tournament before.
This man looks like he might be a 5-time world finalist.
That was absolutely impressive by Frontier, playing all different styles, coming out showing.
Well,
that he
chat, there you go. I already sold your guys' channel points.
In game number 1, game number 2, Vtor goes, all right, I can control the pace here. And then in game number 3, it was a one-way street.
Oh, he's doing an
Entire time.
interview.
Yeah, that is the thing about trying to overcompensate
the
and
king?
prepare for a deck specifically. Like, those 3 spells, they're strong against these bait decks, but it doesn't do very well synergy-wise.
All right, Josh, let's go down to the stage and see what the rookie has to say.
Interview.
Okay, it's hey, everybody, give it up! Come on, yeah!
Chat, this guy's so nice.
Impressive! Look, it's your first World Finals event ever. How were you able to handle the pressure?
就是你第一次打世界总决赛，你是怎么专注比赛，然后顶住这个压力的？
保持冷静就行了。
So I'll just stay calm
Yeah.
for the whole time.
Yo, whole time, yeah.
Stay calm.
Never a problem. Okay, I saw you smile and nod your head at the end of game 1. Is it fair to say that you might be having fun?
就是我们观察到，就是你第一局比赛之后，你赢的时候你笑了一下，然后点了点头，是不是我们可以说就是你非常在享受这个比赛？
对，我非常享受这个比赛啊，在国内我也会这样。国内的比赛。
就是这个比赛。
哦，这个比赛，因为之前也在比赛里赢了，我就会笑。享受这个比赛。
Okay, so yeah, I enjoy the game a lot, and even back in the China like championships, I usually smile when I win. Like so yeah.
Okay, hey, one more time. Congratulations. What a
holy upset.
Casters, take it away.
Holy underdog.
I mean, that's what it's all about, playing the game you love in front of a crowd like this, putting more money in the bank, taking down a 5-time world finalist. Frontier Guard comes out and blows us all
Who's next,
away.
chat?
Juicy,
Mugi?
what was so impressive to you about the way he played that set?
I think it's Mugi, right?
I think that the biggest thing for me was the fact that, like you said with the Mortar matchup, he just kept applying pressure.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, when I get really nervous, I play too defensive.
Yes.
But he just continued to play his game, you know, like any other match. I'm going to keep pressuring the bridge on both lanes. And more than anything, looking at the deck here, when he was up a lot of HP, he decided, you know what? I'm going to lay off at the last second, the perfect moment, and play defensive Mortar.
Yes.
And if you look at all the spells in Vtor's deck, yes, it's good versus bait, but that Mortar there's no way to take it out on his side of the map.
That is such a good point. When you talk about having to break through, there was no way to make that Evo snowball impactful.
Right.
You can't take care of the cannon card off of its wheels. You can't deal with the Mortar there. You obviously have the Skeleton King as well.
Yeah, he had no
big
snowball
tank
value
on the ground to kind of clog up the lane with its density, with its body. The lightning coming out for the Spirit Empress, and that early Mortar connection
Dang, bro,
was
so
just great. Frontier has shown that he is not scared to bring it to you and punch you in the mouth. We saw that in game number 1.
What?
You're going to go him up in the back. I'm going to put everything I have at the bridge. Take
Chat, why are you guys doing that?
Such great macro understanding of the matchup throughout that set. So here we go. We've gone to best of 3 twice. We see Mohamed Light versus Sandbox. Now Sub versus Frontier Guard. We're going to another great match between Adriel and Mugi.
Man,
because of his
that
pose?
is going to be a really fun match. I mean, what an insane
Chat,
lineup.
Adriel versus Mugi, who do you got?
A little bit, what am I saying? He has a lot of experience.
Adriel versus Mugi.
He has a lot of experience in Clash Royale League World Finals. They're both...
Chat, Mugi is the only 2-time world champion besides Mo Light.
You know, off stage of like who would win this match is very close. I don't know.
Holy
I feel like
cinema.
it's really going to come down to who can work with their coach the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Coaching is so very important. Obviously, both these guys have great coaches behind them, and both of them are very good
Holy
at their pressure
cinema.
on stage. We've seen that many, many times before. But before we get into that, let's go back and take a look at what made Frontier Guard have the best debut you can possibly have at CRL World Finals.
Dude, the first game was cinema, I'm not gonna lie. He like instantly took his tower and then just defended for the last minute. He played good in game 2. He had a terrible matchup, and it was pretty close. And then game 3, he just won. What a goat, dude. Chat, look at him, he's smiling.
What's up guys, Juicy here. Today we have Adriel with me. In 2024, you took a little bit of a break. What has changed for you since then? And like what didn't work for you then, but is working for you now?
Más práctica me faltó en el 2024, que este año sí la tuve y por eso estoy aquí.
Is there any competitors that you're most excited to play against? Is there any rivalries out there that we should know about?
Realmente no tengo ninguna rivalidad, todos son mis amigos. Te diría que Mohamed, pero sí.
So when you won the GKR Golden Ticket, you hadn't lost a single game the entire tournament, but then you lost a set. What did it take for you to mentally reset so that you could win back-to-back best of fives versus Pedro?
Realmente cuando perdí ese set no me sentí tan mal mentalmente. Yo tengo una mentalidad fuerte. Simplemente seguí jugando el mejor nivel de mí y gané.
Do you think that you were born with that strong-mindedness, or do you think that you had to train in order to have that mental fortitude?
Cuando era chico me enojaba más que cuando me enojo ahora, so diría que lo he practicado durante el tiempo y he mejorado esa parte.
I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of fans watching this weekend. Do you want to say anything to your supporters?
What?
Muchas gracias por el apoyo. Daré lo mejor de mí.
All right, Chad, who do y'all got?
Introducing first, defending the
Who do y'all
blue
got?
tower. He is a golden ticket winner, making his second appearance here at World Finals. Put your hands together for Adriel!
Chad, is Adriel from Dominican Republic or no? Chad, is that where he's from? Yes.
And his opponent on the red side, one of the most popular players in Clash Royale history, making his 5th World Finals appearance. He is a 2-time Clash Royale League World Champion, Mugi!
Here's Aura, chat. This is Aura. Only other 2-time world champ beside Mo. From Japan. Chat, Mugi is
Look,
so good.
If there was ever a match to be able to follow what
This
we
is a
just
comp
saw,
game.
It's going to be these two guys. I'm telling you,
Well
I spent 20 minutes working on my predictions, trying to figure out, do I want Adriel, do I want Mugi? And then eventually I flipped a coin. I felt so good about that.
Yeah. I mean, you said it
I'm
perfectly.
going with Mugi, bro.
I agree. I mean, this match is a powerhouse matchup for sure.
This is a comp game. It's probably the
Adriel is
best
very
game yet.
confident. You saw him walking up, to the event today, and he's just stone cold. I mean, same thing
I'm going
as in the
with
interview
Mugi, bro.
that we just saw. Like, I have a strong mindset. I was born with this. Like, he's got that X factor in him.
Man, I really wish I had that myself. I mean,
Right.
it is
Yeah, me
so
too.
impressive how he's able to do it. And then obviously, we could talk about Mugi all day. 2-time world champion. He's always here. I mean, both of these players are just so incredible, and I cannot wait to see what
Chat, Mugi won in 2021 and 2023, right?
for either of these players.
Right. Yeah, I mean, talking about
Right,
Mugi
chat?
also, obviously he's a 2-time world champ. On stage, he does it better than anyone.
Yes.
We talk about the fact that he has not only talent, I mean, like, he's just overwhelming talent, actually. Like, he really doesn't even need to practice, I feel like. He just shows up, and he's like, oh, I got #1 in the world in 2024. Like, insane.
Yeah, it's just that easy. Also, I do
2023.
want to, how do you plan on using your money if you win this World Finals? He said buying things that I like. I saw a couple people saying, oh, buy a house. Who cares about buying a house? I want to buy things that I like. I got to say, I love that. And there we go. We do see the monthly final track record. And yeah, I mean, these two players, it really, when you look at the bracket, you have to think that both of these players were really upset when they saw that their opponent was who their opponent is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they talked about it earlier, but it's like this World Finals is definitely stacked. I mean, thinking about this matchup once again, we have Mugi, one of the best Royal Giant players, very talented, very versatile. Adriel, on the other hand, like, he just works really well with his coach, Jeebus, and he's like, he's the guy that you do not want to play against if he's got a good matchup. Because he either has one card in his deck that has an advantage, he will
Chat,
abuse
in,
that card to the...
In 2023, I think Adriel knocked Mo out, I think.
These players are, and I do want to take a look at the predictions right now, because, oh boy, who will win the match?
62% on
Mugi at
Mugi.
62%, Adriel at 38%. and I guess that feels fair. I don't really know what I'm supposed to say in this moment. And, you know, let's take a look at these caster predictions. It could be 50-50. It could be 4-0. Actually, I don't even know who I put. I put Adriel. I landed on Adriel.
And let's see what I got. Adriel.
No
well,
way.
Okay. You got, okay, and then Adriel. Okay. Oh, wait, Andrew went Mugi. I thought we all picked Adriel. Okay, of course Andrew picked Mugi.
Why would they bet against Mugi?
Which, you know, I don't know how I feel about this. You know, we're kind of contradicting the community predictions, but once again, I just feel like Adriel's been putting up a little bit more games in practice than Mugi has.
Yeah, and when it's that close, you have to find a reason.
Yeah, but
to pick
Mugi just has
and
aura,
when it comes
bro.
To I mean,
he's a two-time world champ, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
by the way, chat, I'm not gooning when my arm is shaking like this because I know dumbasses are typing that. Chat, I'm pattering my foot. It's because Mugi's washed. Chat, but how would Mugi be washed?
Kind of develops.
Yes.
And
Chat, he qualified for Worlds. He can't be washed. 12 people qualified for this. It's not even possible to be washed if he didn't qualify.
We see that really happening right in this tournament. You know, the decks are like been pretty versatile, and there isn't really.
Chat, there's literally 12 people that qualified for this.
Any others?
Yeah, it feels like it's pretty consistent with the 20-win challenge, but over the course of the weekend, we are. I mean, assuredly, we are going to see
chat.
some new
Mugi versus Adriel
underway, and here we go. Game number 1, Mugi and Adriel.
Evo Ghost in the back with the suspicious bush. Dash from Adriel on the Golden Knight. Looking like at the top, just 1.9 Hyperbait Evo Ghost cycle. Adriel with a nice tornado.
Missed!
The Ghost stays locked on tower. This is a big connection for Mugi.
Oh my god, Adriel's already nervous.
Ghost gets caught on top.
Already nervous.
A huge interaction mistake. Now he's going to have to take the entire
already down so much
to the face, and now he's still not defending. His left tower is at 1816, right tower at 1878. A massive,
Adriel's using Royal Hogs.
Start for Mugi.
This is a very common idea versus this deck, though.
Piggies.
Hyperbait cycle to basically, you know, pick your battles. You have to take some damage. You're going to take some damage, and being able to stay in the elixir advantage, especially with this very expensive deck that Adriel has, is important.
Right there, Zappy cycled in the back left by Adriel. Should be able to clean up this bush pretty well, but I'm thinking the right one is going to get a shot. No, instead locks onto the
telling you, bro, Mugi's going to win, chat, I'm telling you.
Ghost actually does a pretty good job. A little bit of an Evo Breaker connection, but what I'm really thinking right now is like, what is Adriel's last card? I assume it's a Goblin Drill. And if that is the case, I think there is chances for a comeback here with a big giant skeleton push.
Bro,
yeah,
holy
you have
pressure.
To assume, okay, and that's what's going to make sense. I was thinking that it was going to be Goblin Drill plus Magic
holy
Archer.
Pressure.
But Magic Archer, it's always going to be able to cycle so easily, so it makes sense that we're seeing Exy. Last card should indeed be Drill.
Oh, he's using Drill.
All right, the dust settles for a moment. We're heading into double elixir time. Adriel's up a little bit of elixir. Let's see what he decides to do with that. There it is, Giant Skelly in the back.
So Adriel going to try and defend.
Bro, Mugi's deck is so good.
Mugi going to cycle
his deck is actually insane.
Evo
you can just
on
pressure
defense,
for like
does
the
a great
cheapest
job. This is
elixir
what Evo
cost.
Ghost is meant for. You get in cycle, you make an attack.
Wait,
you
that
try to
Golden
push
Knight's
up the
gonna
lane,
change.
Use that Ghost to provide a dual lane pressure after defending. But Mugi's doing actually a really good job. You know, the ghouls do take out the Dark Op, though. The Evo Breaker's on defense. Pressure.
And
Mugi just
Mugi's
lost.
down to almost 0 elixir. The Royal Ghost is going to come down, and it's going to be the Evo as well. And now this Drill, what looked like an offensive push for Adriel, is now becoming just an offensive push for Mugi. The bomb is going to explode, and that is a Ghost not going to get a shot. So just perfect defense.
How did
by
he
Mugi.
defend?
Adriel's locked in too, though. Golden Knight on the board. The dash really cleans up the left lane.
How did he defend?
And now, once again, the dust is kind of settling.
God.
Adriel really needs to make another one of those big pushes and make something happen.
Yeah, so what are we thinking? Are we thinking that he's going to have to wait till triple elixir, or is he supposed to? I mean, he's clearly not supposed to be cycling drills. We should only be seeing 3 drills max in this game.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. You need to make the big push and use the
needs
drill
to get a
just
crazy
supplement
Golden
that
Knight
big
chain.
push. Nice bar drill to defend. And this is looking like one of those pushes that we're talking about. Giant Skelly, Evo Executioner, and the drill inbound. I wonder if we'll see a Golden Knight as well.
Oh my god.
Right
oh!
Really nice NATO. The XC.
The tornado! Oh my god!
Just one.
How is Mugi defending?
1/10 of a
How is
centimeter.
Mugi defending?
You know, I'm not very good with the metric system. We have been talking about that this weekend. And yeah, I mean, just so close. And that's a giant skeleton on top of
And the Evo goes on the left lane. Golden Knight connects. Big damage.
303, 142. Mugi doesn't have an answer. Adriel takes it.
Boom.
I might have been wrong.
Oh my goodness.
What?
And that's what we're talking about.
Fuck?
You know, you're taking some damage, you're fighting, you're choosing your battles, and you make the
Okay, Adriel legitimately played that perfect. If I had that matchup and I was Adriel, I would have threw my phone away.
Then the giant skeleton just barely connecting the end. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Mugi was doing an incredible job of not allowing the big push from Adriel. He couldn't have the NATO plus the Golden Knight plus
Dude,
the drill
chat.
plus the giant skeleton. It
What
just felt
the
like
fuck
he
was
one step
Adriel's
ahead the entire
stat?
match. But all it takes is just one opportunity. Adriel finally gets the right push.
It's
The
because
Evo
you
executing
suck.
and work. And I mean, wow, I just. The brilliance of these players, because they're like 6 seconds in and it's like,
Chat, that was
this matchup,
ridiculous.
This is how I have to win it, and you know that's just what they're approaching.
Chat, I think there's after this, there's one more BO3, and then Mo plays Sandbox, and then Ian plays Frontier.
Got really precise defenses. He's trying to keep both of his towers around about half HP. I mean, looking at the stats here, you can see 1.88.
Oh my god.
1.8. Like, this is a real Clash Royale League deck, a super quick cycle deck.
Did you get a 20 win with this?
20-0.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, baby.
Wow. okay. And yeah, here are the decks. 1.88. I cannot believe it's that cheap. I mean, it
Dude,
really is
look
an
at that
incredible
deck,
It
chat.
does well against a lot because you have so many
Look
different
at
ways to
that
defend.
deck.
And the Dark Goblin is always the MVP, but Adriel,
You have like
I mean,
4 different
just
ways to get
perfection
pressure.
throughout.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
yeah.
Mugi, I kind of want to
Is that
copy
something you
Mugi's
expected
deck.
from Mugi to see hyper bait
That's
game number
insane.
I really didn't expect it, but it seems like Adriel did. You know, we talked about it
He has
earlier.
3 one-elixir
Adriel,
cards.
he's really good when he has a good matchup advantage, and he works with his coach in order to get that slight advantage. Here, with this deck, it's about the Barbarian Barrel, it's about the Tornado for the King activation, but once again, the Evo Ghost from Adriel was perfect. Literally, he waited to make that push until he has the Evo Ghost in cycle. Then he goes Giant Scaling the back, any pressure other lane just makes that Evo Ghost so much of a threat.
Yeah, and the Evo Ghost putting in absolute work. I mean, are we thinking it's probably going to be the card of the tournament so far?
Yeah.
I mean, it really does feel like it's by far the best card in the game. It's just so easy to cycle through. It always gets that elixir advantage. I really expect to see it in both of these players and every single player's.
I'm surprised they didn't last minute nerf it before the
Yeah, I
tournament.
mean, look at this first match. Both players just run it, and I mean, I said that Mugi was good at abusing like the new cards, but it just seemed like, you know, even though both players brought the Evo Ghost,
I'm actually
you know,
really
Adriel had a
surprised
little
if
bit
they didn't nerf
extra
it.
ready and prepared
Chat.
for the rest of Mugi's deck there.
What would you guys nerf about the Evo Ghost?
Show bias, but I do want Mugi to win. I need this to be a 3-game
Like, what would y'all do to
set.
nerf it?
That needs to happen.
All right, Barbarian Barrel at the bridge from Mugi, Skeletons from Adriel.
Damage.
And a Furnace as well.
The clone damage?
Ooh.
Yeah, it feels like it does too
Interesting.
much
Maybe
damage.
Electro Giant from Mugi here.
You guys are right.
Yeah, every time you see
It feels
Mugi
like
run
it just
the
does
bar
way
barrel
too
and the
much
bowler,
fucking
you're
damage.
thinking it could be Loon Freeze. It probably isn't. It's probably the E-Giant, but it could be.
Mighty Miner.
Oh,
continuing
Mugi's
to push
using
forward.
E-Giant.
And it is looking like E-Giant. Adriel's side kind of just looks like Hog Earthquake. You know, Hog, it definitely took a backseat a little bit after the 3-card cycle change, but now it's kind of deciding to come a little bit more back in the meta here.
Yeah, Mugi going to be running E-Giant for sure. Last card's Lightning, NATO.
Good
and
E-Giant, because he
what's
knows
the
he's
other
not going to
card?
have a Tesla
It should
when
be
when the
Ghost.
E-Giant gets to the bridge.
But no
Oh my god,
Ghost.
Adriel's
Evo
pressuring.
Valkyrie taking the place of the Ghost here. Tornado does activate. Mighty Miner is still a threat.
Baby
Nah,
Dragon.
I think that...
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah, Baby Dragon
Wait.
Evo.
Oh my god.
Is definitely here. Lightning and Baby Dragon last cards. Mighty Miner building.
Oh my god.
It locks
Oh
on.
my god.
Mugi's low in elixir. It's a really solid amount of damage. Will this E-Giant get anything on the back end? It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, Adriel with a very strong push. And
Okay, so this is interesting because the Mighty Miner for Adriel does nothing against Mugi's E-Giant because the zap keeps resetting it. but he does have Tesla.
And so now it's not getting any offensive pressure as well. And right there, Goblin
So
Hut
he has to
not
basically
putting
use
in the
his
work
Mighty
that he
Miner
usually does.
offensively. If he uses it defensively, he'll probably just lose.
Gonna deal with the Baby Dragon pretty well.
The Mighty Miner's not going to do anything to beat
Matchup
E-Giant.
wise, you know, historically, Hog EQ has done very well versus E-Giant, but with this E-Giant variation with Bowler, Nado, Evo Valkyrie, and Goblet for the Hog, it's definitely not as
really
difficult
good
for
E-Giant
to win. But Adriel with such a solid lead definitely puts him in a spot where he can try to just defend for the rest of the match.
Oh my goodness, and the Furnace still locks onto the bowler the entire time. Unfortunately gets struck by the bowling at the last second. Otherwise it would have been able to stay alive, and the tower takes out the E-Giant perfectly, plus the Barb, and the Mighty Miner is going to come down just in time.
Baby Dragon the board. This
has
Baby
ability.
Dragon, mark my words, that is the card that will give Mugi a chance to come back. A lot of the time you see a very common sequence where you go Electro Giant in the back, Evo Baby Dragon, and while the Evo Baby Dragon's still on the board, you get to another Electro Giant and you speed it towards the tower to win the game.
Yeah, Mugi just waiting for that opportunity to happen. Adriel just cycling Furnaces, cycling Teslas. I mean, it really, once you get into overtime, it feels like he's never able to go on offense. It's just always defense, 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 and they should
Holy
be
lightning value, my God.
Lightning. And I don't know how that affects the matchup. I think it should make it a bit easier to defend.
Yeah, the Lightning is so much better than Earthquake here. Yes, Earthquake's good versus Goblin Hunt and for chipping.
Bro, if Adriel had
Earthquake, I just said,
he'd be
Evo Baby Dragon is the way, right? But then a Lightning immediately dropped onto it.
Oh, Mugi's gonna just
now,
try to...
Adriel's in a really solid spot. Although Mugi is chipping away throughout the match. All of a sudden, it's like very close. Or just a lightning margin between the players here.
Yeah, really, really good micro from Adriel. Putting the Ice Spirit down.
He might lightning this. Adriel might lightning this to stay in the damage lead.
It's going to stay alive
yeah,
long enough
that's
for
what
it to get value on top of this E-Gen as well. So just one tiny little micro play that you don't really think about, that's going to make this defense so easy.
Evo Furnace is getting cleaned up by the Barbarian Barrel, but the Skeletons are trying to protect. Evo Valkyrie now on the board. And we're heading to triple elixir overtime. High anti-lightning Tesla placement, but an E-Giant nonetheless.
Right there,
Dude.
lightning on defense by Adriel.
Oh my
this
God.
Baby Dragon is going to put in quite a bit
This is a
of
big
work.
push.
That Mighty Miner going to put in all the damage? No, gets the bowler to half.
See how he's Mighty Minering out of the E-Giant radius?
A lot of stacking. Tesla does end up taking the dragon.
Hold up!
35
Hold
seconds.
up!
There's the Evo Baby Dragon. Evo Tesla trying to lock onto the dragon, and he gets it. This Evo Baby Dragon getting taken off the map is imperative for Adriel's defense.
Yeah, and right here, Mugi just placing troops down.
Mugi has a huge push!
Lightning trying to go troops first and foremost. This is the Lightning. This is the push that he was looking for. 15 seconds left.
Oh my God.
Can he
The bowler! The bowler!
The Mighty Miner
Bowling! 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 Oh my God!
Goodness, all of a sudden, Adriel, the perfection through the
See,
first
bro,
4 minutes.
that's what I mean, bro. That's like the Mugi diff, bro. Like, that's just a 2-time world champ. He knows exactly what he has to do to win.
Into a game 3.
Wow. And that
Holy
is the
cinema.
That is why Mugi is a 2-time world champion. Unbelievable. Just loses half his tower at the beginning of the game. And completely.
You have to just find like the weird way to win and then attack it, bro.
Ships with lightning strikes.
That's what Mo does.
And despite Adriel's near perfect defense, he stacks enough troops up in order to get the breakthrough in the final seconds.
That was amazing,
the
bro.
greatest part about Mugi's gameplay is that you can have a one-trick watch Mugi play a deck that he knows how to play, and then they're going to be able to learn from his gameplay.
That was literally
Instead of going
amazing.
with the spells, he goes in with the bridge. He's so creative with everything. This is why we talk about his raw talent all the time.
Chat, every best of 3 has went to the 3rd game.
Of something crazy that nobody else has before.
Right.
And I mean, wow, 4-card cycle. He goes from a 1.88 average cost to 4.38.
That's the versatility.
That's the versatility that we've been talking about.
Looking at these decks, once again, Hog EQ versus E-Giant. I think E-Giant would have the matchup here. The Lightning does make it a little bit more difficult because the Evo Baby Dragon is not as much of a threat. But Adriel just got such a large damage advantage at the beginning. But once again, Mugi stays calm, gets lightnings on the Furnaces and the Teslas when he can, hitting the...
Dude, I think this is a really good matchup for Mugi. Because he just goes E-Giant. Adriel can't Mighty Miner. The Mighty Miner does nothing. Furnace and Tesla get lightninged.
That replay once again. I mean, and I can't say once again. I'm going to say 4, 6, 8, 20 times because I just don't know how it happened. I thought the entire time Adriel was going to be able to go away with it. It felt like he was doing everything right. The furnaces were played because
it was just
this
that one big
was
push.
going to be able to target this. I mean, it was supposed to be perfection. Wasn't the case, and now we're going to a game 3.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, the Tesla placements were well done. I mean, the whole time, like, I'm an E-Giant player, right?
Exactly. Take it away.
But I really never understood why Valkyrie makes sense in this deck. Usually it's a Golden Knight, a Dark Prince, an Evo Ghost. But now we understand. This Valkyrie is just so tanky. It allows for some splash damage. I think at the very end, you know, he tried to go for a skeleton surround the boulder in order to try to delay the attack. But the Valkyrie swings, takes out immediately as one of the best first attack speeds in the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, it took it off the board before we could really see.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if it was the skeletons. That's the only thing that really.
What is this guy wearing? Is that a barbarian hat?
Makes sense, but I couldn't believe that it was able to reach across and take those out. And I mean, wow.
It's like, it is truly beautiful. This is why I love World Finals.
Dude, there's literally nothing better. My favorite time of the year is just whatever date World Finals is.
I love it, man. And we're going to be hopping straight into game 3. Whoever wins this match continues in the upper bracket.
Scouty barrel to bridge.
Exciting stuff. Spear Empress from Adriel and a Evo Skeleton Barrel.
God, that's already a lot of damage.
Well.
So technically, we could be seeing a repeat of what we saw with, I believe it was Vtor and Frontier, but already looking a little bit different. So there is a mortar deck. Okay, so Ice Wizard as well.
Miner.
Lava
Curse
Curse
the
Zap.
Minions are going to clean up pretty well. Looks like Adriel's got like a Lava Miner deck, except Mugi has a lot of air defense, honestly. He's got the Ice Wiz, he's got the minions, he's most likely going to have arrows.
It's like Lava Curse
He did not
Zap.
use arrows previously, so yeah, arrows to clean up lava puffs as well. The big question is, like, what kind of spells is Adriel going to have with this Lava Miner deck in order to try to break through these defenses?
Yeah, I think I'd like to see. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about Lava. You know, if there's anybody that's going to be running it, I guess I want Adriel. It's clear that they have a plan. They know what they're supposed to do.
Bro, but if Adriel has
just
Curse,
scares
he
me
gets so much
in
value.
these kind of competitions.
Mortar is going to get one hit. Spear Empress continues to get value. And then the Flying Machine as well. These air units on Adriel's side of the map are getting quite a bit of value. But the cannon cart does lock as well.
Yeah, that's going to be 3 shots right there. Empress on top of the tower. Can it get 3 shots?
God, that's a lot of
Absolutely
damage.
Will. 2131.
Wait, Curse Zap, no?
Mugi, 2150. I mean, this is, all knotted up.
I knew he had Curse Zap.
Oh, the Goblin Curse comes out. You can hear.
Yeah.
Bro, I should be a caster. I called his deck like a minute ago.
Card was really strong a month or two ago.
Nah.
And after the
Adriel won, bro. Look at how much curse value he gets.
If there's any use for it, it's in this game versus the gang, versus the minions, and versus that Evo Skeleton.
Dude, he gets curse value versus the gang, the Scouty Barrel, the minions. The Skeleton King ability.
Finally, no, still not going to set up with the lava.
He gets curse value from like everything here.
He's clearly had a ton of practice. A lot of these pros, especially
Curse
in
Zap.
these like big competitions, you're not able to think as well as you usually would.
Stupid.
Okay, do I lava now? Do I lava then? When do I do it? He's decided that in this matchup, it's all about the defense. Wait until overtime. Wait until double elixir. I love that he has such a clear plan in mind.
Big counter push. Spear Empress staying for the miner. Flying Sheen plus Ground Empress in the left-hand lane. Trying to take the Ice Wiz and clean up the counter push. Here's the goes the gang. Does he go for Curse Zap? No. He goes for...
Oh my God.
Curse Zap.
Oh my God.
3 elixir, arrows come out. He gets the tower all the way down to 428. And
I said his deck from the... I mean, like, I called it from the jump.
A commanding lead.
This is unbelievable.
What just happened?
He's playing Lava Miner, and he has not played Lava on a single time. Instead, abusing the Spear Empress, abusing the Flying Machine. This is what I talk about. This is what Adriel does best. He finds the weaknesses in the matchup and then uses that to the perfection.
I mean, just beautiful work by Adriel. He's going to be able to clean up the mortar easily with the Flying Machine. Mortar does get a shot, but at this point, I mean, it's just, it's just a matter of time.
With the machine's off.
The machine won.
The machine
Adriel won, sorry.
And Adriel takes game 3. He takes the best of 3. It's over. Oh my God.
Dude, he's running Miner curse Zap and Mugi put a Goblin Gang on his own tower. That was a sell.
Dare I say this is why we clap?
Oh,
dare I say?
Somebody had to do it, right? So I'm glad it was you. I got to do it last time, you know?
Right. Wow. Impressive stuff.
Juicy, are we dead ass?
All around. I cannot wait to see what he has to say in this interview.
All right, I'm here with Adriel. Adriel,
I called his deck on the first 2 cards, bro.
With this Drill XE NATO deck with the giant skeleton facing Hyperbait against
Dude, I don't know why
Mugi,
Mugi ganged on top of his tower. That was risky, man.
Your feelings as you were going into those final seconds trying to play catch-up.
Bueno, en el primer game...
That was risky, boy.
Hyperbait deck. ¿Cómo te sentiste en esos momentos considerando tu mazo, llegando en la mitad del mapa y después al final?
En el momento que activé mi Torre del Rey, sabía que iba a ganar, solo tenía que esperar al por 2 de Lizzy.
Yeah, I just planned ahead, so we applied the strategy well.
Well, speaking of planning ahead, I sat in on practice with you and your coach, Jebas. I know that getting ready for deck picking here on the stage is something you drilled over and over and over again. And then in game number 3, we have the Miner deck.
Wow.
Assuming it was Lava, there's the last card. But the Zap Goblin Curse pick ended up winning the game for you. Talk to me about the deck picking as you got into game number 3.
Bueno, y hablando de preparación, estuviste preparando, estuvieron hablando con tu coach acerca de las preparaciones de tus mazos. Cuéntame sobre esta tercera partida, sobre el deck que estuviste preparando. Ya sabemos un poco lo que elegías de como tu carta final, pero por favor, ¿puedes contarnos un poco de la preparación?
Puse el Goblin Curse porque sabía que iba a jugar Bait, así que sí, por eso.
Of course, yeah, that was the last card. You said it right. But yeah, basically the preparation was on point, so I'm good.
Well, preparation good. First round done. One more time. Give it up for Adriel.
Wow. Lava.
So he did answer that interview question with probably about 20 words, but when it comes to showcasing charisma with 10 words or less, Adriel is at the top of the mountain. I've never seen somebody show so much charisma with so little to say.
That's actually really well said. I mean, I totally agree. I mean, he's very likable, and his gameplay really speaks for itself as well.
Dude, Curse Zap
and this is what
so
we're talking
good.
about, right? You know, Adriel, like Rich said, he's been working with his coach. One of my favorite things that I learned from Rich while he sat in on that practices is that Jebas was, you know, basically
Mugi's already in the losers bracket.
For Adriel's opponent in order to get.
Wait, can they show the bracket? I want to see.
On stage. Which
I
is
think
just
Mo
insane.
plays
I've never heard of a practice regimen
next,
quite like that.
next,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
after
clear
the
that
next
him and his
game.
coach, I mean,
I think Mo plays
it's
next.
clear that Jebas is easily one of the greatest coaches.
I just want to watch
coach
Mo. Pull the Mo Andean.
You know, he's picked a powerhouse player as well. Just what a
Dude, watching Mo
phenomenal
play
set
will
we
be
just
fun.
saw. And
I never seen him
we're gonna
play
see
like
more
live
updates.
at like Worlds. I only
Look at
saw
these
like the
decks,
old
you know,
YouTube
once
videos.
again, it's about the Evo, or it's not the Evo, but the Evo Zap plus Goblin Curse combo. You know, when he went for that Miner and the gang dropped on defense, I was like, wait, he has Curse Zap in cycle, right? Wait, he has it in cycle, right? And then he didn't play it. Like, maybe he did that on purpose, but that was honestly genius. Mugi was like, okay.
And then like, because the Zap is evoed with Curse Zap, it hit it in waves. So like, because obviously Zap doesn't kill goblins instantly. It only kills spear goblins. So like, his first Zap flipped 3 spears, or 2 spears, and then his second Zap flipped 3 goblins. So Mugi had to hesitate to arrows and just took 1,000 damage.
All right.
Oh my God, here's the
now
bracket.
We have
okay.
Bracket. We have Sub versus Frontier Guard, and now also Adriel advancing to play against Ian.
Chat, Mo versus Sandbox.
But our next match, we have one last first round match. We have Lucas X Gamer versus
chat.
OP
Wait, hold
Sam.
up. Is my food
What
here?
is your first thoughts on what's going on?
Chat, I'm gonna go get my food. I'll be back.
Players are just
I'm gonna hurry back so I don't miss a game. I'm gonna sprint. I'll be back.
Lucas, he's
Mo
one of the
plays
funniest guys
too.
in the community. I really want to like get on the mic and just ask him a question about the meta and then take it away so he can't do anything. Sam on the other side, I mean, he's been a phenomenal player his entire time playing in CRL. He's one of the OGs, one of the legends of the game. He's one of the most creative and impressive players to watch. This is just going to be an incredible set.
Yeah, and then Sam on the other hand, you know, like Golem is just super strong in this meta. He's really going, well, really both these players are known for making some really interesting decks. I believe these are two of the maybe only players that actually don't have a coach for this weekend. Instead, they are just kind of, you know, Sam is the mad scientist, as we say.
Yeah, I mean, both of these players are ready to go. And yeah, let's take a look at some of these highlights.
My name is Joshua Sharon, and joining me right over here is going to be Lucas X Gamer, one of the most talented players inside the arena. What does it say about the skill level of Brazil in its entirety? The fact that you guys keep coming back, it's 2, 3, 4 different players.
That is a really good question. This is the second year in a row where we have 3 Brazilians. Last year was even more impressive in my opinion because it was 3 out of 8. This year it's 3 out of 12. I'm just proud. I'm just happy to see that my country thrives in the competitive scenario. That helps all of us. We can just be here, we're all friends.
This is now your 5th World Finals appearance, and I really believe that in doing so, it truly cements you as one of the greats inside this game. Now, saying that, do you personally believe that there's anything within this game, whether it be physical, mental, any side of this game, that you are truly the best in the world at?
Dude, chat, it's finally getting cold out, man.
Creative, build on that.
It's finally getting cold, dude.
Like what I'm the best in the world at, just knowing.
Chat, I got chilies, man.
I think I know a lot of them, especially.
Oh, it's Lucas.
Is there anything
Brazil
you'd like
goat.
to say to your supporters?
To the fans in general, I want to really thank you guys for staying with me. I'm just really thankful to be here, to still be competing, to be among these guys. And it's been a blessing to have these guys.
I ordered pepperoni.
And my fans along me in this way. Really thankful for them.
All right, Atlanta.
This is the best thing.
The first round of our upper bracket. We've got
on the Chili's menu, bro.
Introducing first,
kids
the
menu.
best hair in Brazil, the only man to win back-to-back monthly finals without a coach, making his 5th World Finals appearance. Give it up for Lucas!
Chat, Mo plays next. The GOAT.
All right, you know him, you love him, representing SK Gaming, making his 3rd World Finals appearance, the Mad Scientist. Give it up for OP Sam!
Chat, is he the only German player that made it? Yeah, he's the only German player, right?
Josh, I could not love this matchup more. because this is one of the rare opportunities we have to have a face-off between players who were both here as part of the team's era. Of course, Lucas played in 2020 as a part of Pain Gaming. That was his first World Finals appearance. On the other side, though, from the original CRL season, part of TSM back then, forget OP Sam, it's OG Sam.
OG Sam. You know, I like to think that we used to be rivals. I'm not sure if he thought of me the same way. I mean, he is easily one of the best players to ever play this game. I mean, he's been brilliant from the beginning, and you know, 2v2, we have to talk about how talented he was with that, just because of his deck creativity.
And he's been I got boneless wings.
He's been able to bring it over to the 1v1 side this season. He's showcased a ton of skill, a ton of talent so far this year.
Well, that's the big question for Sam, of course, right? He's been known in his historical career for CRL as a 2v2 specialist alongside of Morten. They were absolutely dominant as a 2v2 pair. On the other side, Lucas started out as a Hog 2.6 player early on in his career, and then was supposed to be the head-to-head star of Pain Gaming and became the 2v2 specialist. Of course, since then, Lucas has gone on to be a 5-time world finalist, win the monthly finals multiple times, and of course, grow that hair to an unbelievable length that we all appreciate. Now the question is, can Sam step up here in this matchup of two guys who are both here without coaches, without analysts? They are all either
Yeah, it's going to be an incredible matchup. I mean, look, when you look at Sam, you expect something great from him. I know he was kind of worried, kind of nervous, but at the same time, he's confident. He's ready to go. I mean, when it comes down to a 50-50, you know, I feel like Sam has the upper hand when it comes to the deck picking, so maybe he can get away with some really solid decks.
Well, let's see what you have to say at home as we get our predictions from the community on who's going to win this one, and looks like it is pretty close to 50-50. 54% for Lucas, only 46% for OP Sam, and of course we have our picks. Let's start with you, Josh.
All right, let's take it away. Who did I choose? Lucas X Gamer. I thought it was close. It took me a while to think of it. I had to go Lucas.
And you know what? Same thing here. I'm also picking Lucas, and it's not a slight on Sam at all. It's Lucas, 5-time world finalist, and more importantly, multiple times here solo on the world final stage, and even with Sam's experience in CRL, in person on those big stages for years,
everybody bet on Lucas.
He wasn't in that solo spot on the tower.
Everybody picked Lucas? My God.
And so I am curious about the nerves for Sam, mixed in with he's been primarily a streamer for the last couple of years. Does that translate to success here in CRL?
Yeah, we see all these streamers all the time, and it's because you have the pressure of Twitch chat, of YouTube chat. They say so many mean things sometimes. So if you can get over that, you can get onto the live stage. I'm not really all that worried about Sam. Sam is one of the few players that we actually get to talk about his stage presence as well. He's so big, he's so large, he's a looming figure, and so I wonder if that's actually going to play a part in this match as well.
Let's go ahead and jump in. Game number 1, Lucas and OP Sam.
Are they twerking? What the fuck was
and
that?
Sam opening up with Royal Ghost, both directions here. These two did face off in 2 duels this year, splitting it 50-50. Sam taking one, Lucas taking the other.
E-Spirit able to allow the Ghost to wake
Mirror
up.
match.
Ghost takes out the other Ghost from Lucas's side.
They have the same
strong
deck.
start. Both players pretty much playing the exact same card so far.
Yeah, looks like it might be a full mirror match. We'll see if Lucas is also going the log variant or if he's going with the bar barrel. Getting aggressive early is Lucas.
Hunter plus Fisherman plus Skellies, all 8 Elixir, going to be able to clean it up. Only 1 shot from the RG on Lucas's end.
Let's see how cheaply Lucas can handle both the Hunter and the Fisherman here. And so far, pretty inexpensive.
That was perfect.
And he eats 1 shot from that Hunter on the left-hand side, lead ever so slightly to the OG.
And right there, Prelog trying to catch something, and that's going to be an Evo Ghost, allowing the Ghost to get to the tower, and he's going to try and set up with an RG push, RG in front of the Evo Ghost, and this is a lock coming down the lane.
Fish go boom on the side of Lucas, and old school combination, here we go.
I mean, that was perfection from Lucas. He's able to bring the RG in. Hunter stays alive, takes out the RG, and now Sam is going to have to defend again. And that's going to be a little bit of damage. I mean, this is close. Both players are building completely different pushes, and yet it's still as close as it is.
And the Evo Ghost causing problems on both sides of the board, Josh.
Yeah, it's so tough to stop. It's such a good card right here, going in all in with the Bridge RG, Evo RG as well. Fisherman going to yank it inside, and he doesn't have enough for the Hunter. Instead,
that's
going
a lot
to
of damage.
To just defend with the Fisherman plus log. RG only gets 2 shots.
And Lucas playing that Fisherman, knowing he wanted to get enough DPS to let the Evo RG knock the Fish Boy off a little bit. And that has worked out for him. 13:07 the mark on Sam's top left-hand tower, about a 700 and change lead right now for the Brazilian.
Yeah, and it's so interesting. Both of these players have not used their spells. Usually we expect to see the fireballs get cycled. Even the lightning is getting cycled.
Chad, it looks like it's just
together. Instead, both players not
pure mirror match, right?
And this could turn into a lot the opposite direction. Here we go. Evo Ghost has spawned.
We've been waiting for that the entire time. Hunter does not get the shot off, so a really solid defense, and that's going to go invisible again. No, beautiful E-Spirit by Sam. That should have gone invisible. Instead, perfect timing, allowing the Ghost to start its swing. It stays alive.
Lucas is owning him.
I mean, as good as that was, Lucas still up quite a bit.
And nobody here able to really shut down these RG shots. They keep on chipping away, and as long as this goes this direction, Lucas is in a great spot.
Can he protect it? E-Spirit is going to be able to stop the Skellies, the Fisherman against Fisherman.
The RG?
RG should get only 1 shot, I believe, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Oh my God, the
this
fish.
Might be game if he isn't able to defend properly.
And 1 shot from the Evo RG. Doesn't get a second, and it does get a second.
It's just going to be a fireball log away.
Dude, that's one thing you can do. What Lucas just did is what like every pro does, I swear to God. Sam's fish was right here, so Lucas just bridged the RG into the fish, and that way he just yanked, the Fisherman just yanked the RG right in front of his tower, and he doesn't have to walk up like 5 tiles. He can just instantly get yanked.
Comes down to the management of the troops
that was well played.
Around that Royal Giant. The
very well played.
Fisherman play. How well you keep that DPS.
Lucas just won a mirror match, bro.
Giant. We saw the pre-log there from Lucas.
Winning a mirror match is fucking aura!
So good for the Brazilian.
Yeah, it
well
really
played,
felt like he was
Lucas!
One step ahead the entire game. Honestly, when you look at the players and you compare them side by side,
chat, Mo's game is after this.
You know, obviously he doesn't have a coach, but let's say he did.
I'll be back. Chat, I'm gonna go get a drink because I'm out of water.
Matches. You want to see creativity be able to allow him to get ahead, and right there we didn't see it. A mirror match. Lucas just played better the entire game.
And this is one of Sam's most used decks in competitive. So with this deck out, I'm very curious to see where he goes next. He has played a lot of E-Golem Monk with the Baby Dragon and Electro Dragon both in the Evo spots. But this is one of those ones that he was 3-0 in during regular season play, and now that's out with the L in game number 1.
And I mean, it's 2 things. One is that, you know, it's his best deck, you know, he's 3-0. But the other thing is you have to take a look at the Evo Ghost being out. It feels like you need to win.
Yeah, that
when
was
you have
Pro
Evo
League.
Ghost
That was Pro League. That was
and
Pro League.
looking at some of Sam's previous battles, he has gone to that E-Golem deck directly after playing this Royal Giant deck before. I don't know how much time Lucas has spent. Obviously, again, we're talking about 2 players who aren't working with coaches. I don't believe Lucas has an analyst. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But the big question is, are you actually seeing that progression here?
Yo, chat,
Sam,
are there any Royal Giant players in here?
I'm becoming...
Because, bro, if you're a Royal Giant player, dude, there's really no excuses, man. We have watched 4 different Pro League best of 3s, and Royal Giant has been used in every best of 3 by both players. It's probably the most used win condition in Pro League. All right, let's do it. This is a Jinxie analysis booth right here. Welcome to Jinxie analysis booth. I'm going to be analyzing great plays for the next 3 days. Here we go. We have a great play from Lucas versus OP Sam here in a Royal Giant mirror match.
It stays alive, and I mean, as good as that was, Lucas still up.
So we're going to point out the exact moment when Sam lost.
Really shut down these RG shots. They keep on chipping away, and as long as this goes this direction,
all right, so Lucas gets a nice defense here.
Can he?
Good fish on the side. Right here was when Sam lost, when he put this Fisherman right here. When he put this Fisherman right here, the game instantly ended, and I'm going to explain why.
Protected E-Spirit is going to be able to stop the Skellies, the Fisherman. Again.
So Lucas is a pro, bro. So Lucas is like a smart Pro League fucking player, right?
And
so what does Lucas do?
RG should get only 1.
Ken texted me, "You're really just saying things."
Shot.
Lucas sees the fisherman, and as y'all know, bro, if you're a RG player, the worst thing about RG is how fucking slow he moves. So Lucas says, "Oh, he put a fisherman there? I'm just gonna put my RG right here."
Believing that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Gets yanked right into tower range, pre-logs, knowing he's gonna Skelly's Hunter.
This might be
because he has to Skelly's Hunter.
if he isn't able to defend properly.
Good game. Because now it's Evo Royal Giant, so he knocks back everything.
And one
Bang.
shot from the Evo RG. Doesn't get a second.
Bang, Fireball Dog, GG. See you next game.
He goes 0-2.
Look at all the bait on the board.
Into the next
now
game.
You have the Rascal Girls. So many targets, and of course, they'll all charge up that Skeleton King.
E-Giant versus Hyperbait.
And solid DPS, able to take down the Electro Giant.
Dark Goblin. Dark Goblin putting in a ton of work. Skeleton King, you could activate the ability, but it does feel like an overspend, and so he's going to just take a break, relax, try and get into double elixir, try and get that, probably try and get a surround on top of the bowler, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Skarmy surrounding the bowler.
Holy spam deck. Dude, look at Sam's deck. It's just swarm.
NATO pulls just to reset. Vines put the dragon on the board.
He has Vines.
First 2 minutes away. So far, pretty even, slight lead for Lucas, crosswise, top left, down to your bottom right.
Yeah, there's two reasons why that Vines was amazing. You force out the Knight because you're just trying to make Lucas have to overspend as much as possible. But the other reason is you're going into double elixir. You get to spend more because you're going to make more. So I like the awareness.
That general, he needs to get rid of the general.
It was, and that he was going to be able
Dude,
to do
look,
it.
the E-Giant's dead because the general's still alive.
Skarmy cleans up the E-Giant easily.
And puts that pressure on the left-hand lane as well.
Dark Goggins!
Yeah, really expected the Dark Goblin to be able to snipe the Baby Dragon. Instead, the Knight gets played down just in time. Mother Witch puts in a lot of work against the Evo Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon not going to have any sort of counter push whatsoever.
Keep in mind, everybody, as you're watching at home, Sam does not have any way to get direct tower damage. No spells except for the Vines, which is a minor amount of damage onto that tower. So you might see him get some chip, but if he gets down, he's going to have to get on tower.
Oh, and doesn't get the right time.
Nice tornado.
Before the NATO, we see Lucas shake his
emoting?
head. It looks like he thinks he has this confirmed.
Did
Lucas
Lucas just
going to work
IRL
on tower. Now Lucas starting to pour it on two bowlers and
NATO.
Baby Dragon.
Beautiful bowler right there. It's able to get on top of that. I don't even remember what the first card was, but it's able to take out the second. I mean, just beautiful positioning. Gets the tower down to 1270. A huge lead for Lucas, and he looks so confident
Nice
right now.
E-Giant. Oh my
Sam gets
God.
into a lot of trouble. He has to get on tower.
NATO.
Deeper and deeper, and that elixir
Lightning.
flows more and more. Let's see. Will those
E-Giant!
Nope. Good touch here for the E-Giant.
Yeah, he just has no answer. He has no building. I mean, it really comes down to that one massive mistake.
Chat, it is time for the GOAT to step on stage, chat.
But this is
It is
also
the
just
moment
a
we've all been
brutal
waiting
matchup
for.
in general. And
Mohammed Light
everything not going
is
his way.
taking the
Good job
stage.
with the wall breakers, it's able to connect with both of them because of the placement.
Lucas opting to eat those two final minute triple elixir. And as I was saying before that last push,
One more
this is
lightning
where
and it's
Lucas
over.
Can put on
He
whatever
needs
he wants.
20
He can
seconds
slow
of
down if he
defense,
needs to.
cycle to
Just
the lightning.
One more lightning away, and this is where Sam gets into a lot of trouble, where he has to break through, has to get on tower. So you see the full send, the full sellout. Here.
Lightning.
Evo Baby Dragon slowing everything down. Wall breakers trying to get through. Skarmy trying to do it,
Lightning.
cannot get it done. No lightning block.
Vamos bora, caralho, Lucas.
And Lucas will take it in two.
Chat.
Beautiful job.
It's time.
No mistakes whatsoever.
The GOAT is entering the stage. Muhammad Light versus Sandbox.
It was just perfection. Game one,
It's
RG
time.
mirror. It's just who
It
can
is
play it a
time
little bit
for
better.
the
Who's
GOAT
able
of
to do
Clash.
that. Game two, it was just recognize the matchup early on. Okay, he has no building. He has no big spell.
Muhammad
As long as
Light
he gets to OT,
versus
should be able to take
Sandbox.
the win, and that's exactly.
I have an erection right now.
The interview after this as they go in and
This is the moment I've been waiting for. Chat, pre-aura, dude. Pre-fucking aura, guys.
And we're going to go ahead and get a few words in just a moment down on the floor and jump down with our interview with Andrew Guy.
All right, let's hear it one more time for Lucas! All right, man. You got the first sweep of the day. You got the first match under your belt. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling really good. I think starting with a win is really, really good overall for competition.
So you guys, game number one, we run into the first true mirror matchup of the entire tournament. Talk to me about the thought process and kind of how you were able to stay in control for that entire game number one.
Okay, so I've played RG for quite a while. I've noticed OP Sam has been doing too, so I thought I could just start with comfort. I think it's scary to kick off a competition, just kind of shake the nerves off. I've played that matchup so many times. Of course, the Evo Ghost is new. The Evo's warranty, but I've been playing that deck since 2020, so this is like 5-year experience of that matchup, so I think it really paid off.
Yeah, practice.
All right.
5 World Finals appearances.
Yeah, bro, I'm never going pro.
Finals appearances.
I'm never going fucking pro. Maybe I could get a top 1K ladder finish. Did this motherfucker just say he's been playing RG for 5 fucking years?
I think better compared to the competition. I'm not saying that I was better than everyone, but before, I think now I feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I'm never going pro, dude.
Less nervous on stage, so I think that can help me a lot.
We know.
All right, let's hear it.
You guys are so unsupportive! What do you mean, we know? You're supposed to say, oh no,
Luke is talking about
you
how
can
many
do it.
times
Wait,
he's
Mo's about to
played
come out.
that mirror matchup.
Everybody shut up. I didn't care what the announcer's saying. Mo's about to come out. Everybody shh.
But someone posted.
Oh, shh. Aura is arriving. Dude, I feel so bad for Sandbox. God bless his soul. He does not stand a chance. I'm sorry, he doesn't.
You know he saw a variation. Maybe
God
that
bless
exact
his soul.
Royal Giant deck over and over again in that ladder push.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk to him. Okay, so when he says so much, I've played this mirror matchup so much, I played it for 5 years. When you think about a regular Clash Royale player, one that doesn't take it as a job, you think, okay, maybe they're playing it for an hour a day, 2 hours a day, a normal amount. These pros are playing 8 to 12 hours a day. They're practicing matchups for 4 of those hours.
Rewind that. Re-fucking-wind that. Rewind that.
Of all the games played this season,
Trail player, one that doesn't take it as a job, you think, okay, maybe they're playing it for an hour a day, 2 hours a day, a normal amount. These pros are playing 8 to 12 hours a day. They're practicing matchups for 4 of those hours. I'm sure he's
8 to 12 hours a day. Are you shit kicking me?
Move towards it. He's also able to still get here to World Finals, but I think
Ken just texted me. Holy fuck, I'm drunk. Let's clash.
we saw the result.
Ken, go to sleep!
Let's take a look at our bracket where
Ken,
Lucas will be
stop
moving
drunk
on to
dialing me!
in Pedro in one of our matches coming up later, and Sam will drop down.
Chat,
to
I literally have become Ken's drunk contact, dude. No, I've literally become Ken's drunk contact. Every time he's drunk, he just texts or calls me. Ken, have you ever texted me sober?
Gets to the lower bracket, it's still gonna go wild. These pros are here for a reason. They are all.
Yo, again, the announcers, guys, stop. Just talk about Mo. Mo's about to take on the stage here. What are we doing? What are we doing? Mo's about to be on stage. What the fuck are we blabbering about?
Well, recovery is so critical, right? We saw what happened with Eigor in that first one where he had a couple timing mistakes, and now he finds himself in the lower bracket.
Pre-aura.
Elimination match.
Pre-aura.
Same thing with
I
Sam.
can feel it.
That timing with
I
the
can
Starmie,
feel the aura coursing through my veins.
GG well played. Yet
I can feel the aura coursing through my penis.
And let that match go. And
Bring him
run
out.
with it.
Bring him out. Mo, come on.
Now we've got the future. Coming up next, it's the Pharaoh himself against Sandbox, Mohamed Light, and Sandy.
They just edged me. Oh my god, they just edged me. Y'all are doing a replay? No, I thought Mo was coming out. Chat, they just edged me. Bro's a Division 1 meat rider. It's not called a meat ride. It's called giving flowers and showing support, bro. YouTube chat, put it up, YouTube chat. YouTube chat, put it up, YouTube chat. They just edged. YouTube chat, how y'all boys doing, bro? YouTube chat, how y'all boys doing? Clash, Ken. Some viewers are commenting on the streamer possibly being drunk. What is this summary?
Rich Slayton here with the two-time and defending world
God.
champion
Shut up.
Mohamed Light. Tell me about this year for you and how you view coming into World Finals.
This year, I think it was probably the most difficult year for me because I think I did not do as well as I did in previous years, and hopefully I can defend my title this year.
You and
Didn't
Mugi
he
have
win,
traded
like,
off
every
World
what?
Championships, but you have a chance to be the first one to go for 3 and back-to-back. Does that change how you view things at all? Do you feel the pressure of that mounting?
Coming into this event, we both have 2 World Championships. Well, I hope I can win my 3rd one.
Some people, maybe most people, consider you the greatest of all time in Clash Royale. What does that make you think, and what do you think sets you apart from everybody else?
It makes me happy that there are some people who consider me as the best in the game.
Humble,
at the same time, with that, it comes a lot of expectations from people, which can be difficult to manage sometimes.
You are rapidly approaching a pretty big number. The first person to ever hit $1 million in total prize money from Clash Royale. Do you ever think about that number? That's kind of crazy from a game you play on your phone.
To come to this day and think about that, it's really amazing because I never thought I'd come this far, honestly, in this game. So it makes me really proud and happy of my work throughout the years, and I'm hoping for more.
You might be the most well-known name in Clash Royale worldwide. Is there anything you'd like to say to your supporters, people watching at home?
I'd like to thank everyone for supporting me over the years, especially my family, my mom, my brother. I love everyone, and hopefully I can make everyone supporting me proud this year.
Thanks a lot, Mohamed. And I know I speak for everyone when we're very excited to see what you do this weekend.
Hopefully I can win. I'll do my best.
He's gonna win, bro. Chat, he's gonna win.
Introducing the 2-time...
Oh my God, here we go!
The Prince of Egypt, the best Clash Royale player in the world, Mohamed Light!
Where's he at? There he is! Sandbox is cooked, bro. Holy aura. Sandbox is cooked, dude. This is what I've been waiting for, chat. This is what I've been waiting for.
He knocked Eigor down to the lower bracket in the first round. The best Splash Art player to ever do it. Sandbox!
Is he emoting? What the fuck? Bro, is he emoting on Mo? The fuck was that? Chat, he did this. Alright.
Okay, go with me here, Andrew. Imagine you've spent so many months preparing for Clash Royale League World Finals. You get there, you're the opening match, you beat a former world champion, and then coming up next, you got the 2-time Mohamed Light.
Well, I sat down with Sandbox and for our interview, and it's be careful what you wish for.
Anaban?
Right? He was saying, what I want is Mohamed Light in the finals. Well, my friend, you're getting him just a little bit sooner than that. When you talk about Mohamed Light coming off of his 2024 World Championship victory, this is a guy that lost one game last year at World Finals, and it was to a former World Finalist in LCOP. It was game 1 out there. Other than that, he ran the gamut, undefeated all the way through. Now,
all right, chat, I'll be back before this game. I'll be back. Come on!
World Finals. And the big question here is, can Sandbox send this one to game number 3?
Yeah.
Because that's where he needs to get. I don't think he gets this one done in 2. I think it's a 3-game situation, and then we'll think about what kind of picking does Mo do, because typically he has a plan for game 1 and 2 that he's worked out with his coach Alan, and then game number 3, he's out there flying by the seat of his pants.
And you know, Mo was sitting out there in the crowd, watching everyone, looking
If
at
Mohamed
this competitive meta unfold. We've
Listen.
Giant.
If Mohamed Light loses to Sandbox, I will get a tattoo on my right ass cheek. No fingers crossed, no takesies backsies. I will get a tattoo on my right ass cheek.
4 years, which is absolutely incredible when you talk about
lock
titles
this
and 2 players.
Chat, lock
Sandbox
this.
has a lot
Deal
on his
bet.
plate.
Yes.
Sure he does, but of course,
Yes.
he's
Deal.
already gotten past that
Yes.
First one. Here's the hard part about coming from that first round is you then go to the second round of the upper bracket.
Deal bet.
And if you lose there, it's almost the same as if you lost in the first time. You go back down to the elimination bracket. So you got to imagine, of course, that nerves is a thing he wants to hold on to here. And let's see what you guys...
Chat, you guys want to see the picture Ken just sent me? Swear to God. Keep in mind, Ken's drunk. This is the picture Ken just sent me on WhatsApp. I legitimately have no words, dude. Thank you for sharing that, Ken.
For no surprise there.
Chat, like,
and
I
this is where
legitimately
being the
have no
underdog
words.
is actually not a bad spot to be in. Everyone expects your opponent to win, but he's riding that wave of confidence from the first match of the day, where I think he was the underdog there in some people's minds.
Look at most,
of course.
Dude, look at most percentage. That's the highest one.
Was also the king of drama.
Yes.
And the lower bracket runs of Mohamed Light are legendary. So who knows what direction we go here.
All right.
Sandy, of course, a very live
Mohamed Light
dog
versus
in this
Sandbox.
one, but we know that Mohamed Light, the preparation level between him and Allen, who worked together to win a world championship last year.
Yes.
Again, I'm spending so much time with these coaches through their process, and I know that they have a very specific game plan for Sandbox.
And when you talk about Mo's practice schedule, his work ethic, you know, we got in on just a few days ago, Tuesday.
New Mo
and we
emote
got there.
just
Mo
dropped.
was in the players' practice room for
The
3 to
GOAT.
4 hours by himself.
The greatest
just
of
grinding,
all.
better Ethernet in there, he said. And he's just in there by himself, just putting
The
in the
greatest
work that
of
you
all
have to do
time.
if you want to be and maintain being the greatest of all time.
And that's the truth. Every time you and I have walked into that practice room,
Oh my God, we're in.
he's there. And now he's here. Mohamed Light, Sandbox, game 1.
Mo's already locked in. He's already locked. I love it. He's locked.
And doing the
Mo's
Light
using
opening,
Graveyard.
that was
Sandbox
not a thing
is
you did, but
using...
split wall breakers behind King Tower.
Mo's using
until
Graveyard
the
Poison.
man on the
Sandbox
left
is
defended.
using
Momo
minor
looking like
poison.
he might be going to E-Giant.
Oh no, it's E-Giant.
Also parts of Graveyard.
Oh my God, the bowler lineup.
Certainly smells that
That
way.
was
Minor
nasty.
there to hold
Oh!
everything together, and NATO to clean up Mohamed Light.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
you're totally happy with the way that went?
Either that or he was like, that is exactly what was supposed to happen. I'm in my zone right now.
He bridges a boulder into a Royal Ghost, gets 2 lineups, then does a perfect tornado.
Lead early here in a match where your opponent is the
He's
one
just
looking
already
for more
winning.
damage in single elixir.
First minute away, Sandbox opting not to eat that one, had the skellies ready.
Sandbox is already getting
I
worked.
love that we're seeing Sandbox confident playing bait or playing a cycle deck against Mohamed Light to open.
I like it. I mean, we've talked about outplayability for years now. Give yourself a chance. The other part of that, though, is when you have a deck that moves a lot faster, when you have cards that are a lot cheaper, if you make a mistake, it's very, very costly and hard to bounce back from.
And Mohamed just slowing things all the way down.
Sandbox making sure he's not going to give away that King Tower activation.
Come on,
NATO
Mo.
was
Come on, Mo.
out
Come on,
of
Mo.
meta for
Come
quite
on,
some
Mo.
time. Just came back in a couple months ago.
I'm doing that with my
That
boulder
nerf
every
was
time
brutal,
now,
but
dude.
now the coupling of units on the board and what's actually working in the meta as we're seeing right now with Baby Dragon. That was not exactly what Mo wanted. Baby Dragon still should get one little burp on tower.
Plenty for the Evo Ghost. Bowler picks up high. Wall breakers don't get touched by the bowler, and that forces out the hut.
And Minions doing some work here. Evo Knight, though, should be able to clean most up. Man, that Royal Ghost just does so much damage. And as we saw in that last matchup, as
Dude,
actually
now
we've
Mo's
seen
down
all day,
3.
you never want to let that Royal Ghost go invisible again.
This time switching sides. Minor to the back for Sandbox.
And there's the E-Giant.
Nice E-Giant.
E-Giant's
Wow.
not going to touch the breakers, though. NATO for King Tower activation.
Nice E-Giant, Mo.
Cannon going right into a
Wait, the
Baby
Baby Dragon
That's
is taking
not
out the
what
cannon.
Sandbox
This is
wants. And Minions putting in work.
Perfect
That
Minions
range
placement
buff
from
so
Sandbox.
effective against the E-Giant when before it was completely useless to play Minions on top of an E-Giant. Or near it, I should say.
And at the moment, as we are getting into sudden death overtime, it is Sandbox with this critical game 1 lead, 17-31 to 23-13, but we've seen this song play out before.
Yep.
Sandbox playing cycle.
Come on,
we're
Mo.
in double. We're getting closer to triple against E-Giant.
Well, what's really important for Sandbox is he's got to keep up the dual lane pressure. As you can see, and as you all know, when you're playing against E-Giant, the last thing you want is that
No.
perfect push to come
The
together.
minions
the
are
best
so
way to do
good
that
against
when you have
the
a deck like
E-Giant, chat.
Sandbox's, rely on your opposite lane pressure, rely on your cannons, your high DPS units, and just control the board, control the pace.
Bar barrels have been really nice for Sandbox so far.
Mo has to get a good tornado.
Mo sets up Bowler one more time to the left.
Baby Dragon has to get kited by that miner. Minions come down. Minions going to get cleaned up for the most part with that Baby Dragon shot. And
E-Giant. Yes, Mo. Yes! Yes!
An odd
tornado the minions.
There. You think that's going to be sniped off the
terrible
board.
Cannon, terrible.
And Mo can see
terrible
a big
cannon
opening.
Horrible cannon. Go, Mo!
Not enough for lightning.
The double bowlers on the board. Cleaning up.
Wow!
Now bowler very healthy.
The Baby Dragon. The
And
Baby
what
Dragon.
a save. What a bar barrel.
Bowler roll, yes!
On the right-hand side, though, towers basically even all across the board. Sandbox in the lead with 1584 being the lowest tower on Mo's side.
Mohamed changes lanes, goes
No
to his
fucking
strong
way, right?
side with the E-Giant.
No fucking
40
way.
seconds-ish remaining.
Rich, for how insane of a matchup this is, this room, you could hear a pin drop right now.
I mean, it's absolutely silent.
No. Nice. Double E-Giant.
Damage
E-Giant the
continues
left.
to stack up.
E-Giant the left.
Sandbox now.
Yes!
E-Giants
Yes!
in both lanes.
Double E-Giant!
Remaining. Sandbox.
Come on, Mo.
The best defense of his life. Baby Dragon there.
The night!
Comes down.
You gotta keep going, Mo. You gotta keep going.
1391.
You gotta keep going, Mo.
Predict.
Yes, Mo! Oh my God! Yes!
All it takes is one.
E-Giant the back, E-Giant the left bridge, double E-Giant push, lightning value, tornado value, GG.
It's great to be able to control the pace, to set the tempo, to get that early damage
That's
in.
why he's the
but
GOAT.
you need to be
Chat,
perfect
that's why
defensively
he's the GOAT.
throughout. And Mohamed Light saw exactly
That's
what
why
he
he's
needed
the
to
GOAT.
do.
And that you saw
That
there
is
at the
why
end,
he's
just
the
the
GOAT.
downhill. And when the lightning didn't get on the cannon up high for a second, I thought maybe
Reasonable
Sandbox's
glaze.
gambit had worked there.
Somebody in the YouTube chat typed reasonable glaze. Whoever typed that, I appreciate you, my guy. Thank you. It is reasonable glaze.
Didn't suck out 6 for that purpose.
Thank
And
you.
it's so hard.
Thank
saw
you,
Sandbox
dude.
trying to place those cannons up high to avoid giving lightning value, but the problem is you've got a Baby Dragon right there. You've got so many ways to get on top of that cannon. Sandbox is trying to figure out how
Chat,
do I
Ian
defend
plays after this
Where
as well.
do I play my buildings? Where do I play my units? I can't play the building in lightning range. I can't play the the units within bowler range to line up on top of tower, and I need to keep this all away from the E-Giant. I love this for game 1 for Mo.
And now when we look at what Sandbox doing in Game 2 and Game 3, and this is the dangerous thing that Game Saver, as a coach, has worked on with his players, coaching both Vtor and Sandbox, and that's the single card swaps, right? So you see Bar Barrel out. Normally you think Graveyard not possible. That snowball in is a Game Saver type of move. I don't know if we'll see that here in Game 2, but keep an eye if we go to Game 3 for that kind of little bit of trickeration being a possibility.
Yeah, and one thing I really don't want to see from Sandbox is him going back to Royal Giant. I just don't want to see it here in game number 2. Mo and Alan, they work very, very well together. They never lean on beating a one trick, but they like to cover their bases. And that's one of those bases you really have to think about first and foremost.
Well, of course, they are in the mix right now, not able to work with their coaches. 2 of the guys who've done very well, of course, Alan working with Mo last year for a World Championship. Game Saver getting Sosa to World Finals in 2023 and now has 2 players in this mix this time around. So this is where you see has the preparation paid off.
Yeah, and this is where Sandbox needs to lean into that confidence that he's been talking about, lean into what he wanted. He wanted Mo in the finals. Well, you're getting him when less is on the line. You still have a life to give. This is actually a better spot to get that first game in against Mo. Right. So let's see if he can bounce back here. Game number 2, Sandbox, the Pharaoh, coming your way.
Come on, Mo!
NATO out for Mo. Sandbox already played Miner.
Miner
Let's see if
poison.
he goes something else that
Mo's
would
using
have
Miner
none of that.
poison. Trust.
NATO gone value.
And a little smile.
Why
and
is
look
Mo
up there for
smiling?
Mo, and if you guys are familiar with watching him on
God,
podcast,
he's so cool.
That is a
I mean-
horrifying smile. It looks sweet, but you know when you're playing against him and he's vibing.
All right,
it's
this
not a good
announcer's
place to be.
dead-ass funny.
And he's playing Mortar. He's got my heart.
A lot on the
Chat,
board
why did
for
Mo smile?
Mohamed to deal with. Falk, Baby Dragon.
Yo, this
Bowler
dude
on
is
that
the
left-hand
GOAT.
lane.
Boss
He was
Bandit?
Such
What?
an interesting pick. The stun ability is going to be
I've
very,
never
very
seen Boss
impactful
Bandit in
throughout
a
this
Mortar
matchup,
deck.
and I think Mo's feeling good about what's happening.
Oh, it's E-Giant. E-Giant versus Mortar.
Perfectly timed log.
Oh my God.
And ability to... Maybe Mo didn't expect to go all the way past the bridge.
But that bomber just walks off into no man's land. Cannoneer going to clean things up, and that boss bandit putting in some nice work. Going to be a good King Tower activation here from Sandy.
You see the little nod from both, the happy version from Sandbox, the slightly frustrated version from Mohamed.
And that's what Sandbox got to do. You spent your 10,000 hours playing this game. Make the interactions that you know, take the wins where you can get them, stay in it.
First 90 seconds away. So far, a little bit of chip damage on the right-hand side.
Come on, Mo!
Cannoneer for Mohamed Light, so it doesn't have the lead despite the damage so far.
And Berserker, such a great card in the game. So strong defensively, has enough HP to kite units like this Baby Dragon away. Mo's happy to take that fireball damage.
Perfect timing with the fireball. He waited for the Spear Goblin to pop out.
For Mohamed Light.
And very interesting, kind of this mortar spammy combination. Dash 2 gets on the Valk.
Yeah, it's so interesting. You can get the boss bandit to come in and create space, get some damage in, and right there, huge damage. And that's exactly what I was just about to talk about. As soon as it starts, it's over. 204 remains. He's got Fireball, he's got Log, and if anyone can defend for 40 seconds, it's Mohamed Light.
Yeah, trying to break through against
He's
a more
smiling, bro.
He whiz for the stun, and you kind of see Sandbox recognizing that, as we talked about, going from preparing for Eigor to, oh my, I have to face Mohamed.
And he's going to take that fireball damage right there. Evo Mortar comes down, and this game happens so quickly. Obviously, not a great matchup. Mortar matches up very, very well against E-Giant. He's got the Evos in there to stun and slow it down even more. Boss Bandit to tank on the ground. And what I was going to say about the synergy of the decksmanship, if you will, I love about
it's not even close. And like, this is a top player in the world.
Then you drop the barrel behind it. Then the Boss Bandit comes back, barrel crosses the river, and they've traded places in tanking, and now the Boss Bandit's tanking once again, but it's dashing. So that synergy is absolutely insane. And Sandbox just didn't know what to do with it.
And you gotta love the deck pick here in game number 2, going with a Cannoneer-based deck.
Yeah.
Pretty much a hard snipe on that E-Giant in game 2. And, you know, Mohamed is up there on his own making that pick. You know they have to have those progressions ready, and they nailed it.
Yeah, I am so excited to hear what he has to say. Juicy, what does the GOAT have to tell us here in the audience?
Mo, what a fantastic first performance. Once again, I just want to ask you, how are you feeling after the first game? And do you have any nerves, anything like that?
To be honest, after I saw the stage for the first time, I knew like, you know, it was not that good. So I wouldn't have nerves from it because this crowd is right in front of me.
Right, yeah, awesome. Do you have anything you want to say to all of the people cheering for you, any fans in the crowd?
Thank you everyone for supporting me, and big shout out to Alan. Where is he?
Shout out to Alan. There he is over there. Just give it up for Mo, guys. There's nothing else to say. He's the GOAT.
You know, the great thing about Alan is if you can't find him, you can always hear him at World Finals.
Yeah, that's very true. Just here for the guy yelling his head off. Both Mo's biggest fan, or maybe second biggest fan after his mom, who's here, of course.
Can we, like, analyze why he won?
Closer to that $200,000.
Yeah, and what an emphatic start.
Because I don't even know. Here, let's look.
Didn't let the time get in the line. You still have
frustrated version from Mohamed.
And that's what Sandbox got to do. You spent your 10,000 hours playing.
So let's look at how Mo just like broke this guy down.
Playing this game. Make the interactions that you know. Take the wins where you can.
I legitimately have no idea why he won.
Get him. Stay in it.
He broke through a Evo Valk and a Bowler with a Skelly Barrel Boss Bandit. How?
First 90 seconds.
It comes in and creates space.
It's right
you see the little nod from both, the happy version from frustrated version from Mohamed.
And that's what Sandbox got to do. You spent your 10,000 hours playing this game. Make the interactions that you know.
I'm going to try to understand why Sandbox lost. Mo's up 1 elixir.
Away. So far, a little bit of chip damage on the right-hand side.
Goblin Gang the bridge.
Cannoneer from Mohamed.
Forced out Baby Dragon.
Lead despite the damage
Mo's
so far.
up 2 now. Berserker.
Berserker. Such a great card in the game. So strong defensively. Has enough HP to kite units like this Baby Dragon.
Perfect timing on the fireball. He waited for the Spear Goblin to poke out.
Mo's happy to take that fireball damage. And now we've seen the full deck come together here for Mohamed Light.
Okay.
And
now this is the moment right here where Mo wins.
Interesting, kind of this mortar.
So that's interesting. He boss bandits the bridge. They're dead even in elixir. Sandbox bombers the back, and Mo boss bandits the bridge. Oh, I think I understand. Because Mo boss banded the bridge because he knew the Goblin Hut was going to spawn a Spear Goblin. So he gets an immediate dash right here. So this forces out a quick response from Sandbox, because if Sandbox doesn't do anything, it's going to dash the spear, then dash the tower.
Spammy.
Okay, so Sandbox doesn't react in time. Now the boss bandit's targeting the tower, but he goes Valk.
Combination.
So right here, if I was Mo, I would have just completely given up into an Evo Valk. But Mo didn't give up. He kept going into the Evo Valk.
Dash 2.
So he dashes again. Now this is the interesting part, is the log. He logs to, I think, put the bomber on 1 HP so it dies to the skeleton barrel bomb.
Gets on the Valk?
Yeah, it's so interesting. You can get the boss bandit.
Yeah, okay. So he logged to put the bomber on 1 HP, that way it died to a skeleton barrel. But look at the boulder's alignment. The boulder's worried about the boss bandit and not the skellies.
To come in and create space.
Then the boulder knocks the boss bandit.
Get some damage in.
But she dashes, and right here he knew he won.
Right there. Huge damage.
Boy.
And that's exactly...
That was, chat, 10 Elixir versus 10 Elixir. Sandbox had an Evo Valk, and Mo took his whole tower. Like, what the fuck? Into an Evo Valk? Chat, that's insane, no? Zero damage? What do you mean, 0 damage? What do you mean, 0 damage?
Andrew Guy here with CalSub, who is making his back-to-back World Finals appearance 2024.
Oh, chat, you guys mean Mo took no
Welcome
damage?
Back.
No,
Good
I
to
know,
see
I know.
you. First question, right out the gates. You and Pedro, you're best friends. How do you prep for a match like that when you guys know each other so well?
Acho que a gente sabe separar o profissionalismo do Clash, então a gente só vai se enfrentar na final. Então eu espero que a gente é amigo, então outro brasileiro no final de brasileiro seria ótimo. E eu acho que vai ser bom jogo se a gente se enfrentar.
Who plays next?
The dream scenario. A lot of the players had golden tickets or last chance qualifier. You were very consistent all year with points. Do you feel like that gives you an advantage coming into the tournament?
After this day 1 of finals, I'm playing Minor Poison and Ladder for 8 hours. I don't care. No one's beating me.
Me classifiquei pela última e esse ano eu tive top 2
I'm never
nos
losing
2
again.
primeiros meses, então
I'll
fui
never
bem
lose again.
consistente. E eu acho que foi ótimo, por causa que me dediquei bastante nos primeiros meses.
Never
então,
again. Y'all can
acho
type
que
cap.
isso foi uma grande vantagem pra mim.
I already know you're typing cap. Yep, get pre-fired. Chad, I pre-fired you though. Who did the speed laughing? You'd lose every game. You lost to Jason the Ween. You'd lose first game.
We love a good meta for World Finals. Best of luck. Always good to see you. We'll see you on the stage.
Look, I'm telling you, if you've ever seen a Clash Royale tournament ever, you are gonna see this guy's name pop up. He is the consistency king. He is Sub!
Bro, Brazil has 3 players? Brazil has 3 players in finals? My God. Lucas, Sub, and
He
Pedro.
may have surprised some in that first set, but not himself. He was ready, he knew it, and he's ready to do it again. We have Frontier go!
Oh, it's Frontier! Oh! The wholesome goat. So wait, chat, if he flew from China, how does he not get jet lag? Does he like fly in early?
Now this is such an interesting match. You have one of the first players out going up against someone with the first round bye. As you heard AC, the king of consistency all year long. Sub was stacking points. He got second place in monthly finals twice. And then again, we go back to Frontier Guard making his
Ian plays after this, I
CRL
think.
debut, and he had an exceptional showing.
I know. I was really surprised by his gameplay. You know, we didn't know much about him coming into this, but he really did well. And then Sub, like you said, king of consistency. I really liked the part of his interview that you did with him where he talked about how this new meta really suits his playstyle more as well.
Yeah.
I think that's really going to push him forward here in this set.
Yeah, he's a guy that, you know, is known for bridge spam. We all know Royal Ghost is in bridge spam, but he's also a very versatile player. I mean, that's how you end up being the king of consistency. That's how you end up getting 4th place back in 2024, which I think was a huge surprise for most of us. I mean, you never really know how great someone's going to do their first time at World Finals, and Sub really, really impressed us last year. And yeah, you talk about the meta, he's feeling good. The confidence, it seems like he has more confidence than he did last year. And then he's going up against someone who I'm sure he felt a lot different about a couple hours ago in Frontier Guard.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think that Frontier Guard, he really showed up. He's also, I did a little bit of studying on his decks. He does also like bridge spam, which will be really interesting to see if we do see.
No one's played bridge spam today.
But whether it be log.
Yeah, I think bridge spam's out of the meta, dude. No one's played it today.
He's really versatile as well. Like, I actually see a lot of similarities in playstyle between these two players.
And one of the things that I'm always curious about, one of the things I'm always talking about is nerves and how you feel.
I'm telling you, the 3 most common decks that pros use is like Minor Poison, Royal Giant, and Mortar. I swear to God, those are the 3 most common decks.
And he already eliminated someone who was favored over him. And as you can see right here, he's ended more monthly final runs among all world contenders, number 2 and number 2. He almost made all 4 of our monthly finals, but was not able to do it, but had a lot of great points just that he stacked throughout the year.
Right, and on the other side of the coin, when it comes to, you know, the benefits of being in that first round bye, you kind of get to start seeing what your opponent's play style is, what decks are going to be bringing out, because, you know, a lot of practice, you know, back in my day, practice was very secretive, so it'll be interesting to see, like, what he's going to bring out and see if he can surprise Sub here.
And I'm so curious to see what the fans at home have to say and what we all decided to pick in terms
why is
of
the
predictions.
bottom of the PC
I thought it
doing
was going to
that?
be pretty even. This is what I'm saying about Sub. He's a guy that's been so consistent and done so well. Remember, this is number 4 in the world.
The bottom of the monitor is like,
monthly finals,
I can't even move my
second
mouse.
place this year. But he only gets 58% in that first set out there, or his first set out there. Now to see what we said, and you know what? I had to go with the guy that I know well.
It's gone now.
Boom, right there. Juicy, where did you go?
I'm pretty sure I also picked Sub. You know, I did this prediction a little bit earlier. You know, if I thought about it more, maybe I would give it more to Guard. But once again, you know, we're across the board. We're going with Sub. He's not only the king of consistency, but, you know, he has a first-round bye. He was in the top 4 points this year. Not only is he consistent, but I feel like for the first time, I can say with my chest, Sub has a chance to win World Finals.
100%. I think he's been an underdog for a really long time. Even though he's put in a ton of work, it feels like people still aren't
All right,
giving him
chat,
his
all
roses.
right.
They are not giving him his flowers. And right now, he's going to show everyone why he got that bye, why he's back here in 2025, why last year getting eliminated by Lucas was probably
All right,
a little
chat,
bit of a
all
sore
right.
spot, but they're both back here again in 2025.
Ian plays next.
Cal
My
Sub
boy
versus
Frontier Guard
We
versus
start
Sub.
working our way through the second round in the upper bracket. Remember, we will be saying goodbye to 2 players.
Come on,
today.
Frontier! You
We'll see
did
if
it
these
once,
guys
do it
find
again!
themselves on that chopping block.
The underdog of
And
the
the last thing
tourney.
to really talk about is demeanor, right? You know, Frontier Guard definitely saw some nerves. He dealt with them well. Sub, on the other hand, every time I talk to him, he's like, chill. Like, he's like, I don't know, he's like a complete different person.
Here we go, game 1.
Come on, Frontier!
In the upper bracket, round 2. Sub versus Frontier Guard.
Come on, Frontier.
Favorite card, Marcher, Frontier card. That is really interesting. You know, I don't pay too much attention to these side stats, but that is definitely one to really
They're
look at.
both
'Cause Match
leaking
Marcher is really
holy
nice. They
passion.
don't have any of the other finalists. So
See, chat, now this is what all the people on TikTok who are like, bro's leaking. Why are you leaking? Hey, buddy, if both of you are leaking, nobody's leaking. It's fucking simple.
That kind of showed up before the 20-win challenge very recently in the meta, but they haven't been really anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, and both players kind of leaking some elixir.
And how you know you should leak is if you have A, a bad starting hand, or B, a heavy deck. If your deck is a cycle deck, you shouldn't leak.
Or the only thing in the game that do not cost elixir, you want to make use of them as much as possible by luring your opponent to your side of the map.
Evo Diddy?
Is as bad as mine.
Recruits? No way!
Did hold for pause game number 1 of his set number 1, but he was running.
Don't tell me
a
this is
fast
recruits.
deck, as you can see already with Knight and Barbarella. Definitely going to go a bit
it's like
heavier. Juicy, this feels like pieces of Graveyard, but not a lot.
Graveyard! Frontier's using Graveyard!
Definitely could be Graveyard. It's most likely Graveyard.
Frontier is the first person to use Graveyard!
Looking like an Electro Giant deck, honestly. Electro Giant Evo Cage. Matchup-wise, I would say usually Graveyard can win this because it's really solid control. But it really depends on what building.
Finally, somebody's using Graveyard.
Graveyard comes down right away. Early Graveyard pull. We see the Evo Cage come out. That's not usually the way you want to defend.
Terrible Cage.
You can see Frontier Guard.
Frontier's smiling. Look at him.
The aggression pays off once again. And that's one thing I've loved about watching this guy play today. He is not scared to
I love
to
this
your
guy.
door.
It's true.
I literally
really
love this guy.
aggressive playstyle, and I think that really works out in World Finals, where there can be a little bit of nerves. And once again, Sub on the outside, not showing many nerves, but that cage, the common idea is to pull the Knight into the cage so that your Princess Tower can target the Graveyard skeletons. And I'm just seeing a little bit of mistakes here from Sub.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about with nerves beforehand. Sub has not been out yet. Frontier Guard.
Another Graveyard from Frontier.
That people thought he was going to lose, and he goes right back to being hyper-aggressive. Bar barrel through, Ice was down. Great poison value here for Frontier Guard, and he has locked that defense down, 24-44 to just below 2,000 on Sub's side.
Cage once again trying to get the Evo in cycle. And it's actually not Eigor.
Golem!
It is Golem. Golem from Sub.
Sneaky
That's
Golem!
I honestly think you'd rather an Electro Giant.
And it's so interesting because in our player interviews, we talked to them, we sent out a questionnaire.
Oh my god, he's going in.
He said he'd want to remove Golem.
Wait, he's going in.
Goblin Machine from the game. That is what Sub said. So maybe thinking his opponents did a little bit of homework, some trickeration, as Rich said before.
Okay, Golem, Evo Baby Dragon on the board. The lightning drops down, hits the Ice Wiz, the Goblin Hut. Evo Witch is on the board. It's going to do a decent job.
No!
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. NATO does clean up a lot of stuff there. Not going to take care of that.
Nice
Evo Witch,
Frontier.
though. Although Baby Dragon does retarget on top of her, I think she's going to stay alive.
Nice Frontier!
That is a bit frustrating if you're Sub. You know the Graveyard's coming down instantly.
But the Witch Evo does get taken out, and the Barbarel kites the Knight forward, so the Princess Tower's targeting the skeletons on defense.
That was a perfect Barbarel.
That was one skeleton for that entire 5 elixir.
No!
And look at the Golem at the
bridge.
Golem at the bridge, Golden Knight
He's going to lightning
Sub
it.
now.
He's going to lightning everything.
1396, 1372, 80 seconds remaining.
Lightning, boom, boom, boom.
Beautiful lightning.
Everything on the defense, and this Golem is still held.
Oh, and now
No! No!
He just misses.
Come on, Frontier!
It doesn't reach.
The
Wait,
Golem does
Goblin
too much
will get
damage
that damage, it
post-buff.
does. That's big
Tower.
death damage here.
Look at the
And you
Golemites.
gotta remember the Golemites doing a little bit more damage
my
now
goodness.
too. All the
Not
way
a little
down
bit
to
more. They do
below
110% more.
400 HP. This is one of those I can defend in cycles, so we're gonna see Frontier Guard switch lanes.
Knight Witch, Evo, Cage pulls in.
And this is exactly the defense you talked about earlier,
See,
Juice, and
that's the only reason why I hate the Graveyard deck that Frontier's using now is like, I've tried this Graveyard deck, but it's like minor poison, bro. Like, once you're down a lot, you're out of the game.
Needs to cycle back to another Graveyard. This is last chance from Frontier Guard to make a Graveyard push happen.
Nah.
But I just don't think it's enough.
It's definitely not going to be enough. He'd need a freeze. He'd need vines. He'd need a miracle. Lightning at the bridge. And that, again, that is such a smart play. You might just think, oh, why doesn't he take the tower? He's already won the game. If somehow there's a lightning block that comes in, I mean, honestly, near.
Yeah, but you can't lightning block with these cards. Maybe just a Witch?
Possible. But if somehow it happens, then Sub loses. He's not going to lose this way.
The only card you can lightning block with is a Witch, but it would take too long.
Yeah, the Baby Dragon's just cleaning up. The Golden Knight is there.
That made no sense.
Clapping right now. That was such a
Bro, that's why I hate that Graveyard deck that Frontier's using, though. If you get down, you just lose, bro. Because it's like a chip deck. You just whittle away. You can't take, like, their entire tower in one push. That's why I like Giant Graveyard, because if somebody overspends, you take their whole tower.
Choice. E-Giant does really good versus Goblin Hut specifically, but still, the Golem is just so much more forcing, and like you said, with the Golemite buff,
Stop
it just
pausing.
seems like it's always getting damaged.
Yo, chat.
Yeah, so much.
I paused when his tower was 70 HP. Relax.
Gonna sit up here and say, wow, another player sent down to the lower bracket by the rookie, but you saw Sub kind of lock
refresh page and start pausing, or stop pausing. I'm just gonna pause more now.
Tower, and he goes, I know exactly what I need to do to beat you.
Look in the
I'm
stats
literally
here,
just gonna pause more.
Not too much to look in this. You know, very similar average elixir costs.
Refresh, Jinxie. It's not live anymore. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Oh, I was 1 second behind.
And Sub's defense, which is so.
Why are you guys having an aneurysm about if it's 1 second delayed or not? What are we doing? What is happening right now? Are you guys okay? Everybody relax.
And
Jinxie, it's not live. We're 2 seconds behind, Jinxie. Oh my God, Jinxie, it's 2 seconds behind. I'm gonna lose my... Yo, bro, I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna yap. It's what I do. If you don't want to watch me yap or pause, go watch the main stream without me. You can go to Clash Royale Esports on YouTube and watch it. I'm gonna pause!
Hopped right into it, but I was going to say, you know, he said he doesn't like Golem, but right now you might need to lean into it. It's in the meta, and that's exactly what he does here in game number 1. And so far, the guys with the first round bye have not dropped a game, Juicy.
Bye. Yeah.
It seems like maybe
bye. Okay, bye.
Opponent first.
Bye.
Like
yep.
Really helping
Chat,
out.
enjoy the stream.
I really like this matchup.
Chat, enjoy the stream, bro. Enjoy the exit. Guys, I'm allowed to pause in my stream, motherfucker. High Vice, you said bye. Oh, nope, that's not how that works, High Vice. High Vice, you're on work hours.
A tangential thought that I'm actually happy we don't have to have the conversation about having champions in a deck this year. It was always like, why don't they have a champion? 3-card cycle is so strong. You get to see more versatile decks out in the world because you're not forced to always play a champion, so you can take
even the
advantage
YouTube
of that
chat
3-card
is
cycle.
skip
So
forward. Reasonable crash out.
The deck without did lose, but I don't think that's exactly why.
No, yeah, huge shout out to the Balance Changes team. This game is more like balanced than in a long time. World Finals here is amazing. Yeah. We have a lot of cycle, a lot of OG decks.
Somebody just typed, lay off the drinks. Bro, it's a coffee and a water. And then like a BioLite IV thing. Yo, chat. In your opinion, what is the best card in Clash Royale right now? 3, 2, 1. Evo Royal Ghost.
Bouncing back against
Evo Royal Ghost. Evo Royal Ghost.
We're into game 2.
It's not the Berserker!
And, you can see the previous battle decks here. None of these cards can be repeated by that player. And we do see another Mortar. I think he heard you.
I know he heard me. He can hear this room. My voice is echoing. Thank you, Frontier Guard. Wow. I hope it pays off.
Okay, a Vine
Could have Vined earlier to keep the Witch alive.
Quite quick enough. The Cannon card taking out the Witch. This counter push is definitely threatening, and he used Barbell previously, so he doesn't have... Oh! He gets the Valk down in time.
And you heard the crowd gasp there. Valk comes down after one shot in from that Cannon cart.
I love the Goblin
being a pretty
Hut,
clean defense here for Sub as they
Goblin
both
Hut's
basically
so good.
reset. Elixir slightly in favor of Sub just because he has a building on the board.
So Sub with Graveyard, Frontier Guard with Mortar. You know, honestly, when I look at a matchup like this, I just see Evo Valk value and Evo Witch value. That is unless Frontier Guard has Lightning. We've seen Mortar decks like this with Lightning previously. If he has it, it's going to be a game changer.
And we saw this deck run earlier by Eigor without Lightning, and he was really wanting for it. And then when you talk about this matchup, it looks like Sub is probably running Graveyard with Evo Witch with that Vine spell, which is basically a freeze now. And when you're going up against Cannoneer, you got to be feeling pretty good when you're running GY.
A Mortar at the bridge. Let's see if it can log. The skeletons from the opposite lane will distract, and then a Gob Hut. This is the one thing in this matchup, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about
please, no, go ahead.
No, yeah, I mean, when I am playing Gob Hut, the last thing I want to play against is Mortar and Expo. You know, those siege units are really a struggle to deal with.
Yeah, and I was actually just going to say, you know, if we were going to gush about the balance team, I think they did such a great job with the rework of Gob Hut, a card that was basically dead and now has found itself incredibly competitively viable. And we see a Valkyrie plus Vines at the bridge to try to clean everything up. Does a pretty dang good job of it, too.
Okay, Guard does get some early damage here in this matchup.
He should be more aggressive with his Graveyards if he's playing Cannoneer.
Waiting for that correct moment to get the counter push and go all in with the Graveyard, the poison, everything.
Now, I don't think this is a lost matchup by any means. One great part of it is that you have the
Holy
cannon
Valk
card to
value.
do some great damage up at the river, but you have
my God, the
Valk
Valk!
to kind of set the line against a Graveyard. But Juicy, when you talk about matchup, do you think that this is still in favor of Graveyard just because of Cannoneer and Vines and all that?
Yeah, and then with the Miner, we're not going to be seeing Lightning either. So this Evo Witch is going to be an absolute menace, not only on defense, but on offense. And here comes the Graveyard, Andrew.
Yep, first Graveyard in. There's the Miner coming out defensively, poising again on top of that Goblin Stein Doctor, not the monster.
Dude, the Goblin Stein actually full counters the Graveyard. That is
once
insane.
again just healing herself.
Yeah.
Blocking the Mortar with the Valk, which does go in front. Will the Cannoneer lock onto the Witch? It does not. On the Skeletons, it's getting distracted.
Wow.
This Witch is a threat.
And now it's going to get on top of the Berserker, and
Oh!
then it gets on top of
the Vines!
Wow. This Witch is still alive, and Frontier Guard having to spend an arm and a leg to defend.
And he finally gets it down, but now he's just
Another
down
Graveyard.
so much elixir. The Graveyard comes through, and the ability does defend.
Dude,
Kind of
the
a nice
Goblin
game of the
Stein
lane
is
to get, like, force out some
insane.
elixir.
Yeah, that way
Oh
you're not
my
able to drop
God.
the poison on top of
The Graveyard does
Goblin
no
Doctor
damage.
Once again.
Well done from Frontier Guard. Once again,
Even with
it
a
seems like
Cannoneer.
his playstyle is about aggression.
Yep, and that was a great way of recognizing what would I do if I was in his shoes. I would poison out again, let me get aggressive, let me pull some elixir to the opposite lane.
But still, it's Sub's
Sub's
up in the
winning.
damage lead. And in Triple Elixir, it's only going to get more difficult for Guard here. Graveyard is known to thrive in the Triple Elixir overtime.
Goblin Gang plus Miner. Witch going to come out to clean things up. 2 Witches on the board, a lot of Skeletons to gain health from. That's a pretty decent poison at the bridge. Doesn't even need to do it. The Witch stays alive so long, and this Goblin Hut does great work against that Goblin Stein.
Evo Valk to the bridge, Evo Witch to the bridge. So the next card will be
Oh
Graveyard.
my
And
God.
after that, a poison.
Oh
Juicy's calling
my
right now.
God!
Graveyard, he got it. There's the Vines coming in. Doesn't even need the poison.
Wow.
The Skellies take out the
He
Doctor.
dude,
And that's gonna do
he Vines the Doctor. That was so nasty.
4th place in 2024. He's back.
Wow, I'm literally clapping my hands. Sub once again just showing up and saying, you know what, I'm not just consistent, I can also get a 2-0 sweep whenever I want. I'm going to walk on
Wait,
stage.
Ian's next,
use
right?
that first
Ian!
round bye to my advantage.
He just did such a great job of recognizing the matchup in both of those games. Josh, let's pick this man's brain. Let's go down to the stage.
Ian is
Get
next,
up
chat.
one more time for Sub!
From Brazil.
Okay, Sub, what did you learn from Frontier's first set that allowed you to beat him and look so good?
O que você aprendeu sobre o Frontier Guard nessa primeira rodada e o que fez parecer tão fácil ganhar dele?
Eu acho que eu fiz boas escolhas de decks. Eu já treinei com ele, ele é um bom jogador, um ótimo jogador de ciclo. Então eu acertei. A minha análise foi muito boa em questão das matchups, então eu fico feliz com isso.
I did a great job doing the analysis with him, and I practiced with him a lot in the past few days, so I choose the right card and the right deck.
Okay, you got it in his head. That was well done. How did it feel to have to wait so long? You had to wait 6+ matches. You finally get in the stage. How did it feel to wait so long and play so well and be so successful on this day number 1?
Como que é para você ter esperado tanto tempo para entrar no palco para fazer um bom jogo?
Eu fiquei nervoso, eu estava nervoso esperando ali. Eu até cheguei antes do meu horário, mas eu fico feliz que eu consegui fazer um jogo tranquilo. Eu fiquei nervoso, mas o nervosismo tomou conta, eu consegui controlar, então eu fico feliz.
I was so nervous that I just got earlier than my time slot, but I'm nervous and I know that I did a great job. So.
Thank you, Sub, and congratulations once again. Casters, take it away.
And
Chat,
just
Ian
an
is
incredible
next.
showing there from Sub. You know, again, you saw
Ian
the
is
audience
next.
vote. You saw our vote, which was, we all thought Sub was going to take it. Everyone, it was a 58-42 split between those watching at home and here in the crowd, and Sub probably put all those naysayers to bed right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, I'm really impressed with the guard. I love his aggression.
Yep.
I love his play style. But when you're going in sub, who's like bread and butter is like psycho control, like I'm going to defend perfect and you will not get damage, sometimes that super aggressive style just doesn't work out.
And we saw it last year at World Finals too, just the calm, cool collectedness of Sub where things might be going awry. He might have taken a little bit more damage than he thought early on. But as I was saying before, he really just looked at the macro matchup in both those games, locked things down. And Juicy, talk to me a little bit about this matchup. We talked about it a good amount throughout the entire set. But was there really a way to get through it, or was it just bad?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the offensive potential for Sub using the Graver and the Witch, but also the Valkyrie is one of the best cards to defend Ghost.
Yeah, and here we go. We've got our two people that have played, or excuse me, our two players of the first round bye getting 2-0, 2-0, Sub and Mo Light untouched. We'll be seeing them tomorrow. See if one of them has to take their first loss. Next up, we're going to Ian versus Adriel, then Pedro versus Lucas. And as you guys can see, we got Mugi Frontier Guard, Sandbox, and Sam as we round out this lower bracket. We've got a very, very exciting one coming up next. Honestly, this is one kind of like I heard Josh talking about earlier. I can't pick. I just had to pick.
It's got to be
you
Ian.
guys made me pick, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I won't spoil it. We're going to be showing some caster predictions soon. But I agree, like, this is a really tough matchup. You know, like, we saw Adriel really perform.
Chat, who are you guys supporting in this? Ian or Adriel? Ian or Adriel? Ian or Adriel? Ian or Adriel? Chat, it's 3 days. It's, today's day one. Today's day one. There's going to be less and less players each day. Yeah, I'm supporting Ian, too. Chat, I love Ian, bro. Ian is a great guy. Ian's also just funny, dude. I already know he's going to be, like, emoting and shit. Ian's a troll, bro. I love Ian. Chat, Ian is a goat, bro. I hope Ian does really well. I already said, but the two people I'm cheering for is Mo and Ian. I don't really know any of the other players. Like, I know all of them. I know, like, all of them besides Frontier. I just found out who he was today. But I haven't, like, spoke to any of the other players that much besides, like, Mo and Ian, so. I hope they do good. I'm excited to see Ian's game. I've been waiting to watch Ian. I really hope he wins, bro. Adriel's really good, though, so. Adriel's a very good player. I'm gonna go get another water. I'll be back. Ian77 versus Adriel. Mods, random predictions. Let's go.
Rich Slayton here with a bit of a rarity at this World Finals, one of the only two players to make their first appearance. Ian, you've been so close so many times, and you finally made it to World Finals. What changed this year?
I knew I always had this skill, but I just got a lot more confident in like putting myself in like risky situations, I guess. I just took it, I just trusted in myself and my plays, and it just worked out so good that I got like the first golden ticket, so secured my spot right from the start. I
know you do some pretty big runs. What's the longest ultra marathon distance that you've run?
So far it's 52 miles, or like I think 80 something kilometers, but I do want to do 100 miles at some point, 160 kilometers, so hopefully I could get there.
What's harder, running 50 miles or getting first on ranked?
For me, running 52 miles, but for the average person, I guess number one on ranked. I feel like just getting mental strength in general in life has helped me in Clash Royale too. I think that's actually been like a big difference this year, is just getting mentally strong, even from things outside of Clash, it helped me in Clash.
We have a lot of big names here. Who do you think would pull the most views if this tournament was just about trying to go as viral as possible?
Maybe me and Muhammad Light, I think I would say, because I mean everyone knows Muhammad Light. That would be a game of all time. Maybe not quite like the Surgical Goblin 1 HP game, but it would be up there.
You're a very large content creator with a kind of rabid following, especially here in the States. Yeah. What would you have to say to your supporters?
Well, I just want to say thank you all so much if you're watching this event. It's really an honor to finally live up to their expectations, you know, because I feel like back in the day I would be like kind of really struggling and competitive. You know, it's nice to finally actually make World Finals and be a top player that they've always knew I could be.
That's it for Ian77. I know I'm excited, and so are you, to see what he does at last here at World Finals.
Next up, this man has over 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. And after years of coming so close but falling short, he's finally here today. One of the most anticipated Clash Royale League World Finals debuts, Ian77! And his opponent is quiet, but absolutely dangerous, and just got a loud win over a 2-time world champion. Make it loud right now for Adriel!
It's your girl that's sexy. She ain't used to text me. Now she won't harass me. I gotta tell my bestie. Someone call my bestie. Think I found my bestie. Link up, make a checklist. You know that I'm smoking dope. I'll be hot till next week. No, I had to let her go, cause she can't arrest me. Woke up with my tootie, what it do?
I mean, really, even if it's not going to get to him, are we gonna like enjoy seeing everything? It looks like he's having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love seeing that.
Yeah, no. This is a really big moment for Ian, right? Like he said in the interview, you know, he is very anticipated.
Lamine Yamal will have to live with this for his life. It will have a huge impact on his career. Lamine Yamal diagnosed with chronic pubalgia, injury that can never be cured. Pubalgia? Full story. Lamine Yamal, Barcelona star. Chat, what does that mean? Pubalgia? Pubic hair?
What? So it just gets ridiculous with all the competitiveness about it. It's really a joy to see. And okay, we can talk like for 5 seconds about how jacked Ian is. I mean,
Ian!
It's really inspirational almost.
No, yeah, I absolutely agree. And once again, going back to his interview,
Ian!
I love what he said about, you know, being disciplined, whether it's running, you know, hitting the gym. You know, I've talked about it a lot with him, and it is inspirational. And I love how he's using that discipline and applying it to Clash Royale to get to where he is today.
Yeah, I mean, you have to approach it just like a job. You want to be the
Ian
best in the world.
77.
You have to use it as a 9 to 5. You have to be able to wake up, practice with the right set of people. Then you have to be able to take a break, you know, get that workout in, go back in, and play your game. You know, a lot of people don't realize it, but, you know, it takes a lot to be an esports pro.
Yeah, let's check out the chat predictions. Let's see how you guys, you know, thought about this match. Also, if you haven't got your predictions yet, go to I almost said store.supercell.com. Event.supercell.com/Clash Royale. And you guys can get some nice emotes and stuff, or not emotes, but you can get a badge, which is legendary. Get that spectator badge. Here are, wow, almost 50-50 here, Josh.
Dude,
come on, Ian!
Congratulations to the community. This is why I love the community. They know ball. It is clear right here. This is going to be a 50-50. Anybody could win it. Let's take a look at the caster predictions, because this is going to be insane. I took Adriel. I was too impressed. I mean,
come on, Ian!
He just looks good. He looks ready for the stage, and you took Ian.
I took Ian. We'll see what the other predictions are from the other casters are as well. Looks like it's split down the middle.
Is this the first one?
I think so. It's split down the middle, not only the community, but with the casters as well.
Get your girl that's
so,
check free.
You know,
She
talk to
ain't
me
used to
about
text
why you took Adriel. Maybe I'll talk about why I took Ian.
Yeah, I mean, look, when it comes down to it, Adriel has performed on the big stage. He's showcased greatness. I mean, we saw him have a wonderful first set. The only drawback that
I really
have for him is that he's shown
there he is,
What
man.
he wants to come out with, and that does ding him a little bit. But for the most part, I was too impressed from his first set to go any other way.
Man, I mean,
Dude,
you're making me second guess my pick here a little bit. But, you know, Ian, on the other hand, once again, he's been performing really well in practices. I'm a big fan of his coach, Ismail.
Bro, Ian is
I think
tall.
this is honestly like one of the big matches where it's like there's a lot going on in the background. You know, kind of Jeebus for Adriel, Ismail for Ian. There's a lot of mind games going on. And we'll see kind of where those matchups are going to end up, because these are, once again, both two players that do really well at really, you know, taking the nuance of the cards that do well in a certain matchup.
Yeah, and when it comes down to it,
Royal
there's pretty much
Chef!
like 3 phases in Clash Royale. There's the physical, the mental, and the coach. The coaches for both of these players, incredible.
First
and
Royal
the
Chef
physical
of the
and mental
day.
are incredible, and I got Juicy pointing to it, so I will call it out. We do have the Chef Tower coming out from Adriel.
No, yeah, I can't believe this. I think this is the first Chef Tower of the day, and, you know, I don't blame him. But Ian is so prepared for it. Oh, my goodness. So Chef is definitely going to be a Golem deck. But Ian literally has Evo Valkyrie and Evo Goblin Cage in preparation for this golem or this beatdown deck.
Okay, so it looks like Ian's taking a page out of Adriel's book. Using Lava, we'll have to see the rest of his deck, but I believe it's going to be Lava. We could see maybe E-Giant, but with the Arrow showcase as well, I think we're seeing a Lava versus Golem matchup right here.
Lava versus Golem is interesting. I mean, usually, I don't know. I'm not really sure, but basically, the way I look at this is that neither player will be able to break through very easily. Adriel's got the Zappies, the Spear Empress, and the Furnace for air defense.
Adriel's
and
up
Ian, on the
too.
other hand, with the Evil Valk and the Cage for the Golem pushes, I don't really know. Maybe I'd give a slight advantage to Adriel even.
Yeah, I
He
think
said
I have
good
to lean
game.
towards Adriel's way, but I mean, really, it comes down to can you use the Evo Cage, get it to work like it needs to. The Bar Barrel early plus the Vine should be able to take it out quickly, and that Golem is full health. That is a wonderful job, and yes, all your support troops are going to be dead.
Bro, oh my God, stop buffering. Bring me back into the game, bro.
But that's a Golem on tower. Well,
yeah, he does get quite a bit of...
I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out.
Exactly.
Because I thought that Cage, getting taken out so early would be a struggle, but that's why they call Spear Empress the mini P.E.K.K.A of the sky, really putting out mad DPS.
I didn't know that. I think that's a great name, yeah.
That's what I call it anyways.
Okay, all right. I'll allow one of those. So yeah, that's your coin's turn for the tournament.
Opposite lane.
Okay, Lava in the back, in the left, and then we see on the right, Adriel with the Golem in the back. So we're gonna be seeing two big lanes.
I'm gonna fucking lose it! Refresh the whole fucking page.
Side. Yeah, trying to get that knockout blow. The Golem going on the right side, the Lava going on the left. It's interesting. Adriel played it late. He wanted to defend with the Zappies, plus the Bar Barrel. Beautiful perfection, almost perfection. If that timing would have been just a little bit better, those Skeleton Dragons would have been gone. But instead they
he got the Lava in front.
Wow, and the Lava in front protects and tanks
Wait,
for the Spear
lightning?
Empress. Zappies on defense once again.
Nah,
It's
he can't.
really close game right now. Arrows coming through, and the Lava Bones are trying to chip. I mean, Josh, this is wild. This is insane. It's like two beatdown decks, but really good defense on either side.
Yeah, and right there, gets the interaction correct. The Lumberjack goes to town on top of the Empress, and right there, Valk plus Empress, a little push. It's those weird push.
Dude, oh my God, this is lagging so fucking
Definitely
bad.
going to be fairly useful. Spirit Empress connects. The crowd is roaring. They know that little amount of damage, it might seem like a little, but that is a huge difference maker throughout a match like this.
Yeah, and right there, Adriel playing the Golem first, and then Ian responding same lane. So it's clear that the Lava player wants to go same lane, the Golem player wants to swap, and both players are aware of that.
Lumberjack is going to go towards the cage and not to the tower. The vines do prevent the Golem from getting pulled. This Golem is looking like it's going to connect for some mad damage. Ian kind of scrambling to prevent the damage, but he doesn't have enough elixir to go Lava in front here.
Yeah, good arrows getting a ton of value, and we see the angry face. This is also why Ian is so appreciated amongst some. Some people don't like it. I love it. Yeah. He is not afraid to emote, not afraid to have fun with it, and right there, showing his anger, but still in this game.
Spear Empress from both players, another Golem push from Adriel trying to extend the lead. We're into triple elixir overtime, and an Evo Valkyrie is in cycle to try to deal with this, but it Vines taking off the board immediately.
Yeah, only gets one swing. We do see the defensive lightning, and it was well timed, but it doesn't feel like you're getting enough value. It feels like Adriel is just totally running away with this.
Lava Hound plus Skeleton Drags at the bridge in the other lane. Zappies and Vines plus Bar Barrel.
Wait, Adriel doesn't have enough time to gold him.
And it's looking a little bit like Ian's chances are dwindling.
Yeah, I mean, 20 seconds left. The Evo Furnace in cycle is always going to help him out. We do see a Lightning. The Rage should be able to help out. 1492, 1142. Ian trying to get himself back to another Lightning. Adriel just going to cycle. Both players at this point, it's either you got the spells or you don't.
The
4
Lightning,
seconds.
Will it drop on the last second? The Zappies, and it doesn't get down in time. Adriel taking game number 1 by the skin of his teeth. To be fair, I don't think the Lightning would have done enough.
How much does the level 11 Lightning do? Like 290?
Tonight. All right, we're ready for day 2. I promise, guys.
Chat, how much does the level 11 Lightning do? Does anybody know? What a fucking game. Oh my God. 286? Oh, he would have lost by 40. Oh my God. Chat, well, if you're a Lava or a Loon player, that was like the most educational game of the day. So Golem plays, or no, sorry, Lava or Golem. Golem plays opposite lane against Lava, and then Lava wants to play same lane.
No, on
I didn't even know
when
that.
you take a look at who your opponent is. Frontier.
Oh, I guess that makes sense because the Lava Hound can just sit up in the air with the Spirit Empress, and then all the Golem units just get wiped out.
So calm, so collected, and right there, the matchup felt like it was 52-48. Who could figure out how to play the matchup?
Dude, Ian
exactly
lost
correctly.
game 1.
And look,
Fuck!
both players figured it out. Ian trying to go bridge Lava at the very end, trying to swap lanes. He was doing everything that he could, but Adriel just figured it out maybe 3 seconds faster, and that's why he was able to walk away with the win.
Yeah, and looking at the decks here, perfect timing from the production. I mean, I'm just gonna try and walk you guys through what I see here. So number one, I saw Evo Valkyrie and Cage for Golem, really strong. But then on the other hand, Ian has Lava and Adriel has Zappies. And Zappies are the best anti-lightning and really good Lava counter as well. So it really is fairly close.
Yeah.
But once again, I think Adriel just had that slight advantage. And I also really like the usage of the Vines to really kind of stall the Evo Valk, stall the Skeleton Drags, and combo the Bard Barrel. Like, he did really well with that.
Yeah. I don't want to call him out, but, you know, there was one missed bar barrel in one of the situations. So, you know, I expect even better gameplay from Adriel in this upcoming game. I mean, wow, that was a phenomenal set number 1, and that was Ian's first game on the World Final stage. I think he has to feel pretty good about what he just did.
Yeah, but the question is, do you have the mental fortitude like Adriel? Do you have
Chad, is that
the
boss?
ability to shut down those nerves after a first loss and bounce back for game
Baby
number 2
Nate.
to stay alive in the best of 3? We're going to find out very shortly. You know, the players kind of building their decks, you know, waiting. Huge shout to the crowd. Look at the crowd. Yeah, let's get hyped, guys. I mean, this is Clash Royale League World Finals. I love this community.
Yeah, and right here, okay, I've got a question for you. Do you think the nerves are stronger from being at the World Finals, or knowing that Riley was able to finish so well last year and he might not be able to repeat that process?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a mix of both, right? It's like, you know, he's got a lot of people. I don't know. It's the term of heavy lays the crown. And Ian doesn't have really the crown, per se, when it comes to competitive, but when it comes to, you know, being a very known person in the community, like, sometimes it's a blessing and a curse when so many people are rooting for you.
So game number 2 underway. Adriel took game number 1.
Bro, this same guy has been spamming the 6-7 emote for the last 3 hours.
And the Valk get cycled.
My God!
As well. Ian on the other side could be running the giant skeleton drill deck that we've seen earlier today. Still a few more cards to go, and there we go. Giant skeleton in the back by Ian.
Interesting. I forget who it was. Maybe it was Adriel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Adriel who won with this giant skeleton Evo Ghost deck in his first round. He was playing against Mugi using Hyperbait.
Oh,
so
that
Ian
was
kind of taking a page from Adriel's deck picks, and looks like Adriel doing kind of the opposite as well. Looks like a lava deck.
That was
and
a
once
nice
again,
NATO,
the Zappies
y'all.
are going to be really strong here.
Bro, Zappies are so
yeah,
good.
I mean, Zappies are just kind of a wonderful surprise. I really enjoy metas that have Zappies in it.
Dude, I love when
don't
Ian
know why. I
emotes,
feel
dude.
like
He's
it's
like
a
the
card that
only
shouldn't
pro
work,
that
but,
emotes.
you know, the stun, 4 elixir, it feels like a healthy
No
meta
other
whenever
pro
Zappies are in the
emotes.
meta.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at this matchup. I mean, this is going to be a really, you know, kind of grindy matchup of making pushes, defending. We see a nice drill placement from Ian to the back of the tower, and it actually pans out for some solid damage.
Yeah, right there. Baby Dragon was actually a great response as well. Zappy's low to be able to take out the Valk plus the Baby Dragon, and still should have a little bit of HP left, especially when he plays the Golden Knight to protect him. And we should potentially see a dash. No, just going to wait just a second and not going to dash. Just showing some patience right here on the grand finals, or the world final stage.
Adriel does find a time to go for the lava in the back, and Ian's only air
Nice
defense
NATO, man.
might just be Zappies. I'm not sure what the last card is going to be, but it has to be another evolution. So I don't know. I feel like once I see it, it's going to be like a no-brainer. There it is.
And right there, it is the Evo XC. XC coming down. No Evo in cycle just yet, but this is a pretty big push. We should be able to see
What, the lightning?
a NATO.
Okay,
Oh, that was
NATO.
clean.
Arrows get down. a little bit late, but the Lava Pups and Baby Dragon do get on the tower. Adriel getting some big damage, and Ian throwing out his classic good game. He's trying to play some mind games here.
El Clasico using the good game. It's not over just yet. Don't believe him, even if he is saying that.
GoldenEye on the left with the Evo Exi. I mean, yeah, it's still very possible for him to win this. We saw a similar situation when Adriel's playing this deck. Oh, wow. The lightning arrows from Adriel knowing the tornado comes out was impressive, though.
Yeah, tower down to 19-18, but a lot coming down
This
the
isn't
left
good,
lane.
chat.
Going to be forced to respond to that, and now no Evo Exi in cycle, so the next lava could put in a lot of work from Adriel.
Giant sitting in the back. Evo goes trying to get some value on offense. But the King
on,
and
Ian.
Baby Dragon do a great job. Adriel continues to apply pressure in the other lane. He's
gonna lava the bridge.
Honestly, that is the biggest play that Adriel's made this game. You do not
Wait.
want to go same lane versus execution.
Ian's going in.
I mean, I just wonder if Adriel is somehow a one-trick.
Did Ian just win?
We not realize that this entire time he is
Oh my
playing
God!
Lava
Golden Knight!
perfectly,
Golden
but
Knight!
Pretty massive push. Exi doesn't shoot on top of the tower like I thought it would, but does get the tower down to 1196. This is a big push.
Golden Knight!
As well.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Damage goes, doesn't connect, and Ian
Oh,
takes
no.
the damage lead
Oh,
for
no.
the first time this
Oh,
game
no.
with 45 seconds left on the clock.
Baby Dragon Splash saved his tower right there.
Oh,
Lightning
no.
coming down, 357. Drill gonna go on offense. It's
Golden Knight!
Gonna be seeing a dash. The guards do protect.
Oh my God.
273.
No.
The
No.
arrows come down in time. He does
No.
protect the tower.
No.
45. We
The
see
Giants
it.
No!
The lightning.
The
Will he
cage
get
is
the
in
lightning
time.
block?
92.
The executioner.
Can he protect? He does. Adriel gets it. Adriel gets it.
Oh my gosh! And it's gonna be a victory for Adriel!
How does he do it over and over?
Oh my goodness!
Celebrating, showing the flag.
Wow! The lightning dropping down. The lightning block from the Zappies just weren't quite timed correctly. It hit one Zappy first, almost buying enough time for the execution to lock in the
Ian
town left-hand
lost.
lane, but it just wasn't quite enough time. Let's hear it from the man himself. Let's send to Rich. I want to hear this interview.
Adriel, 2 up, 2 down, and you had that game locked up, and then it got very, very tight at the end. Talk to me about what you were thinking and feeling in the final moments of Game 2.
Dos partidas, dos victorias. Pues dime cómo te sientes y especialmente cómo te sentiste al final de este último segundo juego que parecía que tenías la victoria, parecía que se te iba a escapar. ¿Qué pasaba por tu mente?
Realmente empecé jugando bien, luego tiré un mal lava que me complicó la partida, pero logramos recuperar.
Well, at the beginning I was really confident. Unfortunately, a little misplay in the middle of it, but I could recover from it.
So here we are, 2 matches in. You've taken out the 2-time world champion in Mugi. Now the most anticipated guy in Ian. What are you thinking about your chances for this world championship?
Bueno, y los oponentes que has derrotado, pues Mugi el primero, 2 veces campeón mundial, ahora Ian, una aparente promesa. ¿Cuáles sientes que son tus posibilidades en esta competición?
Realmente no me importa contra quién juegue, daré lo mejor de mí y sí.
It doesn't really matter who I will be up against. I'm here to win and to prove it all.
He's here for it. Let him hear it one more time. Adriel!
Damn, bro, Ian lost.
I cannot stress it enough. I will pay so much money to be the one commentating his games for the rest of the tournament. I don't. This needs that. Please, please, please. I will work with whoever I need to work with. Let me get more Adriel games.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you. I mean, that game was the closest one of the day so far. And the whole time, this is why we need heart rate monitors. The whole time, Adriel's just there like, this is normal.
Yeah.
This is normal. Bro,
Dude.
like the executioner was literally about to hit your tower.
Yeah, I made a mistake.
Bro, chat, you know the clutch play that brought Ian back into the game? Adriel went Flying Machine Lava, and Ian just did Zappies. He did Zappies on top of the Flying Machine. They killed the Flying Machine, then killed the Lava, and that allowed him to get up, like, 7 elixir, and he just did a bunch of damage on the
Looking
left.
at it on paper,
But it wasn't
looks
enough.
like Ian should walk away with this.
Yeah, so the biggest thing that Adriel did to win this game is to switch lanes. You know, with Ian's deck, it's all about defending with Executioner, defending with the Zappies, and then counter pushing off of that in a matchup like this. But Adriel with the lane switch, forcing out Executioners, allowing for lightning value, while also using his cards like Guards, Cage, and Valkyrie to have cheap defenses in order to get that spell damage on tower. Like, it was really a masterclass.
Yeah, and you know, back in the days, it used to be a thing where like when you were trying to become a pro player and like doing all of that, you would practice with the one tricks. You have to assume that Adriel has practiced with every single one trick that runs Lava. He is running it to perfection.
Right, wow. Okay, so Adriel is now advancing. He will play the winner of our next matchup. We have Pedro versus Lucas. And look at the lower bracket as well.
Brazil versus Brazil.
Going down to play against Vtor. Overall, just really exciting stuff. This bracket, once again, is just so stacked. I just love the world. I just love it. I love this.
Chat, one sec.
Yeah, I mean, the World Finals, there's no better place to be. You have to be here watching the action. I mean, Adriel has been phenomenal, but all these players have as well. And Battle of Brazilians, that could be pretty interesting. Let's take a look at
highlights.
Highlights, that's what it was.
Dude, I can't believe he lost like that. That was the worst loss of the day. That was so brutal to watch. That was brutal. Damn, man. I just had to pay that guy from the tournament earlier. Damn, bro. Wait, so chat, how many more games are there today? There's a lot more, right? Minus 2K. Why aren't you cosplaying as Los Pollos? Drewski. What do you mean, Drewski, chat? Where?
Is in order to get that spell.
Where? Drewski, what?
Let's go! Let's go! Go! What's up, guys? Juicy here. We got Pedro with us coming into this tournament. You know, there's going to be a few players from Brazil. We have Lucas, we have you, and then we also have Sub. Is there a rivalry going on there? And how important is it for you to be the best in Brazil?
Eu não acredito que imagine uma rivalidade entre a gente, porque somos amigos, mas eu gostaria de me manter como o melhor brasileiro, até porque até o momento ainda sou o único que chegou em segundo lugar.
Since getting second place at the World Finals in 2023, how has your life changed since then?
Eu pude começar a investir mais na minha carreira, então comprar dispositivos novos, inclusive comprei um iPad, comecei a jogar, e esse ano eu estarei jogando no iPad depois de ter começado a me acostumar no início desse ano.
It's your third consecutive World Finals appearance. How do you feel that you've grown over these years?
Eu acho que eu vim crescendo principalmente nas escolhas de decks, que agora vem sendo melhores para eventos online. Acho que isso vai ajudar muito mesmo e estou vindo bem confiante para esse terceiro.
Supporters.
Eu gostaria só de agradecer a todo mundo que sempre acaba torcendo para mim e eu espero muito poder ganhar esse ano, porque eu venho muito confiante.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And our last player to make their 2025 World Finals debut, making his third consecutive World Finals appearance, our 2023 World Runner-Up. Give it up for Pedro!
Chat, what place did he get last year? Like top 8 or something? Top 6?
And he'll be looking for some revenge against his opponent, who is the one that sent him home in 2024. Lucas started our sets today going 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Can he keep the trend going? Let's give it up one more time for Lucas!
Brazil versus Brazil, bro. I don't know. I get the feeling that Lucas is going to win this.
Here we go, Pedro and Lucas, and one of my favorite things is seeing the comfort level that Lucas has now on stage. So loose, so confident, and we've really got to watch him grow up here in CRL.
Yeah, I mean, it's always amazing to see the evolution. Wow, the evolution of these players.
Joe, who do y'all got?
See what you did there?
Yeah, thank you.
Who do y'all got?
I mean, Lucas, he certainly loves the spotlight, and, you know, the spotlight really does love him.
That's very true. Now, you know, when we look at this matchup between him and Pedro, I love that answer. It's all he wants is sushi. Favorite sushi, more types of sushi, other types of sushi. I'm going to buy sushi. All right, so we know what's in store for Pedro with his money. And, you know, when you think about this matchup, Pedro is a guy who's purely from the solo era against Lucas, who's been here since the Teams era, even played in 2019 in some of the semi-pro Teams leagues. He might have, I don't know which team he was on, might have been LA Gaming. I think everyone played for LA Gaming at one point in 2019. But he's up against Pedro with one of the most experienced coaches who coached in both teams and solo, former Tribe coach for teams, Jose VTS.
Yeah, I mean, Jose VTS, one of the greatest coaches to ever do it, absolutely. And I mean, he's been so consistent. Like a lot of these coaches, we talk about them and it's like, oh yeah, you know, for these 3 years, he was great. But I mean, it's been what, 7, 8, 9 years, and he's still in it, still doing so much work. It's clear that he has every single player that he coaches ready to go for the monthly finals, world finals. You know, a lot of props to his coach.
What the fuck?
And taking a look at what we might have coming forward here in a little bit. This is interesting because as we've started to see, we have players who have already come out and played a match, who had to prep for that match, and had to have their second match ready to go versus the people who are all fresh. Didn't work out for some of them, obviously. Some were able to shut it down. But in this one, you have an interesting situation where you look at what Lucas has planned. We'll get to that more in just a moment. First, let's look at your predictions here, what you have going on, and right now, 58 to 42. Going for Pedro at the moment, which, you know, this is, again, I think pretty close, but Pedro lately has been one of those big guys. Let's look at what you've got here, Josh.
All right, let's see what I have. And I have Lucas X Gamer. Look, I saw his first set. I thought it was wonderful. Very few mistakes. And once you win a mirror matchup, you have to feel good for the rest of the tournament. You have to feel like you're the better player every time you step on the stage.
I'm doing the exact same thing, going with Lucas. And again, this for me, this comes down to deck pool.
Okay.
Lucas has a tremendously deep deck pool. And Pedro is very, very good with a very specific deck pool. He might be one of the best players here who leans heavily on comfort, and that's a big concern for me here in game number 1 and game number 2, is does he go too much to comfort? I don't think we have to worry about Golem or E-Giant from Pedro at all.
Yeah, and when you can eliminate even two, I mean, even just one meta deck away when your opponent just isn't willing to play it, that makes your life so much easier. Instead of having to worry about, you know, 150 combinations, you only have to worry about 120. So that is absolutely massive. And Lucas,
I have no idea
coach, doesn't matter. He's born for this.
I feel like this could just go either way.
Bored for this, indeed.
I legitimately have
First made his debut with Pain in 2020. Brought that team to a wonderful World Finals. Might have knocked out a friend of mine standing next to me along the way. But, you know, you do have to look at Pedro and look at what he's done coming almost out of nowhere. His debut season in 2023. He's one of the few other people besides Mohamed who puts 3 accounts in the top 10 on ranked.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's just, I can't even use the word unfair. I mean, really, it's just super impressive, super cool, but, you know, it does actually make you feel bad. I think that's what I'm kind of leaning towards. All right, you did 3. All right, let's try and reach Ultimate Champion with an 80% win rate. I didn't do it. Oh, man, look at that.
And we're just moments away from this second round matchup. Pedro and Lucas. 2 of the 3 Brazilians here. You've already had some success, and Josh,
this is probably going to be
cinema.
cinema.
And guess that someone from Brazil is going to win this match.
Yeah, that's
This is probably going to be fucking cinema.
You know, in fact, I will guarantee that one of these two will qualify, and here we go. Game number 1
All right.
underway.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, and I'm so glad to see it. I was expecting Pedro to either RG game 1
Bro, it's just
or
Royal
Minor
Giant
game 1.
Simulator
Instead,
in Pro
he goes
League.
Hog,
It's
a
every
little bit
game.
different. Lucas playing Royal Giant again.
I'm telling
here.
you, it's
I think he's
every
running back
fucking
the
game.
exact same deck from before. I think he was looking for potentially a mirror matchup one more time.
Yeah, definitely could see that. Lucas, I mean, it's clear that RG is his bread and butter, and, you know, he talked about it in his post-game interview. I've played the mirror matchup 1,000 times, and if you've played the mirror, you've played against this deck. You've played against Hog. You played against all these, and right here...
Really nice
I mean,
firecracker.
The question is, does he feel comfortable? We'll have to see as this game goes on.
And we're going to see this a lot.
Oh, the firecracker. Oh, my God. The firecracker again.
The firecracker splash. Big opening here for Pedro.
Yeah, Lucas has to be upset beyond belief.
Pedro's
I have no
down?
idea. I think the Hunter forgot how
Lucas
to shoot
is
or
down
didn't
elixir
shoot, or
and damage.
Something went wrong, and the Hunter put in absolutely 0 work.
First minute away, massive lead for Pedro, 18:04 on that right-hand tower. Just a
Dude, Lucas is
tiny
so
bit of
locked.
chip for him on his side, and Lucas sets up his Royal Giant. Now, Josh, talk to me about this dichotomy here where, you know, one of Lucas's best ways to deal with that Hog Rider, obviously going to be that Fisherman, but he also has to contend with the Mighty Miner working on that Royal Giant.
Ooh,
yes,
nice
he has
Hog.
the Electro Spirit here.
Nice
How's he gonna be able
fish,
to do
though.
double duty here?
Yeah,
Dang,
it just
nice
gets
fish.
interesting. You're trying to wait for double elixir, trying to get the multiple RGs.
Good
It
skellies
just
to
gets
protect the
super
mighty.
awkward for both of these players because
Good
yes,
ability.
you can defend with any 2 troops. You can defend with the Hunter plus the E-Spirit, get 0 damage.
Oh, God.
But at the same time, if you place the Firecracker behind it, right
That
here,
Royal
wow.
Giant.
Too late with the cannon. The RG is going to lock on. This is just difficult for both players.
Bro, that Royal Giant
that's
just did
that's
so
why this
much.
matchup gets so interesting.
And just more than happy to go ahead and take that Fireball onto the Firecracker, get the Evo off the board. And after 2 minutes,
why does
we're
the
pretty
Evo
much all
Royal
square.
Ghost do like drop
all
damage?
of a sudden,
Oh shit!
I mean, this is a game, and here we go. Hunter plus Log going to be able to clean that up, and he does protect the Hunter from allowing the Firecracker to splash. Gets the E-Spirit off. Beautiful job from Lucas. Incredible micro.
Dude, he doesn't have a great answer for the Firecracker.
And
so
slowing down
the
a bit
Firecracker's
now
gonna be really
is
good for
Pedro. He does have a slight elixir lead when you don't count the troop on the board, and able to cover. Does
Nice
not get a
Firecracker
shot. King Tower
again.
activation
Oh my
playing a critical
God.
role there.
Wow, and Hunter.
Bro, he's just chipping away.
Learned how to.
He should hog again, I
You know,
think.
prioritize. His Hunters have been absolutely perfect as this game has gone along. After
He has
the
to
first one,
block
it's
for
just
the
been
Mighty Miner
gorgeous
because he might
work
try to
from Lucas.
fish.
Here we go. Sudden death overtime on its way. Pedro ahead by 3 and change.
And right there, Cannon going to be able to defend the first RG, but you know there's a second one coming along soon, and there it is at the bridge. Evo Ghost on the right side, going to clean everything up and take it out while protected. And this second RG should be able to
Perfect
get a shot.
ability.
It does not. So perfect defense from Pedro. And now 100.
What a game. Oh my God.
Separated in 2 players.
But you think about the quality of that defense, Josh, and you're still giving up a couple hundred damage. This time, Fishboy should be more than capable. And with the stun, still gives up a hog shot. And you see Lucas very unhappy with that.
Yeah, very frustrated.
How did that
Ghost
hog
doesn't
connect,
get
yo?
down in time. Yeah, just doesn't get down in time, really. And right there, the hog does get one shot. Fisherman cannot get the pull. Beautiful. You know, we talk about the micro of Lucas. That micro.
Oh, another RG! Holy shit! But the mighty,
Firecracker goes
the mighty.
back behind. Hog should still get one, and it does.
The Mighty
Evo
Miner
RG
just
placed
killed 2
into
RGs.
The Mighty Miner, a huge mistake, and Pedro just licking his lips. That was way too easy. That should never be happening on the World Final stage.
High Hunter plus E-Spirit tries to pull the Mighty Miner over. Hog is running, E-Spirit stunning. Able to stop it this time is Lucas, but time ticking away, only 45 to
Bro,
get that
he
damage
Royal
back.
Gianted into a
The Evo
mighty.
Firecracker not going to be able to lock on right there. That Fisherman, a beautiful EA.
The Hog.
Can it get another one in time? It doesn't. Hog gets a shot on top of the tower.
It was the E-Spirit just completely shutting that whole thing down, and now it's last gasp for Lucas.
2 Royal
right there,
Giants.
2 Mighty Miners on the board. This is one of those. This is one of those matchups where you don't need the 3-card cycle. You love
Oh my God.
all the Mighty Miners.
Oh my God.
If you can.
Lucas just-
Pedro,
Lucas!
what does he have for this?
Lucas!
Evo RG on tower, cannon comes down to hold. RG in one more time. Lucas has to get so much done. Fishboy trying to pull. He needs to get one shot, can't get it done. Fireball in, won't be enough. Game number 1 for Pedro.
Well played coming out from Lucas.
He emoted.
The hog emote and the Barbarian Flex coming from Pedro. And look, this is one of the few matchups that we can look at and say, who played better? Who made less mistakes? It felt like both of these players might have been nervous.
Lucas put a RG, an Evo RG into a Mighty Miner. That was horrible.
Away with a win.
Got a very important win here too, right? You got to get those first round jitters.
And then he still almost won. That deck is insane.
And, you know, looking through some of their previous matchups here.
Chat, is it crazy to say that RG is just the best deck in the game? Is it crazy to say that RG is the best deck in the game? Guys, did Ian win? No.
Now 0-2 with Royal Giant.
Bro, I think RG is just the most timeless deck in the game. All right, chat. Let's look at the facts, right? Royal Giant has been in every meta for the last... I mean, I've been back in the game for 6 months now. Every meta for the past 5 months. I haven't seen it out of a meta. It's in every meta.
In them. And he's always going to be able to get
And it's like, never gotten a nerf. The Fisherman has never been nerfed. The Hunter's never been nerfed. The Skelet's never been nerfed. The E-Spirit's never been nerfed. The Royal Giant's never been nerfed.
If you want to play your best, you know, sometimes you have to make the tough choices. And right there in game number 1, it just didn't work out for Lucas.
And Pedro here, again, not going RG game number 1, not going Miner game number 1. That does raise the question, do we see one of those two in game 2? He could play the Bar Barrel version of Royal Giant.
Oh yeah,
these
Evo Hunter
ongoing
got a
games.
nerf.
And of course, Miner has so many variations.
Yeah, absolutely. And I gotta say, I was getting a little bit
Is that a
distracted.
goblin?
You know, I always
What
gotta
the hell?
I always got to appreciate, you know, the cosplay and setting everything up.
What the
beautiful,
fuck?
Beautiful costume right over there.
Yeah, goblins on stage, goblins in the crowd, goblins everywhere.
Yeah. Which I'm, yeah.
What?
Just a good time. I feel like goblins are fun to party with, so yeah.
Yeah, sure, and happy Halloween to all of you at home.
What did he
guess you're not
say?
trick-or-treating, but maybe this is your Halloween party, and you can celebrate and join us at event.supercell.com/Clash Royale. Go
What did he just say?
in for these matches. And
Goblins
of course, we still have
on the
2
stage?
more days. So if you haven't yet, subscribe to this channel, like this stream, and make sure you come back. Set that notification, hit the bell,
Dude,
so you don't miss.
Not a single pro has used goblins today.
You have best of 5s for that upper, lower, and grand final.
Yeah, I mean, best of 5s. It's been a wonderful addition this year. It is so cool to see, you know, everything you have to think of. Instead of, you know, I don't even know the combinations and stuff, but, you know, instead of 24 total cards, you're looking at 40. That's, you know, a million, billion, whatever it is. A lot of different combinations and a lot of just trying to outthink your opponents, outsmart your opponents. It creates just a whole new way to play this game.
And this is where it gets interesting because I know the players who have coaches have really planned deck progressions, where I know that Lucas has an idea, was kind of looking at game number 1 a lot, and then had some notes on what his opponent might play in game number 2. But there's a difference where a lot of these players are coming up with full sheets that have, hey, if these 2 or 3 or 4 cards are out in this combination from your opponent, this is where you go next, right? So it's a little bit more, I guess you have maybe something to hold on to more in that situation on stage.
Yeah, I wonder, you know, the benefits and the negatives of everything, because at the end of the day, you know, you don't get that coach on stage. So being able to know everything you really want to be doing, it's such an interesting conversation.
Evo Ice
to talk
Spirit,
about having
Miner.
a coach, not having a coach.
So here we go, Miner from Pedro in game number 2, going to Comfort after getting the win outside of his
Army from Lucas.
normal set.
E-Giant?
And Electro Giant for Lucas.
Good placement on the E-Giant. Not going to allow a ghost shot. And then Pedro, is this mortar? No, gonna be the Goblin Hut plus the minions. We're probably looking at
what a
Miner
lightning.
Ice Wiz plus minions. Pulls it all to the middle with a NATO to get them off the board, but not gonna get much more than that is Lucas.
Yeah, really do not like that NATO from Lucas. I think it's a pretty massive overextension right there. Forces out the barbell as well. And Pedro up 2.5 elixir. And just, you know, he's cycled his Evos. The Ice Spirit easy to cycle, Ghost easy to cycle. So just a really great start for Pedro.
Lucas did play Electro Giant In an in-game duel, not an out-of-game duel, so preset decks got the win over Pedro. Slightly different variation, didn't play the Golden Knight.
And I was just waiting. I'm telling you, the worst interaction in the world, the one that makes me throw away the game, I'm not playing this for one more second, is missing a miner when you have Skarmy. That is the worst interaction in the world. But he got it. He got it.
He got it, yes. Bar Barrel takes a swing, and the Evo Ice Spirit forces out 4 elixir from Lucas. You don't want to take those little extra tips.
Yeah, Lucas kind of okay with cycling the Baby Dragon, trying to get to the double elixir, triple elixir. And Pedro, this is what happens. We see Miner Poison, and he's going to start to get really aggressive. These Miner placements are so interesting to look at from Pedro.
Oh my God, the minion, the minion, the minion, the minion, the minion! Holy shit!
Lots of damage here. Minions able to really put some work on that right-hand tower, and once again, Pedro opening up the lead early.
Yeah, right here, the E-Giant
Bro,
just
looking
not
like
putting
a
in the
2-0
work
for
that needs
Pedro.
to be done. The Ice Wizard spread out to the side, plus the Goblin Hut. It's just too easy for him to defend
His last
every
card's
single
poison,
time.
right?
Never getting an opportunity for his opponent to NATO it to the King Tower. I mean, this is just picture-perfect play from Pedro.
That was a lot altogether.
Yeah, I cannot believe I got it done correctly.
E-Giant set up. We are deep into double. What do you think of the chances here of Lucas actually breaking through against, we have the Hut, we have the Ice Wiz, the ability to shut things down with the Ice Spirit as well?
I mean, I don't believe in 0% chance, but I do believe in 0.1, and that's what it's really looking like.
Bro, how is
and
Lucas
this is what
even
we were
supposed to
talking
break
about,
through?
right? The deck progression stuff where you go, hey, here what we think we need to cover after game number 1. And so far, Pedro and Jose looking like they have got Lucas's number.
Pretty
Yeah,
weird
right here,
poison.
minute 40 seconds left. We're seeing him
I
poison
think he
nothing.
was
so you have
poisoning
to be
for the
a little
Skarmy.
bit worried about the big push coming in from Lucas.
That was a weird
If Lucas
poison.
doesn't get it here, it's over. He needs to get it here, in my opinion.
90 seconds left. Baby Dragon puts a little bit onto the Ice Wiz. Lightning clears.
Yeah, beautiful timing right there with the Ice Spirit, trying to keep the Ghost alive. Minions
it's all
trying
dead,
to stay
man.
out of range, forces out the NATO from Lucas.
That just
And
shows
Lucas
you
just
this
can't get
matchup.
that
He
much out of the
poisoned
NATO, right?
and
He's not
minored the
using it to
floor.
be able to get
So
a
he
big
gave
Golden Knight
Lucas 7
combination.
elixir and Lucas
He's not
does no
getting the
damage.
breakthrough on the E-Giant. This time it picks up the miner, having to mitigate some of that problem.
He's gonna do some
at this point, Lucas
defensive
opted to go
E-Giants.
into the weak side.
Yeah, and I almost want to point out the first mistake I've seen from Pedro. I would like to see him switch up the miner placement. NATO out of cycle. You've been playing it there every single time. But yeah, both of his towers are basically at 3K. You know, I don't want to get too nitpicky, I guess.
And these minions have just been absolutely shredding these Electro Giants. You know, and we talked about it earlier, the extended range now making it so that they can do a whole lot of work. And Lucas has been trying to find a way to break through with the NATO, hasn't done it yet. 30 seconds left. You talked about do or die, Josh. This is the one.
Yeah, E-Giant on the left, E-Giant
Double
on the right.
E-Giant.
Baby Dragon just dead. It's gone. It's finished. That is massive for Pedro's defense. He shouldn't. This shouldn't even be a struggle.
Whoa.
The Ice was going to go to both lanes, and there we go. We finally do see a push.
Golden Knight in. Miner able to hold here, and that's not going to be enough. Golden Knight dashes. Electro Giant will not be quick enough. And Pedro
2-0
comes
sweep.
out and does
Wow.
it the easy way. 2 games up, 2 games down.
Damn.
Yeah, brilliant job from Pedro. I mean, the entire match, he just dominated. The minions, look, you talked about it a little bit. The minions were beautiful. You shouldn't be able to stop an E-Giant with minions. It shouldn't work. That doesn't make sense. My brain doesn't allow it, but we just saw it right there. The
2-0
minions putting in work
sweep.
every single time. Ice Wiz off to the side. Goblin Hut perfection.
Damn.
I mean, just a
Easy
beautiful set
100K? You put 100K on that?
And crowd certainly having a good time here. We are live at Atlanta DreamHack.
Wait, so chat.
People from all
Who plays next? Who plays next?
to enjoy their favorite thing. We've got lots of esports here, lots of gamers, and one who just got a big time win. Let's go down to the floor where Andrew is standing by.
All right, so Pedro, Lucas sent you home in 2024 World Finals. You come out game 1, you run Hog Rider, which Lucas is known for. How does it feel to get your revenge?
Você acabou de se vingar de ter perdido para o Lucas em 2024 usando a carta favorita dele. Como que isso significa para você?
Cara, Eu acho que é muito legal poder estar aqui de volta.
Vamos, porra, caralho!
Infelizmente é triste por sermos 2 brasileiros, mas pelo menos ele não está eliminado, então ainda tem muita chance, Brasil aí.
I'm glad to beat him. I'm sad to be a Brazilian team losing for me, but I'm so glad that I bet.
Yeah, it's kind of a win-lose situation there. You've been sitting backstage for 3.5 hours waiting to make your 2025 debut. What have you been doing and how have you stayed locked in?
Você ficou preso lá atrás por 3 horas e meia
Gooning!
pro seu jogo. Como você se preparou para estar aqui agora?
I'm sorry.
Então, acho que eu tô bem tranquilo, na real, por ser o meu 3º mundial. Mas eu fiquei
I'm
acompanhando
sorry,
todos
Chad.
os jogos. Também joguei alguns jogos antes de começar o campeonato. Então tava realmente bem
Wait,
focado
Chad, that was the
pra-
last game of the day? Oh, I'm about to start my pro journey now. That was the last game of the day?
Between the games and other matches, so I'm just relaxing to
You're
be
30, dude?
Well, practice pays off for Pedro. Let's hear it one more time.
Practice indeed for Pedro, and if you're in the crowd and you were sitting stage left with the stage on the right-hand side from your perspective, right behind me over here, if you were walking around, I know what Pedro was doing because I passed him multiple times sitting on the ground over there on the concrete with his iPad, getting practice games in while he was watching the other matches. So Pedro, like many, the grind never ends.
Yeah, I mean, there's one thing that I think both of us kind of forgot is that once Pedro is at the World Finals, he just gets that buff. He just wins everything. Oh, this is actually a bad matchup. Oh, I actually just learned something. What I thought was a 40-60 is actually a 70-30, and now I get to go home and probably play it like a 50-50, but it used to be 40-60. Pedro is just phenomenal.
And looking at this one, you know, Lucas going heavy 2 games in a row, right? He
I love
to
the
RG
music.
Game number 1, goes to E-Giant game number 2. And the cover here from Pedro is amazing, right? You have
so
the
Chad, who's
Goblin Hut,
next?
you have the Ice Wiz, you have the Evo Ice Spirit, and then the Minions. And just the E-Giants were going absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, he just dominated the game throughout. I loved how he was placing
next,
down
Chad?
the miners. I mean, it felt like it was always forcing out something. You talked about it during the game, the Evo Ice Spirit forcing
Why
out
are y'all
something.
typing
It's
Jasmine
so
Mented
clear
you?
that He has such an incredible understanding
Chat,
on both.
I'm not dating Jasmine, dude. My God. Chat, I want to listen to music, bro, but we're live on YouTube. YouTube, listen. YouTube, I'm about to end on YouTube. I'm still going to be live on Twitch all night long. Come to Twitch. I'm only doing this